check. 1, 2. There we go. Jesus.
Огромный привет любителям красивого дрифта. Мы начинаем квалификационные заезды
All right, I
второго
think we're
этапа
up.
чемпионата Беларуси по дрифтингу здесь, в Стайках. И в ближайшие пару часов вам компанию составит Екатерина Рыбак и Владислав Ломаков.
Всем привет. Для меня это, скажем так, родная трасса. Мы здесь работаем каждый день практически, поэтому для меня это такой особенный повод здесь открывать квалификационные заезды и
Let me know if you guys
всем привет.
can hear me all right. I gotta do a couple little fixes here and there, but
Увидим, я думаю, что и списки пилотов на сегодня.
У нас, кстати, заявлено 35 пилотов
35 пилотов, да,
на
сегодня.
участие во втором этапе. Будем надеяться, что никто не сломался и все 35 участников примут участие в
okay,
квалификационном
put a little bit of
заезде.
noise suppression on. Let me know if that sounds
Кому-то
okay.
Тройничку придется пропустить завтрашние парные, просто потому что у нас завтра олимпийская сетка ТОП-32. Я думаю, что многие из фанатов белорусского дрифта ликуют, что мы смогли и нам удалось
I wonder if we can throw on live translate. Probably not.
сетку,
Это
потому что
точно.
Айк очень любит ТОП-24 DE, да и
What's
многие
going on?
пилоты любят
Audio's good?
DE, потому
Sick.
что всегда есть
I
шанс
know you guys are
такой
tuned in from, obviously,
максимально
I'm
зацепиться
going to
за
guess most of you
победу,
guys are coming in from Europe.
в нижнюю
So,
сетку и там побороться и дойти до финала. В этот раз
recognize a couple names here, but if you're new to the stream, let me know, because we do things, I wouldn't say differently, but like we like to have some fun.
Будут выжимать сразу на полную и бороться, потому что проиграть просто нет вариантов.
Oh,
Ну, у нас
coffee's
сегодня,
hitting.
надо сказать, что еще по 3 попытки у нас сохраняются. Я думаю, что
Coffee
это
is hitting.
преимущество.
Надо еще вот этот момент додавить, потому что
Чтобы 2 оставить.
бедные судьи, 35 участников умножайте на 3, это получается 105 пар, точнее квалификационных заездов,
there's
сегодня им
like-
придется посмотреть. Именно поэтому квалификация начинается в час, и в 6 мы уже ровно должны закончить. Здесь такие правила, что нельзя...
Actually see what their
после
chat
6
looks like.
прийти. И вот 5 часов
Yeah.
есть у судей для того, чтобы отсмотреть 105 заездов, а еще помимо того, что отсмотреть, их нужно оценить и оценить с достоинством, чтобы никого не обидеть.
Я согласна, но, друзья, наши судьи готовы, я с ними пообщалась, они заряжены. У нас сегодня, кстати, жюри. Это Олег Бесан, он отвечает сегодня за траекторию, Юрий Новиков за стиль и Владимир Мазаев тоже за стиль.
There you go.
Очень интересный состав.
Finland, what's going on? So here's what I'm thinking.
У нас в судейской...
Let me know your thoughts.
Это парень такой
One,
достаточно
I figured it's going to be
известный.
mostly European audience that's hanging out with me this morning, which is
Крутых мест
sick.
на разных соревнованиях, абсолютно разного
Two,
уровня.
obviously want to help you
Мне
guys
очень
out
интересно
in
будет
whatever way that I
наблюдать,
can with any like the
у нас
merch stuff.
здесь, в Беларуси, посмотреть,
I
как это
assume
происходит,
free shipping
и поделиться
is
каким-то
probably the
опытом. В любом
biggest thing for
случае,
you guys,
у
right?
каждого из пилотов из разных стран
'Cause,
есть
like, I know
свой
shipping over
стиль,
there is not
своя
easy.
какая-то отдушина, которую хочется
So what I can
привнести.
do
Потому что судьи это
is
не
I can
только
set up free
судьи,
shipping, but I got to figure out a
там
threshold where it
оценивают
actually makes
они
sense.
еще преподносят свою
My
какую-то
initial
лепту
thought is going to
для
be
того,
like
чтобы стать,
$50
сделать
bucks.
этот дрифт чуть-чуть лучше. Это вот про судей
That's
это можно очень
probably
долго разговаривать,
probably
потому
the
что
point.
это те люди, которые не кайфуют от дрифта, а наоборот, прям вот сосредоточены. И много раз, когда вот ты сидишь на трибуне, начинаешь говорить, ну почему так долго, поверьте, это такой
This
сложный
is like
процесс,
pretty good
который
production
нужно
quality. Those headphones are like
не
really
просто
expensive.
так вот прям, ну вот столько и все. Здесь очень важно сохранять вот эту свои слова, которые ты говорил на
If
брифинге,
you guys
и доносить их до конца,
haven't,
чтобы потом больше
um,
вопросов было к тебе.
if you haven't subscribed yet, it'd be awesome if you did. One, so I can make sure that that notification system is working.
Чужой, да, а вот такой с другой стороны посмотреть, как он будет и что из этого выйдет, уже узнаем с вами совсем скоро.
О, у нас как раз-таки появилась таблица наших пилотов. Сегодня, как уже Влад сказал, у нас 35
There's all the
участников.
different names.
Вы можете посмотреть.
Is that just Jiggle It? That's
Кто
amazing.
в какой, точнее, не кто в какой группе, а кто в какой команде.
Looks like their
Я думаю,
spreadsheet
что
system's not
мы
working
всех
amazing.
выводим.
Да, у нас здесь они отсортированы по алфавиту. Поедут они все по рейтингу прошлого этапа.
Sweet.
То есть тот, кто
Yeah, I mean more
занял
like the
первое
notification
место,
like pop up
на прошлом
that
этапе,
shows
он будет последним.
up on
А
here.
тот, кто не
but
был на
not a
этапе,
big deal
либо
if
же
not.
был последним на этапе, либо не прошел квалификацию, поедет одним из первых. Таким образом, у нас
The other part too is
5 участников.
да, 35 пилотов.
becoming a member.
И открывать
You
у
don't
нас
have to do
будет,
it, but
пара
there's definitely
пилотов
some
таких,
definitely some things that help out with that.
Иванчей. Это те ребята,
Да.
которые просто не успели немножко достроить свои машины и не успели приехать на первый этап.
Ой, там фантастическая история. Я пообщалась с Александром, я пообщалась уже попозже немножко с Евгением. И ребята из Владивостока, они, во-первых, проделали огромный путь, просто какой-то неимоверный. Ну, так, на секундочку, если что, у нас практически 10 тысяч километров отделяет Минск от Владивостока. И, например, вот Александр Дошливенко, он сказал о том, что
Yeah,
о том,
obviously I
что
have no idea what's going on,
машину
but
вообще,
we'll figure it
если
out.
начинать с кузова, да, он всего лишь машину построил за больше, чем месяц. Месяц понадобилось. Но там были какие-то еще нюансы.
Я
То
вот
есть
сейчас
там...
чуть-чуть тебя перебью.
Мгм.
If I
Месяц
can
по
post
меркам
on my own
постройки
live stream on
пятиточковой
Drift
машины,
Chat.
это кажется что-то просто
Ничто.
я не верю, да, не верю в
Ну
это.
да.
Но на самом деле сейчас просто уже инженерия дрифтовая настолько зашла далеко,
Oh,
что
RDS
при
is going on
наличии,
as
если все
well.
наличие
Interesting.
запчасти есть и лежат у тебя на складе,
Мгм.
то это все более чем реально. Важно просто настроить процесс. А большинство машин строится так долго из-за того, что просто запчастей нет. Все, продолжай.
Да, есть такая проблема.
Could watch some RDS as well if you want.
Так, мы сейчас ждем заезда. Ну, у нас будет еще таблица просто как командный, да, зачет получается.
I've got both
С
up and running.
прошлого раза
I could
еще
probably
и
put
личный
both on here
зачет.
if we want to
Я думаю,
watch
что
two
мы,
events at
наверное,
once. You guys let
приготовим
me
чуть
know.
попозже. О чем мы еще с тобой поговорим? Что нам
I'm
нужно
super fun
сегодня,
to watch too.
вначале, точнее, оговорить?
Я могу сказать про то, что вижу уже в предстарте Дешливенко Александра, который
I
прогревается.
forgot RDS was
И мы увидим его новую,
operating today.
свежепостроенную, красивую
Funny enough, there is more
спортивную
people
силу,
watching
на
this
открытии
than there is
старта
watching
второго
RDS right now.
этапа чемпионата Республики Беларусь.
That's
Так, ну,
super
кстати,
interesting.
пока у нас есть время, я все же расскажу,
Super
друзья.
interesting.
У них была просто какая-то невероятная история передачи этой машины к нам, ну, то есть, чтобы она приехала из Владивостока и оказалась в Минске. Во-первых,
10
сначала...
тысяч километров.
10 тысяч километров. Но смотри, там не все так было просто. То
Morning.
есть сначала машину отдали механику, который ехал из Владивостока в Москву 6 суток. Потом уже
Jesus,
сам
Finish Pro
Александр
2.
приехал в
If there's a
Москву,
live stream, we
тогда
can
около
tune
дня
into it. We
еще
could just
эту
sit and
машину у
I could
механика
post up.
другого перепроверяли.
I
И
could build like a
здесь
window thing. We could
показали,
have
да,
like
из
a
Москвы
bunch of
до
different
Минска
drifting going on.
пришло
What do you guys
добраться.
think?
Но здесь началась
We just watch a
самая
whole bunch of
интересная
drifting at the same
история. У
time.
них одна техничка сломалась, и, получается, из одной технички им нужно было все перенести
I don't know
в
how we're
две
going to do it, but we
машины.
can do it.
Да, то есть там такой невероятный путь они проделали.
И
И
I'm willing to
при
make
этом
this happen for
вы
you guys.
ехали 6 суток,
We would need like
стоило
4 different
получается
events, or I'd have to
1500
find a way to
километров
like
за сутки проезжать.
fill in the
Это
rest of
на
it.
самом
But
деле не так уж и просто.
так он говорит, я говорю, а вы спали вообще? Он такой, ну, сегодня чуть побольше поспали. А так обычно там 3-4 часика. И я поняла, знаете, что
I wonder if I
пилоты — это
if I do
люди,
that, it's
которые
gonna do.
просто живут дрифтом. И
Oh,
это просто
interesting.
невероятно круто. Пообщавшись с ними, ты тоже этой энергетикой
Oh,
себя
that's
как бы
funny.
наполняешь. Мне, кстати, удалось вчера проехаться
I think it's slow mo
в
on this too. Or
дрифтовой
is that
машине.
just
Я потом, может
rain?
быть, поделюсь, если будет время, своими эмоциями. Но это, конечно, вау.
Первые эмоции,
Hang on, I'm trying
как
something right
когда
now.
остановилась машина.
I wonder if it's doing it because
Воняет.
it's full screen over top of it.
Слушайте, это, наверное, очень
So I don't know
странно.
how I would actually do
Я
that.
вообще, многие пилоты спрашивали, как мне, каково мне было, и я первое,
If you
что
want to,
говорю,
yeah, like I'm down to throw up
просто
3 different
извините,
streams all at the
невероятно
same
воняет.
time.
Получается,
He
что
said
вот этот вот
it's
запах едкой резины,
all good by
я не
me.
знаю, чем вы дышите, у вас там какое-то дополнительное дыхание
It's choose your own
открывается.
adventure
Но
here,
вот это
guys.
вот то, что мне прежде всего запомнилось. И потом уже я поняла, что, знаете, что дрифт — это невероятный. Так, у нас уже на старте Александр Дошливенко на Nissan Silvia S14.
Да, немножко фотография не Александра, это у нас там был на фотографии другой пилот.
All right, here's what I'm going to do
Мы
though.
чуть позже увидим
I am going to
фотографию
make.
Александра Дошливенко. Я, кстати, расскажу, что Александр Дошливенко 100% для тех, кто, может быть, не запомнил его фамилию, запомнился своим выступлением в прошлом году в Раубичах. Вот та машина,
Точно.
которая вылетала в мишени туда, в газон, это
Cool.
вот тот пилот, но машина уже другая.
So
уже
let's
новая,
get this
свежепостроенная.
going. Discount
Ну и сейчас
code.
мы ждем готовность судей, готовность старта и будем смотреть, как он откроет квалификационные заезды сегодняшние.
Кстати, у него такая нелегкая задача. Мне кажется, немножко даже волнительно в этот момент, когда открываешь,
Я
когда
думаю,
едешь
что
первым.
Александр настолько опытный, что для него это даже честь, с которой он точно справится. 3 попытки это всегда такое расслабление. Просто потому что ты изначально едешь, ну, как вот у пилотов обычно настройка такая, ты изначально едешь такую на сейве для того, чтобы забрать какие-то баллы и, возможно, уже пройти в квалификацию. У нас есть старт, есть плотнейший разгон, максимальный
Whoa.
открытый газ,
Oh, that's
постановка,
interesting.
идеальное заполнение первой зоны. Здесь немножко подотпустил, прицелился в Inner Clip 1, Inner Clip 2. И перекладка под стеночку туда. Можно чуть шире, я
Oh,
понимаю, что
sick.
немного здесь угла
That's
ставить
awesome.
сейчас для того, чтобы не
Okay, so here's what we're doing today.
исполнять. Но какой угол здесь с горки был.
So
И
I've set up,
в конце за трассы.
as far as I know,
Да, кстати, что примечательно,
free
многие
worldwide
приезжают,
shipping,
особенно пилоты, которые
okay,
у нас
for any order over
не
$50.
часто были в стаке,
So that's like
они
2
говорят, что
t-shirts.
вот в конце есть интересный момент, вот эта вот горка. Когда ты вроде бы не подлетаешь, да, но что-то с машиной такое особенное происходит.
Я тебе
Is
расскажу.
that greater than
Сам
or is that
вот
less than?
ездил здесь, и здесь что происходит? Вот как раз сейчас на повторе видно, где
That should be greater than. Do I
Саша
have that right?
забирает
Damn, that's
внешнюю
crazy. You have to
зону
pay
под
for
горкой. Вот здесь
qualification
с
too.
небольшим
I mean,
углом, а когда ты
I'm
забираешь внешнюю зону перед
for me
горкой,
though,
ты
it's
набираешь
like
очень-очень
if that's
много
going to help them
скорости.
get the live stream
А
better, I
потом на
get it.
горку тебе нужно
Hopefully
эту
it's not
скорость
like
таким
ridiculously
образом
priced, but
саккумулировать, чтобы не развернуться.
oh, they're doing
Потому что
back-to-back
с горки
qualifying.
всегда у тебя машина
Man, to
может
go over that
развернуться,
bump
потому что, ну, понятно,
to
угол
initiate is
ровно
crazy,
асфальт
but
вниз, и
I
тебе
mean,
нужно
I guess it's no
развернуться
different than
в
what we did
эту
in
горку. Тебе
Utah.
нужно ее так зашвырнуть, чтобы она, вот как раз-таки Александр сейчас сделал, горку
My merch is
взял,
not going to be at Mondelo. I have no way of getting it all there.
Вот смотри.
So that's
Я
the
помню,
problem.
ну,
Is
90
like
было, правильно,
Да.
I don't have,
и это очень-очень круто.
I just don't have any way
С точки зрения вот дрифта.
of getting it all
Когда
there.
ты едешь
Right? Like I would have to
везде,
ship so much of it,
всю трассу,
and just
если
that
мы
cost
берем вот
alone
Раубичи, да,
would be
там
too
есть
much.
одна
So
такая весомая зона
$7
движения,
a month
где
isn't that
в
bad.
остальном ты едешь в газ. А здесь ты прям всю трассу работаешь с машиной, а в конце прям на замедление. И самое интересное в этот момент — это работа вторым номером. Вот вторым номером очень интересно, нужно довериться к
Преследователь, ты
лидеру.
имеешь в виду?
Да-да-да. Довериться лидеру
I
так,
could put on
чтобы
RDS as
вот
well.
прям
Do you
не
guys want to watch
ошибиться,
both
потому
this
что
and RDS at the
очень
same
важный
time?
вот этот момент — это вот эта горка. Понятно, те пилоты, которые ездили по разным трассам в разных странах, для них нет удивления. А для нас, белорусов, мы любим либо
I have to
площадочный
figure
рынок,
out audio
и
and
не
stuff
то, что
too,
мы
but
любим, он у нас есть только либо площадочный,
what
если
is
мы берем
Game
вот
Pulse?
Voice,
That's
то
new.
те же Раубичи, ну понятно, Раубичи там как бы площадка ого-го. Вот, но здесь Тайки — это единственный трек,
That's super
единственный
new.
автодром, на котором есть зоны вылета, есть трава, в которую можно
I mean, it's got 18 people in. That's pretty sick.
и вот есть эта
Appreciate that.
горка
I wonder if I can
где
get.
помимо того, что это не площадка, еще и есть вот такой кусок высоты,
Where would I
который
post
вот
this?
очень
In Drift
интересно.
Ну,
Chats.
еще я вот то, что
Live
для себя
streams?
отметила, и многие пилоты тоже отмечают, трек сам достаточно извилистый, и такой есть термин затыкочный, да?
Затычный.
Затычный.
Да.
Затычный. Это тоже, наверное, особенно.
Yeah, so if you, well, obviously customs. See, that's the thing too, is if I bring it in, I have to pay customs as well. So, with that being said, like I said, I set it up so there is, I'm going to move actually that discount code
и пытаешься набрать скорость, тебе уже нужно перекладываться.
over
Ты
here.
перевалился, хочешь открыться и поехать в газ, чтобы набрать скорость, тебе опять нужно перекладываться. И по факту набор скорости, но потом резкое гашение происходит у нас во второй части, вот там под стеной, где мы как раз-таки обсуждали перед горкой. Перед горкой ты набираешь много темпа, а потом его резко гасишь
There you go.
с этой горки.
Um,
Точно так же и на разгоне у нас.
oh, sweet. I mean, I could pull RDS up and we could throw RDS on here as well. It's just probably going to look like a weird split screen. So,
чтобы не развернуться и не переборщить, чтобы не
let me
вылететь
see how I can do this.
за пределы трека, там где трава, и где уже опасно, можно вылететь и побить машину. Такое, кстати, было, но вроде бы как ничего страшного за счет того, что зоны вылета большие, бетона здесь нет, здесь все из шин, машина страдает не так сильно. То есть шины хоть и бьют машину, больше даже царапают, но...
Но это не как с бетоном, да?
Конечно, они просто аккумулируют весь этот удар в себя, они мягкие и как бы отрабатывают.
Так, ну что, у нас, я так понимаю, на старте Евгений Иванчей.
Да, все
На
правильно
Nissan
понимаешь.
Silvia S14 870
Doing this in
лошадиных
real
сил.
time, just so you know.
Знаете, я когда подошла и говорю: Евгений, что о вас рассказать, он сказал: обязательно скажите, что я самый красивый пилот. Евгений, я не могу нет не сказать, раз попросили, правильно? А вообще,
Придется и
если
мне
быть...
сказать, да?
Да, но ты присоединись,
This is the
пожалуйста.
issue.
Вообще, если
Женя,
быть
ты красавчик.
серьезным, да, то 5
So,
лет уже Евгений
I'm happy to
дрифтит.
like talk about
Тоже он
how it all
прошел
works when it comes
не
to
маленький путь.
like
И,
the cost and
кстати,
everything, because
получается,
like
что в этом сезоне он у нас первый раз в Браубичах, и Евгения
how are we gonna do
не
this? What do
было.
you guys think here?
Нет, подожди.
Do we just throw it up in
Обычно
the
это было
Не было
top
намного
Евгения.
corner?
но в прошлом сезоне у нас
Да, я
он
имею
уже
в виду,
был,
что
это
на
не
в
новичок.
этом сезоне,
We
на
go
этом
better this
этапе
way.
Евгения у нас не было.
У него
Um,
была
yeah,
очень
what's up, Glesha?
крутая машина в
Yeah, so
прошлом
the
году.
issue is
В этом году машина тоже крутая,
the issue
однозначно.
is the production
Там
cost.
была
So like
прикольная тачка,
if you
на
go on my
которой
website, I break
вращались
down
колеса. И
um,
когда она двигалась по
I break
трассе,
down the
у нее
cost
было
on
очень
everything.
много мощности,
So if
она
you
была
really want to
такая
know like
мощная,
where
быстрая. В общем,
everything go,
это было
like
что-то вот
how much it
прям,
costs, all that
такое
fun
еще
stuff.
не видели в Беларуси. Это
The
какой-то
issue is
стиль,
like, so if I get a screen
дальневосточный, да,
printed
который
in
когда-то
the
привезли.
US, I have to pay for that screen,
Однозначно чувствовался.
right? So like,
Посмотрим, получится ли
let
это
me give you an
здесь,
example here real
получится ли
quick.
новые постройки.
Кстати,
One sec, I'll be right
Александр
back.
и Евгений сказали о том, что мы на постановке ну вообще не умеем в две педали ездить, а мы сразу даем газ. Это вот наш только стиль.
Однозначно, да, это круто. Хотя сейчас такая тенденция
Okay,
пошла.
so let's
Есть два
take
лагеря.
this shirt for
Пока
example,
непонятно, в каком
right?
лагере чуть
So this
больше
one's a little
людей.
complex.
Ну,
So
мне
this one's
кажется,
got
все-таки больше в том,
two
где
different colors on the
пилоты
front
против двухпедального дрифта.
and then three different
Больше
colors on the
все-таки,
back.
видят
So
вот этот
that
дрифт,
means that
когда
I have to
просто
pay for
открыл
5
и
different
прям
screens for the screen
отпускаешь,
printing
вывалился чуть-чуть,
at
попал
like,
в траекторию.
can't remember the
И
cost. I want to say it's like
все,
25 or
всё,
30
газ
bucks a
и
piece.
отпускал. Вот таких
But just that
по
alone,
ощущениям,
right?
Марин, наверное,
Let's say it's
такой
25. That's
но и уже
$125.
вот и
So the
вырастает
amount
тот
that I need to
лагерь,
get
который
printed to like offset that, it
бороться
doesn't make
с
sense.
двухпедальным
Unfortunately, the
дрифтом,
economics
где
don't make
газ, но
sense.
при этом чуть-чуть поджимаешь
And
тормоз,
I
очень
don't
вроде
sell
бы
enough
очень
merch
круто, и
for
тоже
any of
едем,
this to
едем, всё
actually make
красиво,
sense.
красиво, но при этом ты тормозишь. То
So
есть в любом случае ты
yeah,
корректируешь.
the best bet for
Это
me to do
корректировка какая-то,
for you
да,
guys
ты
like
не
ordering
нарушаешь,
anything over in
не
Europe
нарушаешь
is to do stuff
скорость.
like we're doing today,
Есть
where
пилоты, которые пользуются
if you put an
повторным
order of
газ,
over
есть
50
выводом
bucks, I'll do free
точно
shipping.
под лобовым
And to be
углом.
honest with you, I'm
Из-за
probably
этого
going to lose
ты
money on
сразу
that as
становишься
well.
повторным.
It just is
Вот.
what it is. So,
Но
but I'm not
вот эти
doing
два
this to
лагеря
like
щас
get rich
спорят,
by any
кто
means.
из них победит,
So
непонятно. Но хотелось бы, чтобы все-таки была какая-то вот грань, да, чтобы не было такого, что мы все перешли на двухпедальный дрифт и видели вот эти
and for
подставы,
Drift Masters
подставы
events,
тоже.
like
Если пилот умеет
I'm gonna
пользоваться
sell
тоже
like let's be
торсом,
honest, I'm gonna sell like
это может быть
two
классно.
things.
Но
Usually,
такие
if you're coming to
пилоты
an event, let me
крутые,
know,
они не
and we
пользуются,
could
и
probably
вообще,
work
в
out
принципе,
something where if you want me to hand deliver it, I can do that as well. But
Ну,
I can't do
хорошо,
that
что этот баланс есть,
for everything. So
что нет
однозначно
перекоса
баланс
ни в одну
есть, и
сторону, ни в другую.
я
are
думаю,
we still waiting for this
судьи
dude to
на то
start?
и есть их трое из разных
Jesus.
стран для того, чтобы вот этот баланс соблюдать. Кто-то из них прям противник двухпедального дрифта, кто-то там чуть-чуть за, а кто-то прям полностью за. И судьи меняются от этапа к этапу. Это тоже круто, это тоже
If you guys haven't become a
важно.
member yet,
В общем,
highly recommend it.
следующий
We
этап.
actually have something super cool on
Это то, о чем я говорил
right now that I
недавно,
can
о
show
том,
you.
что свежий взгляд, не видел ли наших трасс, во-первых. Во-вторых, не знает пилотов.
Bring shirt to
Понятно, что те, кто там
Hemelina.
ребята
I think that's how I
знают.
pronounce it.
Мы говорим про нового судью,
I
да.
can, or
Но есть
once again,
пилоты, которых
you can
просто
buy
видят машину на
shirts
трассе,
today and I will
которая
ship
там
them to you for
как-то
free.
оклеена, не оклеена, с дымом, не с
You can do
дымом.
that as
Это
well.
тоже
And then we
важно,
don't have to
потому
worry
что
about any of it.
все-таки судьи это люди, и человеческий фактор, как ни крути, немножко тебя подламывает.
Так, едем.
И у нас есть старт. Максимальный разгон, то, о чем мы только что разговаривали, Иванчей, постановка идеально, первая зона по линии. Здесь немножко подгасился для того, чтобы забрать внутренний этап.
Oh, sick, you did get
Второй
VIP.
немножко
That's
завозил,
awesome.
но взял, колесо там было. И под стенку здесь открытый полностью газ. Сколько дыма.
I thought that dude had someone in the passenger seat for a second. I forgot it was right-hand drive.
Здесь чуть меньше угол, чем был у Дышливенко, но при этом идеальное заполнение без вываливания колес.
It's a cool little track.
Мои аплодисменты. Это шикарнейшее открытие квалификации. Всего лишь второй проезд. Ну, судьи, я думаю, уже в шоке, потому что как это все сложить, как посчитать и с достоинством каждого оценить.
Да, впереди сколько у нас еще заездов.
И, кстати, я говорил про то, что
Damn, you guys cranked through the mystery merch so quick, I just realized.
была со своим стильком.
There's not much left in here. I might have to go through and take a look and see what else we got.
Было то, о чем я говорил. Смотрите, разгон, постановка здесь. В небольшой, правда, угол. Хотелось бы чуть-чуть больше. Но, наверное, если больше угол, тогда и темпа не будет столько.
I also desperately need to go through
вообще идеально по линии здесь чертит под стенку.
Small window and really mega big track. I mean, we could swap them. We could move them around.
Сюда на горку, при этом все это отрабатывает, аккуратненько сползает.
If we can get like one more live stream going, is there like another drifting event that's happening this morning? And then we could watch 3 at once, and I'll just make like my camera bigger and move all my stuff around.
Но, возможно, это все-таки просто камера, которая снимает сверху, и из ракурса нам плохо видно. Вот.
Да, ракурсы, кстати, решают, потому что вот тоже с судьями разговаривала, они говорили о том, что мы видим здесь на треке, ну, они посередине, получается, трека,
Кстати,
мы
сейчас
по-своему.
интервью с дроном и посмотрим, и я думаю, будет видно. Здесь хорошо, Инерклип 2 хорошо, широченный.
Where, I know you got me on lurk right now, but whereabouts you guys from? I mean, anybody can answer that. I always like reading and seeing where everybody is from.
Одна из таких досадных ошибок в этом проекте, потому что все остальное получилось же. Но еще могу сказать, что ТГ-2, он такой достаточно опасный. Там же полотно заканчивается асфальтированное.
The RDS likes really, really long tracks.
Ямка хорошенькая. Если
California? What?
то хорошо, если с машиной все...
It's got to be what, 3 in the morning right now? What are you doing still awake?
Там достаточно такая большая яма. На тренировках туда пилоты, когда попадали, из-за того, что шина у них высла цепкая, она вот эту землю просто выстреливает на метров 100 от себя. Поэтому
Yeah,
вся земля,
that's wild.
которая есть вокруг...
I know timing of this event is not ideal, so
Все пилоты прям жертвуют этим...
I don't get to choose when these events happen, though.
Возможно, сейчас это было специально сделано
Oof,
для
definitely
того,
wide on that one.
чтобы не
I don't know why I'm awake. You're awake to come hang out. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Точнее, вторую и третью попытку.
Кстати, а как это вот работает?
I
у
appreciate
пилотов?
that.
Первый заезд, он, как правило, прицел.
If you guys can find any other drifting events going on, we might as well get another one going.
Потому что ты понимаешь, что у тебя еще впереди
I'm gonna check
3
lives.
попытки, и ты такой, ну, первый сделаю, может быть, еще таким прицелочным.
Ну, классическая.
Oh, interesting. The RDS in English has 30 people watching.
Первый проезд аккуратненький.
I didn't even turn that on. Hang on.
Какие-то баллы,
I'm
не
gonna
развернуться, не
do
сломаться,
something
ничего.
quick.
Vice versa, but he wanted to drive this car at Moscow Raceway. He wanted this A80, but the management of the team looked at the first test and said, well, let's
Thoughts? Do we go with an English
wait.
commentator?
There's also Maxim Grossman, the spot of Grigory Gusev, and we told you about this in our news earlier, yesterday. Maxim Grossman knows the Supra very well, and he has shown us some absolutely exciting runs on board the Supra, and his help was
That's interesting.
very,
They
very useful.
simulcast it.
And now finally everything came together. All the pieces of this
Finish
puzzle
races
came
behind a
together, and
paywall.
yesterday
Ah, that
Grigory
sucks.
Gusev looked very well during the practice.
I wonder if I know anybody there that would let me
Lukoil
simultaneously
Racing
cast
team
it.
members are all very close together within the same group. Andreas Tapov skipped his run.
For the record, the audio
and
coming right
then
now is
we've
from
got
RDS in the
Grigory
top
Gusev
left. So
and
their
Danilo
English
Vorobyov,
stream
so they are
has
all
30
together.
people.
Danilo
and
Vorobyov
their
is now here,
Russian stream, I assume, is
and,
2,500.
he is locked and loaded. He has already completed his familiarization drive.
I don't know if any
hope
other
that
drifting
his
live streams going on right now. I could look it up.
teammates have shared their impressions with him. And I hope that the spot of Danilo Vorobyov is also informed about all the difficult spots on the track. Now, Danilo Vorobyov was probably the only driver who was really
I found
eager
another
to
event.
see the rain, but now it's dry. So the universe is merciless. For Danilo
IDS
Vorobyov to drive on the wet, he had
Sumatera.
to
Where is this
join
from?
the boot camp, the junior boot camp.
Do you guys want to throw another
Even
event
though
on?
he is
Let's do
small
3.
enough,
Let me
he's
move
far
some
too
stuff
old
around.
for it.
Yeah, IDS.
But let's take a look at the driver and his car. LR1 Genesis, built by Lukoil Racing
Okay,
team
we're gonna-
specifically for this driver. Number 98.
We're gonna move some stuff around.
3 reds and then green.
Let's watch 3 drifting events at
And
once.
Here we go. 160 meters of running. Damir Diaturin is burning out. And Danilo Vorobyov, in the meanwhile, is breaking into the sport section of the track. And here is very dense smoke coming out. He's got to be careful here. And this guy dreamt of rain. Oh, come on. He has run through the wet sector very well.
Well, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna make all
One
this
position,
work.
another one, that should go 6. And then carefully Another one through touching go number 7. Wow, that's so good. And now another smooth transition touching go 8. And this is already the 4th sector and the last transition. And the second half, he's got to press and press and press it. Come on, and he is at the finish. But still, he narrows down the line, but that's still okay. The run looks pretty convincing no matter what. And the line was so narrow because his speed wasn't sufficient. And the reason is the weather and the condition of the track. You cannot do it any other way, just like 3/1. If you don't let go of the accelerator, you do the same as Grigory Gusev. You will have all the wheels outside, and there is also a little concrete wall out there waiting. So Danilo Vorobyov did it right in this situation.
You gotta bear with me here for a minute.
You see, you've got to start climbing this hill on the part which is still a little wet. And it doesn't work the way you want it to, no matter how much you try. But still, the accelerator operation has been perfect. Yes, there was a micro angle correction, but you cannot do it in any other way because the car still responds to every action of the driver. The steering problems still continue. This BMW and LR1 Genesis. He had the same problems at Moscow Raceway, and I guess that on high-speed tracks like this one,
I'm not gonna lie.
it will always be
This
the same.
is
The same problem was faced by Dmitry Putin, and as far as I know, there are still some little parasite moves, so the wheel shouldn't do like this. This
I don't know
vibration
why it's doing this.
from the wheel is transferred to the steering wheel, but not vice versa. So this is not about the driver, and it makes a great impact on the comfort of the driver and makes a great impact on the precision. But I'm sure that Danilo Vorobyov got the maximum precision possible in these conditions. But you know that Danilo Vorobyov is a really cool driver. And once again, people are dressed differently. Here's a young man wearing a t-shirt and his girlfriend is wearing a leather jacket. I think I even know whose jacket that is. He's pretending not to be cold. Well, this is a true
How are we feeling about all this?
And now we see the score of Danilo Vorobyov. Wow, this is very good. Just little correction, it will be absolutely beautiful. This is already 10 points better than Sergei Kuznetsov did, because this is what it happens when the asphalt is drying out. So
I could change it to worldwide drifting.
90 points for Danilo Vorobyov.
The hard part is going to be trying to figure out how I do audio.
Because his qualification run was absolutely perfect. And here comes the main expert in qualification. 13 victories.
I don't know how we do audio.
And 4 of them he got with 100 points. Damir Diaturin from Fresh
I could change the title. I don't know if I can do that while it's live though.
He decided not to go to the health group, and I guess a lot will depend on the result that he's got. But we know that 90
This
plus
is
more than possible now. And now
definitely
Damir
something.
Diaturin is precise like a surgeon as he breaks in this court section of the
RDS is the only one we understand. Okay. So we'll stick with RDS in the top left.
Current environment. And now in the virtuoso manner,
Oh,
without
bro just
any
lost his trunk.
corrections, he runs through touch and go forward 2 transitions as a single
All right.
dance move. Some little stabilization moves of the hand.
Yeah, I don't think I can either.
But it doesn't influence the speed in any way.
Might as well. Let's watch drifting.
Last transition, touch and go
This is why I like these live streams, because you never know what's going to happen.
Collecting the nines, and he crosses the finishing line. Oh God.
Oh God.
I had a feeling that Damir Diaturin knows what centimeters in these dangerous areas he's got to hit. And he
Oh my gosh.
goes
I got to figure out how I'm
around
going to watch all this at the
the
same time. That's the
dangerous
issue.
spots like a
All right. Well,
figure skater,
once again, if you
or
haven't
like a,
already subscribed,
I don't know, like
please do
Room,
so.
But anyway, what he does, he's really a miracle.
I'd love to
He
like
knows how to
figure out a
avoid
sub goal or something like that, but or member goal, we could do that.
Dangerous areas, and you can see that there is already a.
This is what I'm doing with my Saturday anyways. Agreed. Agreed. I actually have to head to a hockey tournament with my son a little bit later today, so what is going on
to what is gonna happen right now. Yes.
What is going on
the
up
smoke
here?
almost disappears
Oh, I thought it was like a
at
rap
some moment,
battle
and
or something.
then it comes back again as soon as the environment allowed him to. So he did the same as Danilo Vorobyov, but as a little bit better. He managed to avoid the angle corrections, at least the ones that would be visible to our eye. And I'm
What's up,
almost sure
Fubar
that he
52?
will become a new leader of the qualification. I don't.
Yeah, if you guys
doubt
could,
a second.
it'd be sick to get some fun numbers going today, considering we're watching
6.6
3
seconds, which is
different
pretty
drifting
humble,
events all at the same
but
time.
It really makes no sense to exceed the speed in the first sector because there are 3 control points and the excessive speed would create more difficulties. It would be harder to control the vehicle. The speed must be adjusted in the correct way. Just look how many things you've got to do at this double transition. A lot of steering movements and a lot of lever pulls. But as the
Lever pulls.
he acts like
Do you
a
think-
pianist. But he does
Weird
it all at
question.
the
You
right
guys let me know.
moments.
One,
He still looks like
can
a
I even get
pianist
into
to me.
Russia?
It's always so pleasant to watch him in his cockpit.
2, do you think the community
Okay, so
feedback,
this
if I were to go
is
work an RDS event, would
98
be
points.
that
So
bad?
almost like the younger Tserigratsev, almost like Tserigratsev Jr. And the leader of the qualification is still Arseniy Tserigratsev. But, well, this is 98. What other proofs do you need? And this is only one attempt. Damir Yaturin has got another one. But the stakes are really high. Now, fresh racing drivers convince us.
Yeah,
that
that's a
the
good point. Maybe
track
getting
is
back
just
into
the
America would be
same
the issue.
compared to the yesterday's condition. Sergei Kuznetsov,
That
he
might
gained
actually
points
be
for
a
the first
massive
attempt.
problem
He's got
now
all
that
the
I think about
chances
it.
to improve. Moreover, his teammate has just shown that it is quite possible to achieve. Now Sergei Kuznetsov is already in this core section of the track. He's second at the last solo run attempt. And now here are touch and goes number 3, number 3, number 3. And now a lot of smoke, touch and go 4. And the double transition. And then 6 and 7.
A lot of Mark IV Supras,
And
huh?
yes, I really love it. It looked like the car wanted
There's a
to
border
decide
crossing
that
open in
Sergei
Finland.
Kuznetsov said
Interesting.
no, and now he continues collecting dash and goes. Wow, it's so great and beautiful.
Well, for the record,
Almost
Glisha, I'm
example
not a
of his
millionaire. Not
experienced
by
teammate. This
not
is
by a
nice
stretch.
run that looked absolutely harmonic.
Like not even close.
Sergei Artur Kuznetsov, Andrei Astapov, and Grigory Gusev went to the health group. But now we should be happy for Sergei Kuznetsov because he gives me the impression that there are some little paths you can follow
I might need more coffee.
to make a successful
Yeah, no,
solo
I don't know
run.
how
But
much
we
you
got
guys
to
think
know-
a
we got to
commentator
know how
makes,
to
but it is not
get there.
amazing
There
money.
are some dry
It's
parts
not
everywhere
bad. I'm
now.
not like complaining,
Now
but
you've got
it's
to
not
follow
as
the
much
right
as I
ones,
think
and that's
some
it.
people think it
So
is.
if you follow the right line, if you stick to the right line, it's gonna be okay. 3/1 is still quite a dangerous spot for everyone. We will now see it on the replay. There was a moment. You see, it looks a little patchy. We saw what you can do with the accelerator. Damir showed us, and Sergei Kuznetsov did absolutely the same. But it looks like the track has dried out even more with the due to Damir, and maybe Sergei Kuznetsov also did a familiarization run. I didn't really hear.
I said if you like
if he did,
person
but if
is
he
millionaire.
did, he could have dried it out a little bit more, and he could also
Borders closed in
understand how
Finland.
much
Okay.
grip there is, and he could make it a little bit more grippy.
Look at how
I want
sick
to
this
draw
setup
your
is, though.
attention to 3/1,
Like,
3/2.
that's pretty killer.
According to the new line criteria,
We could jump in some
it
live
would
chat, see what everybody's
be
up to.
likely to interpret it as one wheel outside because you could perfectly see the line.
159
being
people
interrupted by
watching.
the Supra's wheel, but we will see it now all in numbers. If there is a -2, then it means that this is the
Yeah,
wheel
Flickster, yeah,
penalization.
good
If there is
point.
no -2, it
Good
means that there is
point.
none. Oh no, there's been none. Yeah, there was none because this is what I really hoped. To.
Happy when I make 200 ESD
hope
monthly,
for,
depending
but there are some
depends
other
on days.
penalization for the other
Yo,
criteria.
sub sauce.
And now we can see the difference between the two different but good
I don't know what
drivers.
currency that
It's
is.
92. Sergei Kuznetsov
200
rises to the
ESD to
second
USD.
position in the rating. he outperforms Danila Vorobyov. Danila Vorobyov has got another run to do, just like
Empty set dollar is what it comes up
but
with,
let's take a look at Danila Vorobyov,
which is
at
6
first.
cents. That's crazy.
He
Oh,
is
200
now
US dollar. Got it.
relaxing out there at the starting line before he starts working. For the second season in a row, Lukoil Racing Drift Team has got various celebrating
Chris Knapp,
stickers
it's probably a little
on
early
the
for him.
vehicles. Next year they're
We might get more people on at
celebrate
like,
the big anniversary of
I don't know,
team.
like 8 or 9 a.m., but that's about
we
it.
don't have many results.
Knapp's
in
been
the
in
qualification
my
meeting,
streams
but
before,
Danila
though.
Vorobyov will do his best to ride down
Oh,
and
all right.
everything is going very well. Touch and go 3 and touch and go 4.
Might need to get some more coffee in me,
Any
though.
corrections whatsoever. And now he's running through the double transition in very good way.
It's still too
Now
early.
he
Yeah.
still is cautious as he enters section number 4.
Oh, it's actually a good time for Australia. Yeah. That is a good point.
That
is a very, very good point. Oh, is this event done?
That in the first run his line was slightly
Oh, no. Did we lose a
but I
drifting event?
guess in the second run it was better.
Oh, no. Guys, we need to
I
find
have a
something to
feeling
replace
that after
this.
touch and go 6 before touch and go 7, you can get a little bit braver. Danila Vorobyov went on a narrow line, a little bit narrow.
We're going to find something else.
Because since the last run of Petr Borodin, the track has dried out pretty much. And I see it because I can see
Drifting
how
live.
the vehicles are pushing in, which means that
There's drift cars and chill on
the speed
Oversteer
was not
TV.
enough. Yes, touch and go 7 is a dangerous spot because this is one of the touch and goes in the double penalty zone. 3/1, the inner 4 and touch and go 7 are pretty dangerous because the penalization there is more and they cost 3 points each. And also the car looks a little bit more stable comparing to the first event. That wobbling that you could see with your own eyes at Moscow Raceway has probably not gone, but you can see that it's much less. A lot of work has been done on the vehicle. Of course,
Live POG
the
tournament?
team hasn't
Good.
been idle, but Danila
Finish
Vorobyov
drifting
was given
cup.
over rain for a reason. But you can see this wobbling only on replays, only in slow-mo, which means that there is some fight going on. But everything looks well.
BDC, it just kind of faded off. I don't think there was enough funding to keep it going. Just crazy considering
But let's get
how
back to the McPherson. There are
competitive it
some,
was at one point in time.
little details in the suspension.
Yeah, Drift League, yeah.
But McPherson would be still a bit more beneficial for the driver in this situation. On the double
Live stream ending.
arm suspension.
Okay, we need to find something
It
to
is still
replace
questionable.
IDS. There's drift cars and chill we could throw on, which is just like random drifting footage.
Because it's also a matter of diagnostics. But what we have no problems with is the sunshine. Come on, dear spectators, the sun is really working hard for you. So you can sunbathe, but don't forget about sun cream and sunglasses. And now we still have the hats parade. The drifting hats parade. I can see that these guys have already visited our
I don't
drift
recognize
shop.
that guy.
Our RDS shop, and I recommend all of you to visit the RDS
All right.
shop.
What do we
We've
replace
got
our
the
top right with, guys?
Two tents of RDS shop. One is in the spectators area, the other one is in the service part.
I mean, we'd have to watch like
During the
old,
break, take
unless there's
this,
Irish drifting going on right
walk
now, but I don't
to
think there is.
The RDS shop. It looks like a large supermarket. This is an RDS town, so if you are lost at RDS shop, you can meet your friends at the checkout. Touch and go 7 was missed, and this is an expensive one. But what we see in terms of the style, Mitya Mohin is giving more and more penalties to the drivers because now the
Could just throw it
track is
back on.
predominantly dry. This was an absolutely different
Throw it in the top right. What do you
run,
think?
But the score is the same, so it is still 90 points.
All right.
This is a good result, considering all these details that all these things that Danila has been facing in terms of the vehicle control. And now the leader of our qualification is back to the start. Damir Diatulin from Fresh Racing. He represents the city of Krasnoyarsk, and he is driving a Toyota Supra AAT. equipped with a 2J's GDE engine, a radiator in the rear, as you can just see, and now he starts. And he's got a very, very big fan for the engine not to be hot. Now, a super aggressive driver, Damir Diaturen.
Throw IDS on for audio. Royal Drift Series, no, I haven't. Can look it up though. Royal Drift Series. Oh, it's like a film. Interesting. Yeah, so I think the Royal Drift Series is like the new. I mean, it's the new RDS, but I think it's actually people from RDS that have moved over into it.
I believe so. All the best with it. Sure, you'll give it. Don't mind.
Right, going really well. Wet or dry, I think that's going to be the guy on this side of the
grab some more
bracket that could
coffee.
be potentially in the final later on this afternoon. Keep your eyes firmly peeled on him. Returning to action this year, or for this round, John McCarthy in that Mark II Escort K24 powered, scraped in with an 81 in qualifying. He's in 29th position. We'll see him later on this afternoon as well. He'll be coming up against Davin Leahy in a battle of the old guard and the new. But we're going to turn our attentions very much firmly to the start line, where it will be highest qualifier Jakub Kuzcek to lead in Pro 2 driver
thanks,
Colin
man.
O'Sullivan. Here we go.
Andrieg.
The top 32 kicks off for the final round
Andrieg?
of the Lucky Day competitions, Irish Drift Series, and already you can see the difference in machinery.
Yeah, I like learning
Potentially
about car
some
setup.
difference
I'm not
in
an
talent
expert
in
by any
terms
means.
of
Like I still have
experience
so
as
much
well.
more I need to
Jakub
learn,
Kuzcek
but
on that perfect lead line, Colin O'Sullivan searching
pull
for
this
the line
down
here,
a little
Mike,
bit.
and looking to try and just stay inside that cloud and not get lost, but certainly really.
yeah, I think so
not on
too.
the
I think
perfect
that's
line
why
here.
it's like the Royal Drift
Happily
Series,
cuts
like
the
new
circuit quite
RDS.
dramatically and makes
So
contact with the lead car as well. Kuba almost has to shut it down, gets back in it though, but Colin O'Sullivan really searching for that proximity
Andrew
and making
got it.
quite a number of errors in the chase position.
Yeah, definitely, Eddie. Colin there just going a little bit too hard, I think.
if you guys haven't
Just
yet,
a little bit of line throw
to make
back
sure that
there, a
you
little bit
are
of a
subbed
on
to the channel,
shallow
just so
line
that way,
in order to
one, I
maintain
want to
some
make sure all my
proximity. Kuba
notifications and stuff
did
are
make
working,
contact
and
right in
two,
front of us here in the
obviously I
tower,
want to
and,
know that
yeah, Kuba doing well not to,
the people are
go on a
subbed,
spin
because
there,
it means
stayed
a
in
lot,
it,
helps
but
out a lot.
overall, I think Colin there in a little bit of trouble in the chase
If you
position,
guys
so we
want,
watched
you can
the
become a
replay there.
member.
Just
There's lots of cool stuff with
Colin on
members.
the inside of the
There's a few of
track,
them in the
just
chat right
maybe a
now.
little bit too much
They
of
can
a
probably
dive,
attest
tipped
to it
back
as well.
Kuba.
You get a
Kuba
lot of cool
almost took
stuff.
it
There's a
between,
lot of
but
really
kept
neat
it in it,
behind the scenes
and,
videos that
those moments across the
aren't
line,
released
but I would
anywhere
say,
else.
Eddie,
I think I've
it's a
a
big
new one I'm gonna
advantage
have
to
come out
Kuba
from
in this one,
Spain.
possibly
Is I
going
did a
to
tour of
9-1
Mika
even.
Keski Korpi's new rig. It's incredible, and I
certainly
think that's going to
looking
be a
like quite a
members only
sizable
video. So
advantage. Now it looks as though Kuba maybe just making his way off circuit. He will more than likely be entitled to a competition.
That's interesting
timeout here in
how
order to
they're scoring up in
check
RDS.
that vehicle and make sure
It's
that
actually
it's
pretty
okay.
neat.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
will
the
need
last thing you want to do, Eddie, is go back out, not check the car, and if your rear left suspension has been compromised, like if you have a little bit of a funny toe angle going on there or something, it could really upset the handling of the car, and you could actually end up putting yourself out. So Kuba doing
Yeah,
good
I mean,
here, just
listen,
over
like
the rear
that
of
whole like
his,
everything was better
his
back
forward
when. I bet you if you go back and
making
rewatch some
sure
of
that
it,
she's
it's not
good
as
to
good
go.
as you think.
Yeah, so Kuba fully off circuit there, guys. Just making
Actually,
sure
might have to
it's
go
not
for a
the
while.
goal
I
Sullivan
just
waits on the
hoped
line,
this
and
job I'm wanting
we are
for
hearing
sorts
from
itself
Sean
out, so I
Healy,
don't
our
have to
track
move.
controller here, that it is
Yeah, I
indeed
hope
a
so too. That would
competition
be
timeout for Kuba,
obviously.
which
I
means,
would.
Eddie, he will
I
not
don't know what
be
your situation is, but I
sacrificing
really,
one
really
of his
hope
5-minute rules.
that's the
Basically, he
case.
will
So
get until the end
best
of
of
the
luck.
bracket to check over this car, make sure all is good, and get her back out for action. Hopefully, he won't need till the end of the battle bracket because it shouldn't be anything major.
So we will move it on to our next battle. So it will be Dean Byrne to take on David Garvey, and you know, two
David
drivers,
Garvey,
quite,
nice.
quite similar levels of ability and machinery here, Mike.
Yeah,
so hard
qualified
to
very
say.
close as well.
Yeah, hard to say 15th and 16th, I believe, or sorry, 16th and 17th rather, respectively. And one of those battles where hard to say which way this one's going to go.
Yeah, so bear in mind here, Eddie, as well, that Dean Byrne is still in the hunt for a championship podium here, should he significantly surpass Ryusuke Akiba's finishing position. He can still take it.
No
To
worries.
my knowledge, and he will
Mr.
be looking for a big finish here if Ryusei was to go up the top 32.
Tomato
Yeah, he's got about a
Sam.
16-point
So
deficit
best
here
luck.
as well.
Hopefully everything
So,
works out for you.
Similar to, obviously, there's been qualifying points put
What's
in
everybody
on
else
top
got
of that,
planned for
from earlier
today?
Today, but
Obviously,
it's about a
it's,
16, maybe
I got a
18
full
point
day ahead of me.
deficit
Look
he's
at
got
all the
to
giant wings
Ryusuke
in
Akiba, so
IDS
certainly
though.
well within
Like, this
the
is
realms of
sick.
possibility that Dean
More
Byrne
big
finds himself
wings.
in the championship podium, and what a success that would be for him for this year as he takes on that lead line. Doesn't go too deep, and Garvey's
contact there, yeah.
contact again, but Garvey not on a perfect chase line either. Now there's a big straight line there from David Garvey. He looks to try and get back into this one, but
Garvey's car looks very hooked up to me here, Eddie. Looks like he's putting out a lot of grip, and he's struggling as a result in the chase position here.
yeah, do you know what, Mike? I think you're absolutely right. It doesn't look as loose as it was in qualifying earlier on this morning, and very hard to gauge the conditions here in Kerry.
Having
because once that
sinus
track does
surgery.
start to dry,
Damn,
it becomes
that's wild.
Very, very grippy.
It does.
Hopefully
And
everything
remember,
is
guys,
all
that
good.
These lads qualified in generally wet conditions. It was sketchy for all drivers. We saw
You'll be
some
all right.
runs in
Hopefully
the
be back around.
overall
Not a big
dry,
deal.
but a lot of drivers
Lots
have,
and lots of
been
live
kind of
streams,
setting up
so.
the car for wet conditions according as the day went on, and we're just I think we're seeing a little bit of a maybe set up final touches, set up issues there with Dave Garrett's
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, well, judges wanting to take a look at this one, particularly at the, this first corner. You can see, oh yeah, Garvey's, Dean Byrne not in a perfect line, but Garvey, he's practically straight, even though obviously he's going around a bend, so.
Should be better soon. It'd be nice
he's
to be able to
just
breathe
backed out of
properly.
it
Oh, okay.
altogether,
Was it
and
like
maybe some
deviated
issues with
septum
that car,
surgery?
Mike, maybe some drivetrain issues causing problems with the car.
Commercials up in RDS are pretty
I mean,
sick.
It looks like he got back in it there, Eddie, and the car it looks like it's working quite well here, and he definitely.
I'm trying to
used
actively
those
watch
left
3
and braking
videos at
and
once
great
is not
chase
easy,
across
and then
the
read
horseshoe
chat.
here in front
So
of us,
yeah.
but overall, I think it just maybe got caught out a little bit with the grip on initiation there, and the run was almost over before it started due to the conditions here.
Yeah, well, here we are, ready to go for the second half of this one. It will be Garvey to lead in Dean Byrne this time around. Garvey, you'd assume, has a deficit going into the second half of this one as he gets onto that outer line.
Yeah,
Shapes
septum,
up
messed up
nicely. Dean Byrne
sinuses. They
just
had a
hold him
few
off little
jobs
bit,
in
maybe
there.
just has a spotter in his ear saying, you know what, you've got an advantage.
I didn't
don't
know
need
that.
to
360
risk too much
Motorsports
here.
Park used to be an
Just
oval hot
avoid
rod
making
track.
any big mistakes, and you should find yourself into a top 16.
That's
and
pretty neat.
you can see
Yeah,
just
definitely
the
multitasking this
time in the
morning.
pro class.
I was going to
Dean
work on
Byrne,
something
he has
else
shut
at the
down
same
of his
time
own,
too,
Mike.
but I
A
figured
shutdown of his own.
it would
Well,
take away a bit
well,
from the stream. There's been some like website update stuff I wanted to do, but it can wait. I got time later. Not a big deal.
Zero for the first run because Dean Byrne is definitely going to be on a zero after this one, Eddie.
Oh, I have to
See,
find
was
some
there
breakfast
anything
though.
that we missed here, but it just looked like we lost drive there, Eddie.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like, Mike. And as Ryusuke Akiba goes ploughing as he tries to walk
Ryusuke.
just off camera. But yeah, it's just. And the result is
What a mic with
going
hoodie.
through to the top
What do you
16.
mean? My mic's right here.
David Garvey.
I am rocking hoodies. It's a
David
little chilly in the
Garvey
house
moving
this
on to the
morning.
top 16, and as you said,
Mostly because we have the
very
AC.
important.
I
Judges
run the
wanting,
AC pretty
David
hard
Garvey
overnight
on a
because it
zero
does
after
a
the
better
first
and more
run.
efficient job
Does
of
take
cooling.
the advantage
And then it kind
on
of
the
like
second run with
tapers
Dean
off
Byrne
throughout the
getting
day.
a zero for that shutdown, and Garvey
Pretty
progresses
easy
to the
trick. Like
top
if you want to
16.
get your home temp way down cheaper, do it at night. One, fees are less. Two, it's more efficient. So.
Byrne is now out of the picture, for the third place championship spot. Here.
Oh, the mic with the hoodie.
5.
That's actually
So,
pretty
if
cool.
media
I mean, it's a bit of a
competitions and Red
windsock,
Bull
but I'm
Racing
sure it
will bring
sounds
ABS
terrible.
to you this
That kid looks like
season.
he's like
So
10 years
shout out
old.
to those sponsors who have made this championship possible this season, and we move it on to the third driver in a row who can take third place in this championship. It is Ryusuke Akiba on the line against the hard-charging qualifying Sean Watt. Ryusuke, the higher qualifier, leading us in, of course, the advantage being
I actually haven't caught up on
the
this
lead car,
IDS. I try to watch a lot of them, but I
qualifier
don't.
runs first,
Obviously, I
and
don't
we
get to
know
watch
how hard
everything
to
that's going
push
on. But
his chase
it's good to
after
see
the
Ryusuke driving
spotter,
again.
i.e., in this situation, Ryusuke has opened up a huge gap on Sean Watt, and his spotter will tell him, "There's no problem here. You don't have to take any risks chasing. You can take it pretty easy." And
Damn, the
progress
Royal
to
Drift
next
Series
battle bracket.
was back in January. Got 10,000
You
views.
know what? Sean Watt reading him in here a bit, Eddie, across the line, but
Interesting.
It's too little, too late, I think.
Yeah, absolutely too little, too late, Mike. Just you can see he tried to go very aggressive at the start. He knew.
Oh,
he was
thanks,
gonna
Aaron.
have to be, but, right from the off.
Yeah,
he was,
yeah. It's I keep finding
Sean,
problems
so you
with
see,
it,
kinda gets
but
caught
the only
halfway
way
around
to
the bank there, Mike, and he
fix
was
the
in
only way
for
to
that
fix
point,
it and make
had
it
he
proper is by
maintained
continuing
that line,
to try and break it. So
judges may just have a look at that and just see was there anything from the
I've even
lead car that maybe
updated it
caused
since
Sean to come
then.
offline, but
So I
I think
updated
perhaps
every
just
round,
the,
basically like
the added grip
while
on
I'm
the
at an
track
event,
drive
I'm writing
might be
notes
just too
about
much
what's
for
not
the
working in it,
little M3
and then
to handle.
I'll
I was just waiting to say it there, Eddie. I
go
think
back
they're
in and
still out
update
here on
whatever
the,
those problems are.
qualifying setup, suspension, and tire
This
pressure
BMW
wise,
down the
and
bottom right is
I think the
crushing
track
right
grip
now.
is significantly different to what it was in qualifying. We're after seeing a couple of issues already on runs where it's after catching. It's after catching
Jesus.
everyone. Colin O'Sullivan looks sketchy in his with grip. David Garvey progressed but looks sketchy, and Sean Watt getting caught up. But look, still all to play for, as we saw in the last battle. Anything can happen.
All to
Ryusei
play
doesn't have to
for.
put big pressure on here, Eddie.
Yeah, especially when you're like developing an app. Like I want it to break when I'm working with it, not when somebody else is. So
He should see himself continuing his charge for a championship podium for a man who's dropped some rounds. That is a fantastic achievement.
It really is, and you know, any round that he has contended at this year, he has podium, so he'll be looking to keep that run of form going. Here at the
a decent amount of people in 22. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out this morning. If you have any questions, anything you want to go over, whatever, I'm happy to answer them.
As you said, Mike.
Yeah, so good.
And then I talked about it already, but there is free worldwide shipping this morning for any order over $50. I know that's a good chunk of change for a lot of people, but yeah, helps me keep these things going.
We can announce it is indeed Ryusei Akiba going through to the top 16, and Sean Watt with a good qualifying session there, but ultimately Eddie, the track conditions and
thanks, Glisha.
the little M3 out of legs.
I like hanging out and doing this stuff too. So
the opportunity to go up against a
yeah,
legend like
no,
Ryusei as well. So
no issues there.
Yeah, that'd be a bit. It'll be bittersweet, you know. Bad to go out top 32, but not bad to go out against you know, someone like Ryusei as well. So
yeah,
we move along anyway to our next battle, which will see Enda Lyons taking on Nikki Davey. So Enda qualifying.
It's more about the Drift Masters Alpha.
Nikki Davey.
Not sure what you mean by
Further
Alpha.
down the order, so on paper, the driver with it.
Maybe it's something
bit
you know
more
that
to
I
do
don't know.
here, to try and get the
They don't tell me a lot.
nod into the top 16, but certainly don't rule him out.
Yeah, well, you are always a little bit more up against it when you are the lower qualifier, because the again the lead car can decide how hard to go.
Oh, Alfa Romeo. Gotcha. I know it's an 8.6 underneath, and it's just like an alpha-looking body over top. So yeah, I don't think we'll see him out again. And honestly, like I don't get most of the wild card info until everybody else does. I really don't get a lot of info ahead of time. Usually find out at the same time you guys do. So, which I'm fine with. It's not like I'm upset by it. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, he certainly seems to be as he edges off the line there. I think outdone nearly by the way the marshal moves off the track there, so maybe not gaining the advantage that he was looking for, but he certainly gets it right onto the door nice and early as he looks to hunt down Enda Lyons and apply the pressure. Big dive now onto the door once again, and yeah, doing a really good job just to keep that proximity nice and steady. Not the perfect lead line from from our position, but quite difficult to tell just exactly how wide he is. Oh, but he's tied on a little bit too much angle.
I wouldn't say destroyed it, but like everyone's got their own opinions and thoughts on the way cars should be built. So I'm cool with it. Like it's not for me, but if it helps with this program, then I'm here for it. I'm all right with it.
Too much angle got cut out as a result. Nikki just about avoided a big collision there, and I think, as you said, Eddie, it's definitely going to be, you know, advantage Nikki Davey there leading into the second half of this run, because that was a big mistake, and Nikki looked okay.
I'm validating 197 venues, ATM, coordinates, time zones, circuit time, naming history. LOL. Stream's keeping me sane. That's a crazy job. Oh, for the database. Got it. At the moment, ATM. Yeah.
You know, I know it can get cold around here, Mike, but it's a cold day today, but this track lends itself to overheating issues with the cars. Very easy for cars to get right up to temperature. There's not a whole lot of air going into the radiators, and
it's quite a big angle track, and it's quite low speed.
It's quite sheltered as well down that back straight. You know, so they're never really getting straight enough for a lot of air to get into
standard Alpha styling.
The radiators to cool those cars.
Yeah, once again, it's not necessarily for me, but I'm okay with it. I think it's cool.
When a driver takes an opportunity to roll around the circuit like that, it tends to be that is the case. Enda's missed a gear. Missed the gear on the line, and he's gone, Mike. Nicky Davey away into the distance there, but he's after catching it back up. Davey not on the perfect line. Certainly looked like a missed gear, maybe not as they left the line, but certainly problems for end of line as he lost some ground, didn't get away the way he was hoping to.
Not a perfect line from Davey here.
No, but it doesn't really need to be either, is the thing, Mike. He just needs to get around the circuit. It's scrappy. And
I'm thinking
wanted to be too much
probably
scrappier.
not going to get a
He
lot
would
of
be
time to
leading
do
points
live
here in leading
streams
position, but
over the
I
next
don't
little
think it's
bit.
gonna
It's
be
kind of
able
like
to
looking through my
overturn any mistakes
schedule.
from end lines
I've
in
got
the
this
first.
weekend.
I don't know either. I mean,
Next weekend is
it's like,
Orlando.
once
The weekend
again
after that,
falling,
I'm taking
into the
off.
grip levels here, I
My
think
son and I are going to
360
go on a
more sports
cruise.
back because
Glitch, that's actually pretty funny.
at the end of his run, they're very much on the inside of the
So
track.
yeah,
This is
I don't know.
zone two.
I don't even know the next time I'm going to be able to do a live stream.
Not a lot of angle entering zone 3.
Just with
Ingo doing
how
the best he
the
can
old
here in
schedule
the
is
chase
going.
position, so I think it's gonna be
Not
close.
a
It
lot
wasn't
of
the perfect
time.
lead there from Nicky Davey, despite the big mistake from Indy Lions in the first one in the horseshoe here. So the judges' results are in, and yet Nicky Davey does progress to the top 16.
Yeah, I have interest in rallycross.
For Indy Lions to
I would-
call,
I mean,
and I would say a
I think it's-
close result
I think it's
there,
pretty
and of
sick,
course we can
but,
go to the judges if we need to,
yeah, it's
but,
just a time thing.
Yeah, overall, simple
Like,
enough one there. The mistake
I have
from Indy
to
just a
kind
little
of
too big.
decide
Yeah,
how
I'd say it
much.
became closer than it really
Like
needs
I only
to
have so
be,
much
in
bandwidth,
terms
right?
of,
So like I
in
can't
terms
keep
of,
up on
Nicky's,
all of that. I
lead
could
in
drop. I'd have to
F1
drop like
set,
at
but just
watching
not enough
F1
of a-
in
error
order
just
to watch
overturn
rallycross.
the mistakes of the
basically.
first run from Enda. So Nicky Davey moves
'Cause I
on
can't
to
just
the
be
top
watching
16. It's the
TV
end of Enda Lions
all
for
day,
the
every day.
2025 season. We go back to our first battle in the top 32, the second half of this one, with Colin O'Sullivan, the Pro 2 driver, and Jakub Kuszczak, the former Pro 2 champion. Of course, contact on the first run with allowing Jakub Kuszczak to take a competition time out.
Watching
Gives
this
him the
qualifying in the
advantage
bottom
going into
right
the second half
now
of this
to
one. And again,
see.
clever driver Mike. He's going to be holding back here a little bit. Knows he doesn't need to go too heavy. Just
Yeah, I
make
never
clean
really got
passes
into
the
moto.
circuit and he'll see himself into the top 16.
I think it's cool.
absolutely,
Like
yeah, very
there's very few
intelligent chase
motorsports that I
driver
don't think
from
are
Kuba.
really cool, but
Doing everything
just
he needs to
never
do, just hanging back
never
a
really
little
got
bit.
into
Goes
it.
to Colin. Oh, Colin has made the decision for him. Colin O'Sullivan going off track, and the very local
It's
man
a cool track
from
layout.
Kilflynn just across the road here from the track, and not the top.
I still
32
watch
won
F1
today,
pretty
but you know
religiously.
what? He's a Pro 2 driver.
Like
He's,
I'll watch
he's
practice,
taken
I'll
top
watch
step,
qualifying, sprint
on the
qualifying, all that
podium
stuff. I don't know
already this
why.
year
It's
in
good
broadcast,
for me. It's like
and
really good
I'm sure
background,
that we will see
and
him
I
back
watch it a
better
lot
and
to listen
stronger than ever
to
next
the
season.
commentators,
Kuba, I
understand
would
like how
say,
they
will be a
communicate
shoo-in for this one, Eddie.
to see if I could do my
Yeah,
job
look,
better.
pretty straightforward. Over the course of the two rounds, contact on the first one caused by the
If
chase
you quit
driver
when it was
Colin,
F,
and then Colin,
when it was V12s, you
10-0,
quit a long time ago.
against him on the second run. So pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and Kuba
for
continues his
that one.
championship charge as well, Eddie.
He certainly does, and that charge for the top three, and of course he will battle it out with Ryusei. And if my maths is correct, well, Kuba, yeah, probably around 20 points, 22 points. He would have clawed some of that back in qualifying, so maybe about 17 points in the difference between him and Ryusei. So third position in the championship will be firmly in his own hands if the two were to meet
Might
in the
go
Great Eight, and he was to go on
Heat up some
and beat
food here in
Ryusei.
a moment.
He
I don't know
would
if there's
potentially
any
secure
other
himself,
lives that are going on.
that
I'd like
third
to,
place in the
as
championship.
much as
Now,
I like
Look at the
watching
arches on here.
your eyes do not
IDS,
eyes do not
I want to make sure
deceive
I'm
you.
watching
It's
something
the
that's
power shot.
they're the craziest
It's kinda
charges I
live.
think I've ever seen on any car, let alone a Mark II.
Against then it's a GT86 with an LS V8 engine. I mean,
With pretty
you know,
wild arches on it themselves. So in
Yeah,
fairness, here we go.
absolutely.
So two very cool cars, Ford versus Toyota.
Yeah, no Palm Beach
with a
Raceway
Honda
closed
engine
either.
thrown in for the mix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, I'm heading.
It is
That's where I'm heading
definitely
today. Is
leading
down
in
to
John
West Palm.
McCarthy, or John Paul McCarthy, as we used to incorrectly call him back in the day. It's just John McCarthy, but we were trying to call him after the Pope at the time, I think, way back in the day. But John McCarthy is a very, very welcome addition to being back on the Irish drifting grid. Definitely here, maybe with a little bit more experience at the moment.
F4
and a car which is a
championship
little
at
bit more
Vallelunga's
friendly.
on.
But look at this, John McCarthy not letting him get away here. And the little Mark II that could crossing the line. But you know what, Eddie? I was speaking with John on the line briefly in practice. He reckons that car isn't even 1,050 kilos. And it's got 380 odd brake horsepower, not pushing it very hard at the moment.
No, certainly not. But misfiring as well in qualifying, he said. So just a misfire came into it, then went down.
Looks
to
like a
itself.
Japanese track. A little bit,
Hopefully
yeah, I can
no
see that.
issues like that. But it's so great to see, one half of the McCarthy brothers back on the grid. And
All right, I'm gonna go throw some in the air fryer real quick. I'll be right back. Will you guys keep this on?
You slap a different head.
Yeah, it does kind of look a little bit like Ebizu.
Then you bolt a big Halstead turbo to it. You mean it could cause some mechanical issues?
well, look, Mike, I think we all know that I'm the wrong person to be asking that question to, but that's what he says.
That's what he says. Well, strangely, but yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, you can have teething problems with such a crazy build as this. But let's see what he can do now from the lead position. It is John McCarthy from Tipperary, from Fethard in Tipperary, leading in Devon Leahy, just about sneaking into County Waterford on the Cork side. So it's Waterford versus Tipperary here, and it is youth versus a lot of experience. And McCarthy now with the perfect lead line. Devon Leahy looking for the side of the Mark II escort, and quick early transition from Leahy here, but McCarthy's doing everything right here. Eddie in the lead position now. Leahy's starting to find the side of the Mark II as McCarthy doesn't quite make it all the way to the wall, and Leahy now is very, very much in the pocket there.
Yeah, it'd be sick to watch
very close
the finish stuff, but
that could be
sick. Glad you're back. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to watch the finish stuff, but I obviously, if it's behind a paywall, then I don't want to throw it up here because I think that's unfair.
We might do a stage or two up the
unless they let me, but I don't know anybody there to ask.
Just to see what he's made of.
Yeah, we could jump in there and navigate it.
Yeah, sure, maybe when he gets knocked out. So let's see who's going to go through. Well, it is going to be Davin Leahy moving on to the top 16, but a welcome return
Davin
for
Leahy.
John McCarthy, as you can see, just ever the gentleman. Thumbs up to his competitor Davin, and shout out of course to Paul McCarthy, who's probably watching at home, minding the kids. Hope to see you back on the grid here someday as well.
He was afraid to come back in case he met me, Eddie. That's it.
Just met you in general, and just not on the track, just in general. Yeah, I can understand that, Mike. I can understand that.
Paul McCarthy, once again, my bogey draw back in today. We first battled in Watergrass Hill in 2007, I would say, when we were both feeling a little bit worse for wear of Sunday morning in I believe it was D-Rift, and we did it many times since then. But yeah, good times as we move it along to Chris O'Callaghan and Fionn Roach. So once again, it is a little bit of rally influence. A rally car.
Hope the fix wasn't anything too crazy. Sounds like you were in and out pretty quick, so that's good.
Versus in the next one, then it's a rally driver in the form of Chris O'Callaghan, leading us in as actually the
higher qualifying driver here, Mike. Interestingly enough, O'Callaghan out qualifying Fionn Roach. By quite a margin, 7 positions.
Yeah, not looking good.
And doing a good job. Yeah, Fionn having problems, Mike.
Yeah, Fionn not getting the power down here. Not sure if he has an issue or if he just doesn't have the pace, but Callahan's car looks to be critical. Yeah, Fionn Roach has issues here, guys. Fionn Roach shuts down the S14. Christopher O'Callaghan is gone away with this one, and he has one hand.
There's another live stuff on. I know someone was talking about the finish one, but I think that would be sick.
Trophy for this battle, lady.
Well, no, but I mean, this would be. I mean, if he goes on to he just needs a clean pass of the circuit. Obviously, in the chase position, and he can be a little bit of a wild chase driver. It's hard to tame.
Would be good to know if we've got everybody subbed in here. I think so. Take a quick second if you're watching this. Make sure that you are actually subscribed to the channel. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, I think he's completely shut it down there.
RDS has got a lot of young kids.
Maybe looking at a potential.
Yeah, you can see the car stopped on the track there. So
a lot of young kids.
The question here is, will Fionn be able to compete or contend the second half of this battle? He obviously has a 5-minute rule that he can call on, but is there something more terminal wrong with that vehicle?
So we're just hearing from Sean Healy once again, our head track controller here, that Fionn
Roach that kid's super young.
A tyre. So Fionn Roach maybe.
I mean, it's kind of happening in drifting though. It's just it is getting younger and younger. We're gonna have to make a cutoff at some point. Like it's gonna have to be like 13 or something along those lines, because at some point we're gonna have like an 8-year-old driving at crazy high levels.
Sorry, you had an announcement?
Yeah, sorry. It's actually just a media announcement. If you're a member of the media and flying a drone, please stop flying drones as they are interfering with the live stream. So if you're flying a drone, please bring them back in. And unfortunately, won't be able to use drones for the rest of the afternoon. So
fly him up around the wind turbine.
Sick. Yeah. He's Arcady. I don't know who that is.
So yeah.
If Ivan, if you could give me like a quick rundown on who that is. I have no idea who that is at all. So I could look this person up, I guess.
But contact patch almost run like a half flat tire in order to get lots of tire down on the tarmac and let the tire move around on the rim a little bit.
Oh, he's a Russian driver. Okay, interesting.
So Fionn Roach suffering from his.
I know very little about RDS or Russian drivers. I'll be perfectly honest.
Enthusiasm for going overly fast there, and it is 18-0 so far to Fionn Roach. And
damn, the kid's got that dude's got 200,000 followers.
One of
interesting.
Two guys here that move on could go a long way into this one, I think, Eddie. It is, of course, Owen Magner and Jack Mawhinney.
Yeah, I think certainly Magner has.
Have I seen Jason Benet's one series? I think so.
Owini, a very capable and confident driver on his own right, but certainly Magner with the ability. Will the car hold up?
Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about.
Don't like to see either of these two guys go out, Mike, at this stage. But I think Magner.
Yeah, I think FD and Drift Master is going to have to put a minimum on age at some point in time, or it's going to become a problem.
In terms of just having the,
as much as it would be cool to see like a 13-year-old in pro, I do think that there's.
Get some seat time and come back.
Yeah, it's not even that I don't think the people are capable. My concern is like we're going to get parents trying to get 10-year-olds in and competing, and it's just like it's just how mature they are and what that's like putting a child, like a literal child, into that kind of pressure. So
second half of the horseshoe from Magna right in the pocket there, and a lovely run. The first really clean run, I think.
With the boring hat on the insurance. Yeah, I agree. I think an insurance is part of it as well.
These tricky conditions and this very, very technical track with all these elevation changes and banks and cambers and everything. So
I think that's him, isn't it?
Just about starting to get to grips with it now at this stage. And Eddie, as well, the spotters will be telling the drivers that like everybody's catching lots of grip here. Be aware of it. You need to drive.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you got to remember like let's look up Jason Benet.
Well, as you rightly said earlier, Mike, this really is a muscle memory track. So to try and move,
you have to remember like the money for those companies, like they have different districts, right?
It'll take maybe
so I think that's a big part of it. I wonder if Drift Chat's already posted it.
And you can expect that these battles will start to improve as the day goes on, as they get more and more comfortable and confident and used to those conditions, get the setups right, and as we say, get that muscle memory going, particularly in battle format.
Well, you can't get the muscle memory going really, Eddie, either until you get consistent conditions, but we will have them for the rest of the evening, according to, as I always say, the app on my phone, which has gotten me drowned on the motorbike more times than I care to remember by relying on it, but it is saying that we are going to have a dry.
Interesting. Sorry, Drip Chat just posted one of the wild cards
with that consistent line, and yeah, that we get treated to some fantastic battles. As Owen Magner pulls to the line now, lead becomes chase, and we're ready to rock.
Oh wow,
the second
yeah,
half of
that's
this
a big
battle against
Milwaukee.
Two guys who have cemented their
14
reputation as
hours
heavy
ago.
hitters here in the pro class in the past few seasons. It is Owen Magner leading in. Jack Mawhinney here. Mawhinney makes the big dive. Look at this, right on the quarterback, right on the door, in fact, of Owen Magner around the first.
I talked to him not that long ago. He didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, certainly does. Goes for it right from the off, and Magner doing a really good job in the lead position. Just coming in and out of that wide line through that first.
Yeah, I figured. I thought that's.
As Mawhinney just tries to,
contact.
Yeah, contact, and Magner just completely just hits the escape road.
Yeah, so
was there contact, or did Magner shut off? I need to see that again. Just happened so quickly, but it certainly looked as though.
Yeah, I mean, in America, I think it's 16 for road on car, or car on road. But like, I think there's like a story of like Jeff Gordon or something like that. Like won a race when he was 16. He didn't even have his license yet in NASCAR.
One more time, and it does look like Magner shut down. Just to double check, when Magner wasn't rotating, that there was contact right there, Eddie. He stopped Magner rotating, and Magner didn't try to reinitiate.
I'm not sure, Mike.
I think he stopped him rotating.
I'm not sure. I would see when we got to look at it from the drone perspective. I'm not so sure. I think Magner has had a mechanical, and I think he's stopped as a result of that. I don't think there's anything there for Mawhinney. Open to be corrected.
Okay, well, let's see. You might be correct, Eddie. I stand to be corrected, but I thought I saw a little shunt there on the back of Magner's car. We're going to know in a second from this perfect angle from the drone. Oh, maybe you're right, Eddie. No, maybe you're right. The car just shunted a little bit, and maybe it was just Magner coming into a straight line situation.
Yeah, you can see. You're right. Yeah, he's looking at the bottom of the car, and he looks frustrated, and
Yeah, I thought I saw a little shunt, but yeah, you're correct, Eddie. No contact, so just a shut off from Magner there. And Mawhinney doing a good job to avoid contact, and Mawhinney does progress to the top 16, and Magner with maybe just a drivetrain failure there, possibly looking at his own half shafts there, possibly, Eddie, or something, probably broke.
Carolina, where'd you see her?
That's all she wrote for him.
Yeah, so unfortunate for the young man.
In fairness, in rural Ireland, you could get a 13 or 14-year-old flying around a bog. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
There from the Corkman. And
I just wonder, Mike, coming out of that hairpin, there's a lot of water coming down onto the track just from the paddock.
IS300s, I just think that there's better chassis, and they're in abundance. So yeah, I think you're spot on with that.
maybe just caused a shaft to be broken as a result.
Well, Eddie, with all tracks like
There's so many 8.6s
with
available,
sudden elevation
even
changes and with
350Zs.
the dry
There wasn't a
from
lot
that
of
sudden,
ISs,
lack
so
of
people
grip to
just don't.
sudden grip,
It's what
that
you have
see drivetrain
available,
failures,
right?
and you could be absolutely right on that. When you get off the wet patch and all of a sudden you hit loads of grip, that could be what happened.
Well, here we go. Two teammates.
RDS loves their really long
on the
interviews.
grid. Alan
That's crazy.
O'Loughlin back behind the wheel of his own car, coming up against Adrian Wheatley. Look how incredibly well these Candy Culture cars are prepared, Mike. Always pristine. But Adrian getting a little bit caught in the hop here as she loses some ground early on, having to sacrifice a lot of line here now in order to try and claw her way back into this one. Alan O'Loughlin doing everything he needs to do in the lead position and looking fairly comfortable out in front here as Adrian, again, just cutting the circuit, straightening up just a little bit to try and get herself back into this one. But she just got caught leaving the line, Mike, and
Sorry
there's
for eating
no
on
real
live
way
stream.
back into it there, as Alan O'Loughlin's so clever in how he uses his line and his angle and his his throttle and his pace throughout the course.
Yeah. Apart from the drifting there,
Wow.
just can we appreciate for a split
$1,200
second
for 240, that's
what we're
crazy
witnessing
cheap.
here on track
Yeah,
with
they're
two
like
teammates,
rolling shells are like
similar
$7 grand now.
liveries, very similar colors, and we're
It's
having,
wild. Absolutely wild.
The 180SX versus the Sylvia S13, the sister cars, obviously identical.
This is
cars
the hard
over these.
part, is like,
And just seeing
so I'm
these
just
cars
responding
drifting
to
on this track
Mr.
with the beautiful
Tomoto.
liveries and up here in the mountains in Kerry. What a fantastic spectacle
It's
it
such
is
a,
just to see
you
this.
have to try and get the show running so fast. Like people bitch about how long FD is,
over the top drift
but
plan
like,
and,
and then
Probably just
Driftmaster is
a bit
incredibly
more
fast.
back to the days of
Yeah.
watching DVDs
So-
that you find watching the Japanese.
I realized
drifting, but, seeing
very
two
recently you
S13,
can't please
180 and
everybody.
a-
You can't even get
and a
close.
PS drifting against each other and
No,
similar
it-
liveries.
it-
Very cool.
No, to be fair, it's pretty cool that we still see machinery like
Trouble
this.
in the food bin.
On Irish soil and in competition. And here we go, second half of this one. Adrian Wheatley to lead in Alan
Oh, I'm trying to
O'Loughlin.
hide it.
Adrian just not getting onto that perfect outer line.
Let's call you
Opens door
Tom.
there for
Okay.
Alan O'Loughlin just to get on the door, but he's holding back. He'll know that he has the advantage.
call
going
you
into
Two
this
Moto
half of this
Sam.
one, and the spotter will be in his ear. He'd
How
give
long
Adrian
is this
a-
RDS interview? This is insane.
I'd say they'd have split the duties, but I think he's giving Adrian some room to work here, and
It's like
very
10
cleverly
minutes.
now just
Wild.
starting to inch closer
be,
and
like,
closer and gain that
done if I
proximity
was this
through the
guy.
final section and just kind of cement and stamp his authority on the battle. And
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say Alan O'Loughlin should be
Yeah.
progressing through to the top of 16.
I didn't crash that many
Pretty,
cars,
the
but
top
there's a
32
few
so
that I would
far
like to have
on,
back.
It's all been the left-hand side of the bracket so far, as we will move across to the right now. But
Definitely a
it's
few
been
that I would like
pretty
to have back.
cut and dried. Nothing too controversial. The battles have been pretty easily decided. So
Yeah, well, you know what? I think we've got a whole lot of seriousness coming in the final
Yeah,
quarter.
we've
So
been saving
we've been kind of
ourselves, Ed.
saving ourselves for it, Mike, because you know what? The business end of this is coming up in about 4 battles time.
big hugs all around, and we can announce it is indeed Alan O'Loughlin goes through to the top 16. No surprises there from that battle, but Adrian Wheatley, as we said in the track walk there, she's very much Eddie cemented her place in this class, and what a great addition she has been to the pro class.
Yeah, it really has, and she's done herself proud this year. She'll be delighted with the performance this year. She's qualified, most rounds, if not all of them, this year, and it's been a solid rookie season for Adrian, and she is flying the flag for the women and doing a great job at the same time.
No.
So
Yeah, we go back to the second half of this battle, where we have to assume that Chris Callahan is at a 10-0 advantage over the Driftmaster driver Fionn Roach.
yeah, now if you've been watching Chris O'Callaghan this season in the chase position, there's no chill button, and if his spotter is doing his job, he'll be screaming down the radio to saying, "Don't put yourself out of this one."
Oh, he's
And
not
this is what I
listening to
mean.
him,
He's
Eddie.
not listening, because look at the amount of straightens here now from McCallan,
Well,
and
Callahan's
he's just
trying to find.
Oh, there it is.
He's
The-
going to be on a 0 soon, Eddie.
yeah, he's
There's a
really
reason why I
starting to
only
need those
own a van
points. He needs to
nowadays.
be perfect here, Mike, for the rest of this. Any more corrections, any more mistakes, and you
Damn,
could have
Bush had a
yourself
crazy
facing
car collection.
one more time. Another
Oh.
straight in there for him. None of them are bad enough, Mike, but collectively are they? Is the
Oh,
question.
Eddie, it's a 9-1 to Roach here at worst. It's a 9-1 at worst, if not a 10-0 to Roach.
Sorry,
I
I
think
just
there's
saw
enough mistakes here,
I
Mike,
think
for this
so.
to
An
go one more
interesting
time. Yeah, there's
post
a lot of straightens here from Christopher O'Callaghan.
There's
about US
some-
immigration
There's
stuff.
multiple.
I mean, he had the time as well to up
And
his tire
all
pressures
he
in
had
the
to
pits.
do was hold back. And look, that's a huge mistake there.
Yeah, it's multiple straightens, and I think
And then we're
it
going to
might
see
be a
another one
0.
here.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just left out a bit of grip out of
Well,
the
here we
car.
go. My
Yeah, I don't think
decision
that's
is
gonna
in.
actually
Who's going
happen.
through to oh, it is. It's a one more time, just like we thought, Mike.
Yeah. One more
Inter-
time for Fionn. I mean, a big get out of jail card there for Fionn.
It's a
Oh,
huge
what
get out
else
of
we
jail
got going
card
on?
for Fionn Roach. And Christopher O'Callaghan will be absolutely kicking himself, but these are the lessons you need to learn the hard way, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Just loosen the car up, put in a bit of tyre pressure in the pits when you've got a chance while you waited for Fionn to come back out, and loosen your car up. You're at a 10-0. Just float the car around the track in the chase position and take your win. But unfortunately, the car very gripped up there. It looked like
DMAC at Group D does 3D printing at times. Yep, he does.
Maybe he was having
Big
engine
3D
issues
printing
there,
guy. Him and I have
maybe lack of
chatted
power or
quite a
something.
lot
Let's just
about
very
it.
quickly
I'm
go
also
back
a
to the judges. Kieran
big
Hines,
3D printing
enough,
fan. I actually just made
straightens the mistakes from
just printed
O'Callaghan
these
to,
bad boys out,
overturn the,
which
10-0,
are
from the first
measuring
half lap battle.
vessels.
Yeah, that's correct, Eddie. Look, we have a rule. If roughly 2 to 3 car lengths of a straighten is a 0, and I mean, there's been multiple times during that run he actually had those straightens.
It's meant to be like like one
You can
cup.
even watch the drone back on the back
2/3
straight,
of
but
the
I think
cup.
he already had a 0
Yes,
for the back straight
I
alone,
know
never
people are
mind.
gonna be like,
But at the
oh,
very, very
3D
end,
printing is
something
not food
completely
safe.
just
It's
drove
like,
over the
well,
line, so, yep.
Great, there you have it.
yeah.
One
I
more
mean,
time,
anyways,
Christopher O'Callaghan
I
go
just
back to
not an
the
argument
pits,
I'm
and,
gonna
Fionn
get
Roach
into,
breathes
but
a sigh of relief. He
I don't
gets
think
a
it's as
second crack
bad
at
as
Cherry. We move
considering
on to the
everything
second
else that
half
you
of
have
the bracket.
going on and the
Second
amount of
place
plastic you're
qualifier Jack
interacting with
Caldwell to take on
every
young
single
Clark
day.
Hatton in a battle of Irish drifting's future here, Mike.
Yeah, 2 young guns from Northern Ireland making their way down here to compete in Kerry. Bit of
I'm
a
waiting
mistake there
for
from
DMAC
Hatton,
to
though,
give
and
Dave an
second
alpha
mistake
bollocking yet.
straightened from Hatton, so
I think
he's
it's already
in trouble here
happened.
right away.
Just maybe it
Caldwell,
hasn't been filmed.
doing pretty
But I
much
do
good
think it's
lead
happened.
run here, but you know what? Hatton is going to be at a big disadvantage. Early transition from Hatton, and it catches him out as well. Straight after that, now gets into the pocket. Now fights
Seriously
like he
though,
wants to
how
be
long is
all
this
back
interview?
along, but is it too little, too late? I think it is. He's going to be
I wonder if like
struggling
that's what the
early, and a
chat's
nice finish
saying.
to the run there after the horseshoe in front of us, but a lot of mistakes from Hatton.
Yeah, look, I mean, when you look back on it, really the story is about the mistakes from Hatton, but when you look at the lead
I was
line
even
from
saying.
Caldwell, I mean, it's actually
Oh,
phenomenal. He's on an excellent line throughout. So when you break it down between the lead and the actual chase,
Yeah,
with
he's
the
pretty.
mistakes from
He's
Clark,
a pretty straight
it's
shooter, to
quite
be
a gap
honest with you.
between the two. There's quite a lot going on here, but that car just looks so difficult to drive. And it just seems to be that it's, track by track, it just handles differently. And maybe they just haven't unlocked the potential of that car fully just yet. They're certainly getting there. But for a guy with the ability of Clark Hatton to be struggling that much, it must be a handful.
It must be. I think we're gonna
Yeah,
see
Clark
a lot
Hatton
of
came over from
consistency
FD,
because the drivers
or
are
well, sorry,
progressing
came
with all
over
the
to
track
FD and
conditions.
ran Pro Spec, I
It
think,
looks
for a
like
couple of
everybody at
rounds.
the
But
moment
if
is
I remember
well
correctly, he
over
didn't
grid for
do
this
all
track
that
in these
great.
conditions. Oh, look at this right there from Jack Caldwell. He doesn't really have to be this aggressive, Eddie, as we mentioned, like the Chris Caldwell battle. He's at an advantage here.
That's a good question. Do
All
you ever
he
think
has
you'll
to
have
do
a
is be
camera
the
guy
intelligent
filming
thing in
you
the
on your
chase
travels?
position. Now
I would
he's
love
leaving a
to.
little bit of a gap.
100%
Hatton
would
over
love
road,
to.
he's almost
The
contact with
problem
the drivers
is
as they're
I
going,
would need
catches the,
to
almost
make
contact, and it just seemed to
approximately
fall
10
apart
grand a
there
video for it to
Hatton.
make
Maybe too
sense.
much grip or possibly
So,
mechanicals
just to
there,
let you
I'm
know.
sure.
Well, it's usually quite telling when a driver
Like,
has clean air in front of them.
So you got to think like their flight
we've just
is going to be 15 to 1800. Then I got to pay for a hotel
Very hard from
and their
camera
labor,
angles
which
that
is
we
going to
have,
be
Mike, just to see
approximately
yeah,
1,000 a
yeah,
week.
Yeah. So
So that's right there's $4,500, $5,000. So even still, like let's say 5,000, I would have to make $5,000 a video, or I would have to have somebody that films at the events. But then I have to have 2 different people, and like I make like straight up, I make $250 a month off YouTube right now. So it doesn't. That money then basically just goes back into buying merch and things like that to then resell out, and then that merch money then just goes back into buying more merch. That's essentially how it works. So like I'm not profiting off of live streams, YouTube memberships, anything else. It's just reinvestment back in. So
big name
yeah.
drivers are all meeting in the same bracket or the same quarter of the bracket.
Um,
and it's
Yeah, I would need someone to
now
volunteer
appeared here
who
at
is
the
already
second
at the
round of
events.
the,
That's the only way that I could do
competitions.
it. But I don't want to
Irish Drift
necessarily
Series,
do that. I
Wayne
don't
Keever,
know if I want to
Dwayne
have
Garvey,
somebody
Harry Kerr,
work
all on the
completely
same
for
side of
free.
the bracket. Throw in other names
Like,
Kieran Casey, Hal
if someone
Green,
was willing to do it, maybe,
and,
but
it's very much
it's so
stacked.
tough. Like I would want
And it doesn't
somebody
make for-
potentially to.
It doesn't make for
I just heard an
suppose,
alert
a
notification.
comfortable, position or a nice finish to the championship for the likes of Harry Kerr chasing his first ever championship.
I heard an
He'd
alert
want to
notification,
win
but
it
nothing changed.
with
Am I crazy?
The likes of Dwayne and the
Anybody
likes
else
of
hear
Dylan
that?
on the grid.
Yeah.
But I think at this point he'd much rather have faced Dwayne in the top 32.
But anyways,
than have to go
yeah,
through
it's
Dylan potentially.
Yeah,
it's
but
tough.
assuming
I don't know if
takes
anything
that
changed.
here
Nothing
for the-
updated.
But
Yeah.
I think
That's so crazy.
the prospect of you know, if
Yeah,
it gets through
maybe.
Kieran
I mean,
Casey,
I
they'll have
would
to potentially sit
honestly, the
down
big thing I
Tim
need right
Garvey
now is like a
before he
video
gets to
editor.
Dwayne.
I need somebody
The
who just
championship
wants
could
to
be
do
over
that,
then,
and
I
I'm
think
happy to
that's
pay them.
That's the big thing.
But
They
they
could've
need
met
to
in the
do
final,
as good
in
of a
fairy tale
job or a better
scenario.
job than I do.
Which we had 2
Because
weeks ago,
if
yeah.
not,
But
then the
if it's
video,
gonna
even
be
if I'm
done
getting
at
it for
some
free,
point,
the
you don't wanna
video
have to go
production
through the likes of
quality
Tim Garvey in
drops,
order
and
to get
that's
there.
not.
Here we go. Adam
Yeah,
Kelly,
It's not
Ben
acceptable. I'm
Rogers.
not saying I'm a great editor. I think someone
Transmission issue
easily
in
could do better than I
qualifying.
could.
Here's some kind of noise
Um,
under the car. Seems to be back out
But
anyway.
that's just how
But
it
yeah,
is.
Definitely looking
I'm
at
happy to
opportunities
provide that
here, something
opportunity
there,
to
Eddie, I'm
somebody,
not sure
but
on the way in seemed to
I
lose
don't know.
acceleration behind Adam Kelly, but now he's back in.
Yes.
Back in at least a little
I just
bit
heard
of that
another
formation where he wants
notification
to
go
be in
off.
here.
What the
Adam
heck?
Kelly not
But
with a
nothing's
perfect lead
popping
line
up.
either now, maybe leaving the door open.
Oh,
a
is it?
little bit
Oh,
for
it's
Rogers, quite a
comments. That's
shallow
why.
line for Kelly
Oh,
in front of us here, and
this makes
Rogers
sense.
then doing all he can in the chase position after a sketchy start to get back in the hunt here, Ed.
Yeah, we get an opportunity to look at the replay, and as you can see, yeah, it does look like he loses a lot of ground there, but it's not. It's not
Yeah,
a
like
great
like I
lead
said,
line
I'm
from
not
Adam Kelly here.
I'm
and I
not getting
think
rich
the-
off
the-
of YouTube or anything else,
gap
so that's the big thing.
The lack of proximity maybe makes it look.
I mean, I
more
edited videos
advantageous
for
to
years.
Adam Kelly,
Um,
but when you break it down, the lead line just not
but
perfect. It doesn't really get
it's
on
just
the
it's just tough.
wide line through any of the big long outer zones. And does open the door for Ben Rogers to get back into it. I think the second half of this one's going to be telling. And I think if Rogers can put down a near perfect lead line, which he's more than capable of doing if that car's running right, we could be looking at a very close.
The hard part too is like,
decision
admittedly,
between
like
these
the
Yeah, absolutely. Guys,
Italy
we
one,
ramp you up the excitement.
you know,
Colin,
I
as we
did
go
a
through the
ton of
battle
work
brackets,
to get
and again,
that
as Eddie
video out,
mentioned,
and it
it's all
did
gonna
like
be happening in a
2,500
couple of months' time.
views.
This championship
Almost
is,
exactly. And
is
it's
about
like,
to, take
it
shape
definitely gets a
very,
bit
very much
discouraging
according
after a
to
while,
down
'cause
to
it's
the
like,
bottom
I probably
right-hand
put
side of the top 32 bracket.
6 to 8 hours into that between research and filming and editing, and then it's like,
into the top 16 and through the grade,
fuck.
etc.
So, and I don't want to make clickbait videos. I want to make stuff people actually enjoy, but it's super tough.
Just watch this one, Eddie.
It does. It admittedly gets very discouraging after a while. So
let's see. Do we have uniform acceleration? We do. Yeah, perfect. No hassle this time from Rogers. Not sure what happened in the first one, but really nice outside line now from Rogers. Kelly not so good. Definitely advantage Rogers here so far. Now Kelly's on a nice outside line, but Rogers is also on that pretty much perfect lead line this time, Eddie.
Yeah, it's a very good lead line. As we said, Rogers more than capable of producing. As Adam Kelly struck in a little bit.
someone's mic died in IDS.
Yeah, as Eddie's mic just drops out there, I can take over. But as you said, Eddie, perfect lead line there from Rogers.
See, now I'm hearing
and,
everything.
Yeah, Kelly doing everything he could there, but overall, I mean, you had the issue with Rogers.
Yeah,
on the
thanks,
first one
man.
where he
It's,
lost proximity
I
on
mean,
the
it's
instinct.
just
Then
tough.
you switched them around, and Rogers with a very nice tidy lead run. Just watching it back on the.
What's
replay
more important,
here
consistently
is
posting on YouTube or
Rogers
occasionally
transition.
posting,
He
but
does
posting
the
great
same,
videos?
pops up
I
in
don't know.
front of Rogers
I
there,
don't
see that
know.
foot brakes.
I
Like that,
haven't
nice
cracked
there
the
from
YouTube
Rogers.
code.
Kelly does find the pocket there very much though. Didn't seem to cut the track a whole bunch.
I think
to do it.
part of
And
the
they
issue,
crossed
to
the
be
right
honest
side.
with
It's
you,
gonna be
is
quite
that
180 overall.
my
Yeah,
content
fine,
is
but
so
I think
incredibly
Adam
niche, and the
Kelly might
audience
just get the
isn't
call
all
out. I
that
think
big.
those errors just
So,
from, Ben just
thanks, Kaz. Appreciate that.
Who's
Oh,
gonna
look
be-
at that.
is it gonna be Rogers?
Pop-ups
Is it
do
gonna be-
work.
It's going to be Adam Kelly moving into the top 16,
Kazawaki,
guys. Give it up
thank you
for
so
Adam
much
Kelly.
for
So unfortunate
joining
for Ben
Small
Rogers.
Coffee.
Um, just not the way he would have wanted to end.
Yeah, I don't
his
know. I
championship
really, like I
season.
said, I really wish I
And,
could
he
tell you
does look a
what
little bit dejected
the
there.
answer is.
Be interested to find out what it was
I
that
know,
went
like,
wrong,
I kind of took this
when he
week
left the
off
line there, Mike,
because
but,
I needed
so
a break
unfortunate.
already.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
8
missed
events in a
really
row
good
and
that, to
was
be
just
honest.
absolutely
But
exhausted.
yeah, Ben Rogers, boys.
Um,
Once again, we'll be looking forward to
so
seeing
yeah.
him back in action next season. And of course, we do have the awards night in the middle of.
Yeah, I don't
August.
even
Maybe,
know if
always
YouTube
keep
wants
an
you
eye
to
out for
upload all
ideas,
that
so we
regularly
will be
anymore
seeing
because,
maybe
like,
hopefully
there's
that
creators
result.
out there who
As
only
we move
upload
along to our third
every
event
once in a
on the
while,
right-hand
but
side
have
of the
really
bracket.
high
It's
production
an
quality
interesting
and
one.
those
It
videos
is
crush.
Jamie
So
Hines chasing in
I think it
Connor
used to
Duggan.
be like
Connor
weekly
Duggan on
uploads
road
was the thing,
tyres, and Jamie
and
Hines
I don't
on
know if that's
Simmons
really the
Slicks.
case anymore.
Two Pro 2 drivers here, Eddie.
Exactly, one Pro 2 junior and two incredible talents, Mike, as we all often say, but really pulling it out of the bag.
If anybody else
in qualifying, Connor Duggan
wants to join as a member,
qualified seventh position, so
like
well
I
up
said,
the
you guys
order
get a
inside
ton
the
of cool
top 10
stuff. You get to
on
see
those
all the
road
videos
tyres, so
early.
impressive.
There is
But things are turning out
members,
quite substantially
exclusive
here.
videos
So
that
it'll
are
be
up right
interesting
now.
because,
You get to see me driving at
it's
Grid
pretty much
Life. That
standard
is
rear
only
end
for
of the bike, this
members.
S14, grippy tyres,
What
dry
else we
track.
got up there for you guys
We're
right
hoping
now?
for no mechanical tackles for Jamie Hines, but a bit of a straighten there from Conor Duggan as he comes out of outside zone 1, Mike.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of
Conor
cool
Duggan got
stuff.
off
I don't
the
know
line
why I'm
actually fairly
getting
quick with the torque of that
chat
V8 or V7
notifications
or
now.
whatever it decides to be at any given time. But Jamie Hines with a bit of a mistake up the hill there as well.
Yeah, I
But,
know.
it looks
I know. I
like
still have a lot of
the cars
time.
here
It's just,
today, the grip levels seem to be very high.
I would argue that like Bourdain is significantly more interesting, and cooking is more universal than drifting is.
To manage it quite a lot better in the teardrop, Eddie, but coming up the hill there is where it's catching the chase driver out quite regularly.
Yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I mean, you got to remember too, I'm over 10 years into content creation, YouTube, and everything else. Like the channel you guys see now is not my first channel by any means. So my first channel still has more subscribers than this one does. So
really just trying to
yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. I'm trying not to get discouraged. It's just also trying to explain to you guys what it's like to do all of this. Like I still have a full-time job. I still run my own company. It's the only way that I could do all of this as well. So just not quite there yet, but it's getting there. It's every year is getting, every day is getting better. I mean, I've got more subs than I've ever had. You know, more members, more everything. So it's not a complaint. It's just like understands this is not as easy as you think. Would you start cooking on YouTube? Probably not. I just, I enjoy cooking, and it's a relaxation thing for me. Same thing with like gaming. Like I did a bit of a live stream just doing some Forza stuff, and like I ended up playing for an hour and a half last night without streaming it, and it was pretty enjoyable.
We are also supported by Strom Wheels.
I don't know. I just like, do I put everything I do online? Right? Would it help? Maybe. I don't know. I do think having an editor would massively help. But yeah, I just need to find somebody and have it at the correct cost.
As well as, of course, Lucky Day Competitions and Red Bull, who make this series possible. And we leave the line. Still all to play for here, but I would say big advantage to Conor Duggan after the mistake by Jamie Hines.
I just throw stuff in the air fryer. That's a good point. Why am I getting a notification now?
That's exactly what he's doing here. The big separation
on every chat.
Possibly 3-4
That's
car
interesting.
on the bottom straight there, which the judges will claw a huge advantage back for Hines. So this one might still be in the balance here as Hines now puts foot to floor and absolutely fills the outside zone here right in front of us.
I think I've got the...
Both cars pass right underneath us here, slightly more inside line from Duggan.
I will be here anything for $500 US per month. Listen, for $500 US a month, if you can show me your editing skills, I would happily do that as an easy yes.
Big mistake from Hines on the first one, a big straighten as he entered the uphill section, but a big gap opening up between both drivers.
If you can edit videos and produce a video that is as good or better than the one from, let's say, Italy, I will send you all the footage and I will happily pay you $500 a month to do that.
Who was a little bit at sea in the chase position, Eddie, and I think it might even have been enough to overturn the mistake.
Yeah, look, I don't think I think
it has to be edited in Premiere though, just so I can go in and make edits.
He's done enough here, Mike, with that lead line, and yeah, look, there it is. Jamie Hines going through to the top 16. A shame that we have. I was actually saying to Conor in advance of this battle, it's a shame that we have to lose a Pro 2 driver, but isn't it great that there was guaranteed to be one of them going through to the top 16?
Absolutely, they'll be delighted with that, Eddie. I mean, if you're driving in the
yeah,
Pro
but I mean,
class,
it depends on
the Pro class, it's a dream.
Depends on what you do. I know people that edit YouTube videos for $100 each.
Even
So
if you don't qualify, you've probably had a good day, but to make it to a top 16 is an absolute dream.
So we got to go back to the one more time between Christopher O'Callaghan, the higher qualifier, against Fionn Roach.
if it can keep
Fionn
up with
Roach
the footage,
get out of jail
I mean,
free.
You gotta remember too, it like, depends on where you're from, right? Like Glisha,
Exactly, yeah, and,
you know, the
Christopher
economy
O'Callaghan got the
that
move
they
straight
live
to
in
jail
is
card,
going to be very different than it is in the
on
US.
his,
So
chase
yeah.
one, just over aggressive.
Well, he
Now
could be
he's-
sent to the gulag
See,
here,
from
but
Serbia.
Much, but,
Well,
he's looking better.
he's
just seen how much
he's
the pain it was just to ship stuff to.
His lead line again is really strong, Mike. Fionn much better in the chase position, no issues this time around. But of course, it was coming into this teardrop that the wheels fell off the wagon, so to speak. But Christopher O'Callaghan showing that he really is improving in his consistency, but he's just dropping in and out of those outer zones. Gets back in it here now. Fionn Roach much steadier, and now O'Callaghan has a huge problem because he's got to be perfect in the chase position.
Yeah, he does. Like you said there, up to the teardrop here in front of us, or the horseshoe, whatever you want to call it. Callaghan looking okay, a little bit of a waiver coming off of the back.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what else, like what the next thing is, to be honest with you.
Well, let's wait for and we'll just commentate.
I do want to give you guys a heads up though. This free worldwide shipping is not going to be forever. So if you do, once again, it's over $50. That way I'm still making some money. So
a little bit of line there, and Fionn Roach doing a good job to to kind of.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Fionn didn't use that car in Drift Masters.
In the pocket there in the chase
But,
position. So
if you guys do want to order
Slight
something,
advantage, Roach,
once
but
again,
not
this is
significant.
your best bet.
Yeah, nothing major, Mike, but
Um,
as I say, this is the chase driving is the difficult
Yeah.
aspect of drifting. And it's the
I
fact
don't
that,
think I can
you know,
bring
Chris
stuff
is
to
struggling
events. It's just it's
really
tough,
perfect
and then
it. It's only
especially
been,
with
you know,
like
a few short
the way like
rounds,
VAT
over
is
championship
and
season
how
for him.
borders are getting,
And
kind of
can see
worldwide
those
borders
mistakes are
too.
starting to creep in. The
Trying
thing
to
about it
get
is
all that
this
stuff
time
over
around,
is not
he's gotta go
easy.
much
So.
harder, in order to try and force the mistakes.
Well, Glisha, listen. I'm happy to have the
But mistakes,
conversation. If
unfortunately,
you
coming
if you
on
can
the-
actually
and
edit
he's got himself
videos.
caught on the inside of the track here.
That
Maybe
being
gonna
said, I
be
don't
difficult.
want to.
Just had to pull out of it
I
there,
mean, I'm
so
happy to
stayed
pay
there
for
because
someone to
almost
learn, but
contact from both drivers.
I would.
And the
Yeah.
drama starting to
You
unfold
gotta.
here at
Yeah,
316
let's have a
Kerry.
conversation about it.
And Callahan there just overcommitting in the chase, didn't leave enough room for Roach to rotate around as he transitioned, and had to bail out of it. Probably the intelligent thing to do, Eddie, because
RDS
if
is
he
still
caused the
doing
contact,
interviews.
he caused
This must be
damage to both
halftime or
cars,
something.
He was at a loss anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Look, it was had the wherewithal to see that coming and get himself out of the picture. But
Yeah,
Fionn Roche,
someone sent me the
for
race
me,
the streets thing. I don't know what time
definitely
that's at.
breathing a big sigh of relief. That's he
Um,
really has got away with one there.
Do you know what
but
time
what we said,
that
Chris,
live stream's
you
at?
gotta
I could
learn-
go for a while.
You got to learn the hard way. He's not the first, and he won't be the last person to just go over aggressive in the chase position when they have a sizable advantage. We make it official from the judges.
I think it's on the drifting CZ
to the top 16.
thing, if I'm not
Well, you know what?
mistaken.
I'm going to make a call here that, like, the SR20 power, we saw on Magner with it as well. It might not be the perfect power plant, the smaller engine for this track, which seems to be extremely gripped up and extremely easy to make a mistake on, especially in the
All right,
chase
I'm gonna be back in a
position.
couple
So
minutes.
the
I'm gonna
SR
grab maybe a bit more of a
naturally,
snack, some more
if it's making
coffee.
the same horsepower as the likes of a-
But
a
feel free
2J,
to chat
for
amongst
instance,
yourselves.
Even a 1J or an RB25, it'll be a little bit more laggy as it does it.
Yeah, if you can get a
Just
live
wanted the
stream,
CCs to
I'm
speed
happy
up
to do that. We
turbos
can
and
throw that
speed,
up
so
here too.
probably a little bit more difficult to drive in Chris's defence there as we move it along to plenty 2JZs. It is Paulius Judicious versus Johnny Flynn, Johnny the Falcon Flynn. So it's Paulius Delicious Judicious versus Johnny the Falcon Flynn. And I can't call this one, Eddie. This one, we were speaking about this between us before the live stream. This is going to be a good one.
It really depends what Jonathan Flynn gets out of bed and what Paulius Judicious gets out of bed, because both of them are more than capable of
Yeah,
taking
that's a
down
good
each
point.
other. Both this could go one more time all day. This could end in spins on this could just. I think just watch it. I think it's the only way to do it, because both drivers. More than capable. Johnny with a big gap going into that first corner. Paulius now just having to really cut the corner. But speaking to his mechanic in the halftime show, it was a case of if it doesn't go right, we go in the beer. So it's win-win here for Paulius Judicious, regardless. But Johnny Flynn will be certainly chasing that top 16 finish and doing a good job in the lead position. Could be a little bit better at points, but now it opens the door here for Paulius to get back into this one, as he looks to put a little bit of pressure on Johnny through the final sections, and certainly does so. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are the owner of a 131DL1071, make sure that that's not my car. It's a 131DL1071 Kia Sportage. Can you move, as it's creating a blockage? So it's a 131DL1071 Kia Sportage. Please move that car as soon as possible, as it's creating a block. If you don't move it, we'll move it.
Exactly.
It's so I've been told.
Yeah.
I won't. Me and Mike personally
we won't. We'll
yeah,
be here.
We'll be here. And
We're nice fellas. We
yeah,
don't mind.
we won't be lifting it now.
But somebody angry will move it. So ready to rock with the second bit as Johnny Flynn and Paulius take a cool down lap. It is Navan County Meath versus Mayo.
Mount Falcon.
Mount Falcon in Mayo, exactly. Johnny the Falcon from Mount Falcon, perched on top of his.
Will he get his wings clipped by Paulius?
Oh, nice. Will Paulius ruffle his feathers? We used that one already in quality.
We use that one, yeah.
You're no. Will Johnny get his claws into Paulius? We're stretching here now.
You're stretching,
We're
yeah.
stretching.
Yeah.
But we might think of some more good ones as the battle progresses. We'll see. We'll bring them to you right away if we think of any more. He's away with the boards though, that Johnny Flynn. Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
Right, here we
Right.
go. Second half of this one. Paulius to lead in. Johnny Flynn, the TH Components boss man, looking for that spot in the top. Oh, drops a wheel, bit of contact.
Yeah, big dive there from Johnny, I think, in the chase.
Yeah, but unlike the footballers, they don't take a dive and they keep in it. And here we go. Paulius on that perfect line as they come up the hill. Johnny tucks in, looking to just get that perfect transition to try and get back onto the door. Doesn't manage to make up the ground, but now tucks into the pocket. This is where Paulius really put the pressure on. Johnny now loses some ground though, gets caught in the smoke, keeps it going and they go across the line. This one's close, Mike.
Yeah, it's definitely a close battle. We thought it was going to be, Eddie. Very similar machinery. S chassis with 2Js and very similarly talented drivers and relatively similar experience. Maybe slightly more experience with Paulius, I think, but overall quite a similar level of machinery and driver, and we knew it was going to be a close one as a result. As we just go back here, and the judges are just wanting to see what happened there when it appeared that Johnny Flynn made the big dive, but was it because Paulius ran a little bit wide here and went slightly off track, lost the grip, maybe got caught a couple of the marbles? It was. I think Paulius actually went a little bit wide and put a tyre on the concrete there, Ed.
Yeah, and it's marginal as well, Mike. It's only a small little error. It's not like he goes, off by quite a bit, but it's enough to be a talking point. It's enough to make a difference to the chase driver, and Johnny Flynn certainly had to make adjustments as a result. So did that cost him then proximity? With judges having a good discussion about this one.
Yeah, judges having a good chat. We can sometimes eavesdrop on them there on our left hand side, but they are of course mic'd up to each other and each other alone with headsets and can discuss this one in great depth. Now look at that. I think it's a little bit 6 1/2 dozen in the other Eddie, as we often say. It's a little bit of a grey area, so it's up to the judges, but definitely Paulius dropped the wheel. Johnny was on a charge anyway, but maybe the lead car did slow up slightly, but it's not a huge issue either. It's not going to be a total
You guys still hung out though. That's awesome.
moment. So we are hearing a possible result dropping in here, Eddie.
Yes, Mike.
All
I don't
right.
think there'll be too many people.
We get any updates on Drift the Streets? Someone I think sent me a message on it.
And it is going to be a one more time. I think they're both enjoy the opportunity and the prospects of a one more time. Look, they're having a great time down there. Hugs all around. And as I say, two of the nicest guys on the grid, two of the friendliest guys, big characters behind the scenes. And you know what? I think they'll.
You guys want to set up some sort of some sort of goal?
And the crowd down there at the end of the bank.
Could do a member goal.
Corner with one of the best views in drifting, I think.
Let me know. What do you guys think? Do we do let's do something fun here. We're just hanging out watching drifting, but I get a little skin in the game, a little competition. I've got a bunch of promo shirts have been sent by companies.
From here on in, the next 4 battles has championship.
We could do something with that.
Dwayne McKeever currently sits in 2nd position, 8 points behind Harry Kerr.
See, I don't know what that sound is.
Stephen Halferty, and already you can see the difference in grip.
I have no idea. I don't know if you guys hear it.
As Dwayne McKeever gets right onto that perfect qualifying line, Halferty, who would normally have his 2JZ powered E36 here and would have been a little bit more in this fight, is struggling to keep pace. He's having to sacrifice his circuit. And if Harry Kerr was watching on, this is exactly what he doesn't want to see. What he wanted to see was Stephen Halferty chasing down the door, putting the pressure on McKeever. But right now, McKeever looking flawless. 3-time Irish, 3-time UK champion. Multiple-time contender and podium winner in the Drift Masters Championship, one of the most decorated drivers in world drifting. And can he add one more notch to his belt? Well,
what do you think? Do we do, if we hit 5 members, do we do something?
As he looks very calm and comfortable out on circuit, Mike.
Yeah, as you mentioned, unfortunately, Stephen.
Who do we got?
Having 2JZ.
We got a few people in here that are not members yet. So I would say if we can hit 5 members, I will pick one of those, one new member today and ship them one of my shirts for free. What do you think of that?
Harry Kerr is currently 8 points ahead of
So for 99
after
cents,
qualifying. If Dwayne McKeever gets knocked out here for any reason,
you could jump in and
that Harry Kerr wins.
it's 99 cents a month is what it costs.
So anything can happen from here on in, but it needs to be one pass of the circuit without any
Listen,
issues
definitely get
here
paid
for
before
Dwayne
you
McKeever in order
spend
to
money
stay
on
in the
stuff.
fight.
So yeah,
He's
don't worry
done
about
his
that.
first job right, which was qualifying. Next job was to put in a perfect lead line in his top 32, which he's done. Now he just needs that perfect chase, and he's finding it here against Halferty. He's doing everything he can in the lead position, but you know what? Going in against Halferty is probably one of the best things that McKeever
we could do something else instead. We don't have to do something that's money-wise. Obviously, want to make sure you guys are all subbed, because that's big.
He takes all the risks, but he's looking for all the marbles. He gets caught in a cloud of smoke, but he makes it across the line crucially. And Mike, I don't know.
Yeah, membership is only 99 cents a month. That's all it is. It's super cheap. There are higher tiers of membership, but the base level gets you almost everything.
But I'm going to show you how good I am. I'm going to gauge myself.
On 5 members, swap hats.
He's setting himself up
easy. I was going to do a free T-shirt.
I have to assume from that chase that he has. Look at this transition.
I got a bunch of the green ones. I'll just swap to another green one.
Out of his S15. And
But yeah,
it
let's do
worked
that.
perfectly
If
behind
we
the back,
hit,
but he showed
if we get
the
5
work
member
that-
signups
and
today,
basically he
one
said,
of the we've already got
"Hey,
one
Harry,
that signed
these guys
up.
are good buddies as well. They're gonna have great fun." But he says, "Okay, Harry,
Then,
it's over to you now, buddy."
Yeah,
I will
well,
ship
it's
one
over
of
to the
those
judges'
people that have
decision.
signed
It's
up. If we
coming
get over
through. Will
5,
it
then
Calvary or will
it's
it
over
be
5.
Dwayne
So
McKeever to keep the championship hopes alive, and it is McKeever moving on. The Northern Smoke Machine takes a spot in the top 16.
segue question: as a
and
fellow
says,
as a fellow
"Harry
Florida
Kerr,
boy,
over
who
to
just
you."
finished his car, Leadfoot
And
City,
indeed, it is over
OSW,
to
or
Harry Kerr, who
other?
we will see in action in a couple
Oh,
of battles time. In the meantime,
depends
the
on what
man
you wanna
who will
do.
have to face off against
OSW,
McKeever
there's a
will
lot
be
of private
probably
days that
next
are
in the
available,
both
so
on
you
the
can do
likes.
that.
It is young Marcus
Leadfoot
Hyman.
City
It is
has
the
got
upcoming Ballantyne driver against Darrell
great
Barnett,
tire wear.
who
Like you're not
has,
going to
I
go
would
through
say,
tires
about
there.
14
There's an
years
event this
15 years
weekend down in
experience.
Palm Beach,
Yeah,
I
easily.
believe, but I think it's a pre-approved thing.
For a while as well.
Um,
So here we go. Darrell Barnett.
So yeah, it
leads
just
the
it
line
really
in that
just
lead position.
depends. And then
A
Sebring, they
perfect
do
lead
events
line.
every
He
once in a
does
while,
open up
but
quite a sizable gap here
OSW
to
you're going to
Marcus
find the
Hyman,
most amount of stuff.
as Hyman
If you
does
win, you
try
want
to
a
get
hat.
himself
That's
back
that's
into
totally
this one,
fine,
the Pro
Kaz.
2 driver.
No, I don't mind giving away free stuff. Like I said, basically at this point, 2 of the shirts are paid for by sales because I only make like I don't make a ton off of shirts. Once again, if you go to the website, you can see exactly how much I make off everything. I'm very, very honest about it.
Caught the
So.
tires, shot it off, and it has to be a mistake from the lead driver, causing the collision there with Heinen, and a good shunt between both drivers here.
Yeah, really big shunt, and you can just see, as we said, look, not the perfect lead line there from Darrell in any ways, but Marcus, as you say, just the Pro 2 driver, just struggling for the pace. But it's never over till it's over, Mike. And yeah, as you see coming into
Yeah,
the
I don't
here,
mind
Darrell
with
Barnett
money. So
gets into that zone.
Lixter and a
Not
medium
perfect.
coffee.
This is
All
where it
right,
starts to go wrong here. Is he just
so we need 3 more.
you can see he slows quite a bit.
It
Yeah.
slows quite a bit.
So
I
he
thought
obviously
he
3
sees it
more.
I could
See if
almost
what
see
else
him
we
for
can
the tire.
get.
Yeah, he was heading for the tires.
Got
that's for
20
sure.
people
It's
here.
a
There's
slight
no
thing
everybody
usually
is
does
a
to go off. It's not
member.
unheard of.
Make sure to
Usually these
link your
drivers are nicely
Discord
in their lanes,
and
second
your
into the car, up the
YouTube
corner, that's
because there is
it.
like
But
private chats
Darrell
within
there, maybe
Discord
just
as
pushing a little
well.
bit too hard or
For if you
something.
guys haven't
Yeah,
jumped in the
maybe
Discord
that's,
either,
maybe you gotta
highly
keep it
recommend
or
that. That's
something,
kind of
you
where
know?
you're going to get
You know?
the vast
It's hard to
majority
know.
of
Yeah,
cool
they're queued back
information.
up, so you'd expect maybe if it was a DB that
You would.
be gone back inside or
Yeah.
pointing the car over that direction. But yeah, no signs of anything like that.
Did it work? I
Um,
just still the members thing.
I think perhaps just stayed in.
What did what work? I think you've been a member for a minute.
Yeah, let's see. He was right
He-
on the wall here, and okay, you know
He's
what
on-
happened to Med? He cut the track.
Yeah.
He essentially went to the left and then.
I
the
should
right.
set up something that
He
like
just
tells
didn't stay
people
on
that like
outside
the majority of the
all way.
conversations happen in
He came
Discord.
away from
But
that perfect line and then tried to get back into it and went a little
Siraj
too far to the
Mira.
right.
It does camber off there quite a bit,
It does.
so it's very easy. It's you just get that a little bit wrong.
I have to
and
look,
keeps pulling
Siraj,
down
but I can
towards those
find out.
tires, and I think that's essentially what's after happening
membership.
to Darrell Barnett. But it's opened up the door for young
Uh,
Marcus Heinen.
Did they hit wheels? Was that why the car jumped into the air? Did both cars collide on the wheel? In which case, there's quite possible that there's good.
Oh, this is what we're
damage
doing. We're gifting
The
memberships now.
E46 rear suspension would be a bit more
for
sturdy,
some
I
reason,
think.
Siraj just
The
didn't come
hubs
up.
can take a little bit of bending on them for sure. They've got a big rear trailing arm. The Silvia has multiple.
That's interesting.
Control arms on the rear camber.
And I don't know if
traction,
gifting
and
works,
they're
so-
a little bit more susceptible to bending, I think.
It should
they're
pop up. I do
quite
see you on
beefy,
here.
so
It may just
you
take a
have to,
second to pop up
see-
on the
is that a
actual
broken wheel on
update
Marcus's
thing,
car,
but
or
we'll
is it
see.
It's just a black sticker, is it? Yeah, it's just a black sticker, I think.
No, it looks like it is actually broken.
'Cause I am
Mike.
showing-
You're right. And it
Let's
looks.
have a look.
Yeah, there's a big break in
Yeah,
it.
Joe,
Quite a
Kaz,
sizable
Siraj,
break in that wheel.
Flickster. We might be up to 5 already.
Yeah, so Marcus Heinen.
I don't know why
definitely
it's
getting
not
some
popping
damage
up.
on
It
that
might
car,
take a
which is to be
second.
expected after that. Not
Dude,
so much
I-
pointing the right direction
Streamlabs
either, Eddie.
widget
And
integration
really,
is
of course,
brutal. If there is a better
the judges
way,
do deem that
a better
which is
streaming
what we
platform, let me
expect to
know
be
because
the
it's
lead driver's
actually
fault, that
frustrating
Marcus will
how
be given
ridiculous it
competition time out
is.
to fix his S13 because the damage incurred would of course be the fault of the lead
Yeah, but it
driver,
doesn't.
not
It didn't
Marcus's
track
fault,
on the
because
thing,
he
and it doesn't
wasn't
even track
expecting
on my
in
mini
full
feed.
acceleration zone,
So
they wouldn't be
silly.
expecting the lead car to slow. But Eddie, we have to move on. We'll get back to that. Here is another one, not directly affecting the championship, but it'll
Yeah.
be one affecting the championship because these guys have to get through one of these two drivers in order to win it.
Yeah, look, and I think
I have
this
like a
is,
report on
in
YouTube, so I
no
can pull
way
that
any
up.
Disrespect to Matt
Well,
Derry
it's
here.
not. It's not so
But
much
Pro
like
2
Twitch or
driver,
YouTube. It's like
doesn't have the
Streamlabs.
experience that Dylan Garvey
um,
has. If he takes down Dylan
Oh, thank
Garvey,
you,
or if something
Siraj.
goes wrong here,
It's
he would be
it's the
expected not
streaming
to beat dealing
software that I
battery,
use to like
machinery
post all of it
different,
up is the frustrating
experience is
part.
different. But if he can, if something goes wrong, if he maybe just has the battle of his life here and takes down Dylan Garvey,
he is capable of it.
He is capable of it on his day.
He is. And he has 2 turbos.
Harry Kerr will
Oh,
definitely be
interesting.
watching this
I might
with
have
a
to
keen
build my
eye
own
because
bot.
he'll
I
be
might have to do
hoping
something
for Matt
because
to take
like
down
it's
Dylan.
so
In
incredibly frustrating
Driver's seat, Eddie, because he's
to
up
be like,
next
oh,
and
I
he's
know
gonna be
this thing
watching
is
with a
happening.
Very, very keen eye.
Like I built my own
So,
Shopify
yeah,
bot,
guys,
and that
this is a
works
huge
so much
battle for
better.
the championship indirectly, but it will still.
I'm
affect it,
partnered for
because
mini
Harry
painting
Kerr,
of all things.
or Kieran Casey,
I'm not sure what
is the
that
winner
is.
of this one next, as Dylan Garvey, the higher qualifier,
Well,
leads
look
in
at
Matt Derrin with the twin turbo V8.
Yeah, and look at the aggression from Matt straight from the off. He is coming for it here, and spoke to Dylan Garvey in the break. He wasn't discounting Matt Derrin one bit. Matt is right
Okay,
with
got
him,
it.
and he's putting the pressure on here, Mike. He's coming for it, and he just needs to keep in it. Touch it. Go
Now I have any
dips
issues
into
when I
the
used
inside
it
of the
to
track
stream
there
on
just a
Twitch
little
with
bit,
Stream
trying to keep that
Elements.
proximity. Look at the line though from Garvey. Oh, and Matt.
Oh,
shuts it down
okay,
a little
okay,
bit,
gotcha.
and maybe
Miniature
tuck
painting.
down into the
I thought it was
inside,
like a piece of
bit of a
software or
straighten, and
something.
it's just not able to keep with
So
the
I am
pace
showing
of the car
on
Dylan
my
Garvey,
end
and that's the difference,
1,
Mike. That's
2,
what we're
3,
speaking about, you know.
4,
It really
5
needs- all things just
new
need to,
members.
fall in
So
favor,
we've already hit it.
of a
But
Pro 2
obviously it's
driver
not
and Pro
coming
2
up, so
car
I'm wondering if I
coming
have
up
to like
against, you know,
completely reset
a driver
this.
that's, you know, Drift Masters level.
Yeah, absolutely, Ed.
Yeah,
again,
and that's the thing too. If somebody
zero
gifts it,
disrespect
it
to
doesn't
Matt.
pop up
He's,
either.
one
It's
of the
so
top
silly.
guys coming up through Pro 2, and a great guy on
May have
the
to, like,
gravy.
reset the
Dylan
widget.
Garvey is different gravy, as we
Because
say.
even the mini feed
He
is not
joins,
showing
he joins the group that we say Harry Kerr sat
YouTube
at the
members.
table with
So
this
something
year,
is
which
going
Dwayne
on.
McKeever, James Dean, Jack Shannon, Connor Shannon, Tomas Kiley.
Exactly, you know, and that's what we're talking about. We're
He's
talking
in-
about a Pro
he's in
2
those
driver
couple of guys.
versus a driver that is, you know, comfortable to be, you
Yeah.
know, discussed.
See,
in-
and then
in
this
the
one
circles
pops
of
up.
the
Unless it's that
McKeevers,
delayed.
the Shanahans and the Deans, like you say. So it's certainly no disrespect. We got the second half of this one, and who knows? Absolutely anything can.
This is
and
what I
does
mean,
happen
like,
here in drifting. And
if
Matt
it
Derrin
if it
now
if it
with
never
clean air
worked,
in front of
I
him,
would be
more than
happier
capable of putting in
than what
a
it's doing
perfect
right
lead
now.
line. Can he find it here? Can he force a mistake from Garvey
Bit of
from the
frustrating
lead
from
position?
Garvey there, actually.
Exactly, yeah. Some mistakes coming into the run from Garvey from the chase position as he looks to try and find a way into the top 16. But look at the smoke
Very,
here
very
from Matt's
close.
E36. Incredibly well
I
built
think,
car,
honestly, I think
incredibly
we've
well
already
put
got it.
together, and he nerves of steel here as he holds
I had
his
to like
own
pull it
here
up though.
with Garvey. But Garvey, ever so clever, just keeping a safe distance. Now looks for the door, puts that extra little bit of sauce onto it, and they get themselves across the line. And you know what? I think it was a valiant effort there from Matt Derrin.
Yeah, see,
and
like
certainly
even
didn't look, anyway
YouTube-wise,
out of
it's
place.
not
Um,
showing
but
it.
think
I don't
Dylan
know.
Garvey
I have
maybe
no
just
idea.
had enough over the 2 runs, Mike.
Yeah, I would say
It's
so.
so
Would have
frustrating.
been the favourite coming in as well, just because of his experience, like you mentioned, and the level that he's at. But Matt Derrin doing a good job overall on the 2 runs. But I would say that Dylan looks like he has the advantage, and we'll just make it official. Both guys having fun. Guys, round of applause for Matt Derrin and Dylan Garvey, and your winner
Their
going
box.
through
I
to
have to
the
like
top
refresh
16
something.
will be Dylan
YouTube
Garvey. And
members.
we will see him possibly putting the cat amongst the pigeons in this championship fight, but we'll have to see as Matt Derrin.
It should be 5. It should be actually at 5. But even YouTube is not reflecting everybody
It's quite a
that's
bit
signed
of the
up.
fun they're having down there. This is what I love about drifting. Look at that. Matt, absolutely delighted. Dream
Just
weekend for
crazy.
him. And, you know, for me, an opportunity to go up against somebody like Dylan Garvey for any Pro 2 driver is a win in its own. You know, you don't expect.
Yeah,
win.
I might
There's
have to
no
refresh the
pressure. Just go
widget.
out there, have a good time, and look good doing it. And that's exactly what he did. As we go back,
Let's see if
to
I
one
can
more
do that
time between
here.
Paulius do the dishes and
Include
the Falcon,
resubs.
Johnny Flynn. Can Paulius knock the Falcon off his perch? Well, we are about to find out.
Yeah, see if I refresh it, it goes to 0.
I've no words. I'm out of words. That was yet another
Here we go.
related pun. Yeah, well done.
Johnny to lead them in.
I'm going to double check and see what our actual number is, and I will update it.
Better every time they make a pass to the circuit. Johnny looking really comfortable on that wide line. Really seems to have that car dialed in. And Paulius losing a little bit of ground here. He's going to need to find something
1,
special here because this is a bigger gap than he
2,
had in the
3,
first
4,
the first battle,
5,
and he's
6.
really given the
See, I
opportunity
have
here for Johnny
7,
Flynn. Maybe
including
Johnny just,
rejoins.
you know,
So let's do
reset
this.
himself, made the necessary
end the
adjustments,
goal,
and
then go.
he's not ready for an early bat just yet. It looks like as he
Let's
absolutely
do
stomped through that lead run.
10.
Really impressive
We're
there
gonna
from
be
Johnny
at
Flynn. Paulius
7.
with, what seemed like very little answer, Mike.
Yeah, very impressed with Johnny there on that one. Loving the early bat pun as well there for the plumber. But really impressed with Johnny's line there overall. Maybe not, while it's not perfect, I don't think anybody's being perfect in this track. As you can see if you're watching here live or at home, it is very, very difficult. These are the top guys in Ireland, and they're all struggling with But the line and the grip levels on this track, and according as we go through the battle bracket, I think that'll improve. But everybody's struggling, so Johnny doing a good job in the lead, and Paulie is not.
I mean, if you wanna remake all this, I mean, with the way that Claude's working right now, I think I may just have to remake my own software because it's so frustrating.
Big 6-cylinder JZs.
So frustrating.
A mid-sized coupe of a Sylvia.
Yeah, very difficult.
If anybody else wants to join, we can see if it's working now. I've refreshed everything and I've updated it. I've set it to 10, so we could do another giveaway at 10 if you want. And then it's like every 5. We do a free giveaway or something.
He's an impeccable man, Eddie.
He certainly is. Here we go. Second half of this one. Paulius to lead them in. And Paulius. Does Johnny.
He's not got an impeccable entry here.
No, Johnny's got it all wrong. And
Johnny's got it all wrong.
You know what? That's heartbreaking for Johnny.
So I want to figure where the dinging is coming from.
It all went wrong, Eddie.
It really did. It all went.
No, we actually have more than that.
Sure, maybe
I have it pulled up on my thing.
Well, Eddie,
Johnny may not be the top level pro driver, but a very, very talented driver and capable behind the wheel, and very unlike him to see an unforced error of that caliber unless there's a mechanical.
You'd never know. I mean, the cars were being tried to cool down. ECUs can cut out these cars.
Yeah.
Because even what's going on the live stream, like on this live feed, is not correct.
If he missed the gear,
So it's obviously a YouTube issue because I can see the membership sign up in the back end.
You press all the buttons,
And
all the levers. So he might have just.
When you look back at the replay, he never really gets.
It's different than what's coming up on this. So
we're hearing that he missed the gear, and you can see it. I was going to say you can never. He never really got the car going. Gets it into gear.
Yeah, I did see the BMW wagon.
As soon as you can see him demonstrating it there to Paulius. Guys, give him a round of applause. But it will be Paulius do the dishes going into the top 16. And that is the last that we will see of Johnny Flynn in 2025 in the Irish Drift Series.
We might have to see him at the awards night.
Yeah, I think maybe
I had a
Johnny
wagon for a
will,
bit.
Take the few beers that
Got rid of it, unfortunately. Very sad about that. I had to move, so I had to get rid of it.
These things happen, Mike, and just goes to show such a simple thing like a missed gear, and it could make or break a weekend. It could even make or break a championship.
It can,
and the championship is exactly what is on the line right now.
Speaking of which, exactly. Championship is exactly what's on the line right now. So Dwayne McKeever, guys, has progressed to the next battle bracket in the top 16, meaning that he has gained obviously some points over Harry Kerr. Harry Kerr had been 8 points ahead of him coming into the battle.
Oh yeah, Tomas Kiley, top
Kerr,
left.
to stay in the championship race,
Speaking of Irish,
has to win this battle.
Yes, because right now Dwayne McKeever is actually
Jesus.
in the championship.
Correct.
So here we go. This one is absolutely huge. This is what Harry Kerr has been dreaming about. This has been the goal for the last, well, probably 10 years, if not longer.
And he came so close last year, but Alan Hines took the win in the end right here.
Exactly, and what an opportunity it would be to do it with the likes of Dwayne McKeever on the grid. This is the opportunity that drivers dream about, but he's got to go through Kieran Casey.
Good job, Tomas.
And right now, this is a nightmare situation because he has to win. He cannot leave anything to doubt. Track conditions have changed.
Yeah, it would be cool if he did a full season.
One of the best in the business. He is one of the best in the country. Harry Kerr finds his way into that outer zone. Not perfect by any stretches so far, but it's enough to open up a little bit of a gap here to Kieran Casey, who straight lines a little bit and
ooh, that's a good question.
Huge favor for Harry Kerr, makes a mistake and goes on to the
I think we do.
Harry Kerr now.
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Do we do a giveaway for the first 5 and then a giveaway for the second 5?
Through this battle. Now Casey finds the door. He finds the rear quarter of the E46 of Harry Kerr, but the Kerminator shows nerves of steel.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I can still see it creeping into his mind there, Eddie, a bit what's at stake here. But overall, he kept his nerve throat to run Kieran Casey with quite a scrappy chase run there. Unfortunately,
I don't really care.
Harry Kerr holding it together, not a perfect
2
line,
giveaways, okay. But do we separate those giveaways as in, so like the first 5 people are in one giveaway and the second 5 people are in a different giveaway?
And at this moment in time, he's done enough to give himself.
I got an entire rack over there.
Half of this one, but do enough to win. Garvey, crucially.
All right, let's do that. Every 5
unstoppable
is entered in. So the first 5 that signed up, they will get into one, and the second 5 get into another one.
I think if he gets this one under him,
I think he will
settle.
Yeah, I think
still looking to see if there's any other live drifting going on.
And also remember that Harry Kerr's party piece is a chase driver, but we are seeing him cooling down here, guys. His 2JZ is overheating here possibly as well. So Harry Kerr taking an extra cool
buy the big coffee.
Temperatures seem to creep
there is large coffee. There is some cool stuff with that because I think you get a discount if
I
you
mean,
get
I think
large
we're-
coffee,
the
if I remember
drivers, from a
correctly.
driver and mechanical point of view, we're almost
should know
blessed that the
this.
sun isn't shining here in Kerry, Mike, because this track really is, it's just so tough to keep the temperatures down. But we are almost ready to go with the second half of this one. We already know McKeever is in the top 16. He took down Stephen Halfordy, and he will be going against Daryl Barnett or Marcus Heinen. But that won't matter for the moment, because what does matter is that Harry Kerr is at a points deficit, and if he does not win this battle, if he doesn't take down Casey right here, right now, then he is going home with second place in the championship. He tucks in behind Casey as Casey fulfills a perfect lead line through that first section. Harry Kerr right there with him, doing exactly what he needs to do, holding back, holding his nerve. It all comes down to this for Harry Kerr right now.
The nerves, Eddie, it's all on the line. It is literally all on the line right here. If he makes a mistake, that is all she wrote. He's doing everything right so far. Kieran Casey's not making it very easy there with that funny line coming into the teardrop. But Harry Kerr does everything bang on. Kieran Casey now is back on line. Beautiful finish to the left on Casey, and Harry Kerr crosses the line right alongside him there, Eddie. And I think he's after doing plenty enough.
I think so, Mike. Inclined to agree with you. I think it's a perfect chase and not so perfect lead line there from Kieran Casey.
It is interesting how RDS does all their breakdowns. I actually kind of like that. It's very
will go back
transparent.
You know what? I've never seen a chink in his armor before today, and he looked a little bit unsettled earlier on in the break, but he is going through and he regains the championship lead. He's in the top 16.
I gotta figure out what the hell this ding is coming from.
You know what? It makes no difference to my life, but I'm on edge, so I can only imagine what it's like for these guys. And he will go up against Dylan Garvey.
So it's McKeever versus whoever wins.
We don't know yet. Yeah.
Whoever wins between Marcus and Daryl Barnett. It's McKeever versus them, and it's Dylan Garvey versus Harry Kerr in the bottom right-hand side of the bracket. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, look, we throw around the line. You couldn't write it. You couldn't script it in drifting. These guys haven't been on the same quarter of a bracket, I think, all season long. It's always been the finals where they've met, or Final Four, grade eight.
Qualified first and second as well.
And it's only at this point. You wanted to come down to a battle between the two of them.
Ding means fries are done, yeah.
To be knocked out. And no disrespect to Dylan Garvey here, and I think he even felt a little bit awkward when I spoke to him. He has an awkward part to play in how this championship is decided.
He does. I met him yesterday. He was down at Group D, as I mentioned, getting half shafts, and I said to him,
interesting that RDS does like side by side for the two qualifying runs. That's interesting.
Both our top two are in the top 16. Dylan Garvey and Harry Kerr, that battle may not matter, because if one of these two drivers, Marcus Heinen or Daryl Barnett, whichever one progresses, can take down Dwayne McKeever, well then Harry Kerr automatically wins the championship. And what happens between Dylan Garvey and Harry Kerr at that point will be irrelevant, and nobody will even care. So we could be worrying about something that may not even matter.
Well, it really is in their own hands, Eddie. Their destiny is in their own hands, because if they keep going, they just have to keep winning the battles, and if they do, whoever keeps winning wins this championship. It's as simple as that.
That's exactly it, Mike. You've broken it down to the bare bones.
That's as easy as it gets. So, the man to face off against Dwayne McKeever. Remember, I think we're going to see a big advantage here for Marcus Heinen, the Pro 2 driver, because Daryl Barnett went off track, hit the tyres, and caused a collision between both drivers. I wouldn't say it might not even be, was it a 10-0, Eddie? Was their total stop? Probably was. Well, there wasn't total stop, but we'll have to see what the judges say. But you know what? If Heinen has a nice lead run here, I think it's going to be a Heinen progression.
Sorry, I got caught up on my phone there for a minute.
Quite a sizable
did we ever get an answer about the Czech street drifting thing?
The door here for Heinen Jr. and again, Daryl Barnett just manages to avoid the tyres this time around, but just starts to drift off a little bit too wide there as he exits the teardrop.
I know why. It was chat box notifications. That's what was dinging.
With that big mistake, could it be Marcus Heinen, the Pro 2
That's
driver,
what it was.
into the top 16 to face up against McKeever? I think if you're Harry Kerr, you'd be wanting to see Daryl Barnett with the experience maybe going up against McKeever.
Yeah, possibly, but the hunger of Heinen, he's like, I'm up against
God, I'm still hungry.
Should he progress? And you know what? That might.
I don't know what the heck I want to eat. I had some leftover hash browns. I don't know what else to have though.
Gone in his life, so the judge is just watching this one back once more.
Could make some eggs, but it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Hitting the tires, I would say it's a kind of a cut and dried case here, Eddie. That
Oh,
Heineken
and we're still
goes
getting
through,
dings.
But let's have a look at this one. I mean, there wasn't a lot of proximity, to be fair, between Barnett and Heinen up to that stage.
Would
So
I ever judge?
Barnett
I
had a
mean,
big advantage
I'm
before
not going to say I would
completion
never,
tires.
but I don't have a lot of interest
Yeah,
in
the question
judging, to be
then would
honest with
be,
you.
would it have maybe
Not
brought
a
it
ton
back
of
to,
interest.
You know, a 5-5, 6-4 kind of scenario.
And Barnett drives across
Oh,
the
yeah.
line.
Online drifting is
yeah, look,
insane too. It's
yeah,
it's
that run
so
finished.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of
so
assume it was a
competitive that
10-0.
like
You have to assume it was a
I don't
10-0.
know.
Barnett drove across the line after the
very
crash.
very
We could
difficult
be
to
wrong. We are
judge in
just
a lot of
mere
cases.
morons.
The high levels at least.
But here we go. Who's going through to the top 16? It is Marcus Heinen, and you are correct, Mike.
I need some
No need
sugar.
to go back to the judges,
No, I
pretty
don't want
straightforward.
sugar. I'm trying to cut
Uh,
out sugar as
Can
much as I
assume that
can.
there was that 10-0 on
I
the
say that
first
and I had a
run.
fucking
Yeah.
bowl of
And
ice cream
Marcus
last
Heinen
night.
takes the final spot in the top 16, and we are.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to be the
with 16
commentator.
drivers, Mike,
I think
and the drama
judging is the
continues.
hardest thing in
No
drifting outside of
championship
driving
decided just
itself.
yet. Harry Kerr maintaining that championship lead.
Being a commentator is
We have some
relatively easy.
battles coming up that are
So,
going to, well,
At
from a
least to
spectator
me.
point of
At
view,
least to me it
very
is.
enjoyable, mouth-watering from a driver point of
Yeah.
view. If you're in the hunt for the championship, not exactly ideal situations, but you know what? This is what you.
I don't know how
you
long
put
the
yourself, you bring yourself to these events to put
this,
yourself in those types of situations as well. So I think
the
there'll be obviously the
Belarusian
opportunity just to have the
event is
opportunity
going
itself.
on, but
Absolutely, absolutely, Eddie. Have to agree. And that
blockchain
is
supports
obviously rough
drift.
for the top 32,
Sports
which
drift.
was a little
Interesting.
bit challenging on drivers. I think they found the grip levels very difficult, I would say, out there. But you know what? All those guys who progress now, they've
Mustang
had a
up
run
in
of the
RDS.
track, couple of runs of the track, in fact, and they'll know a little bit better on the setup. And sometimes, Eddie, you can let the car set up exactly the same way. And
Yeah, I think so.
drive
I
a
think
little bit
it's
harder and that
incredibly
makes up for the,
difficult
extra
to be a
grip as well,
judge right
the
now.
Extra momentum.
Hey,
that
what's
makes
up?
for the grip. So we do have the Hard Charger Award as well, guys. If you are watching here live at the track, you can vote by going on the Irish Drift Series YouTube
God.
and just put in your votes there on.
You should
the
go do it.
YouTube
You should go be a
comments. If
commentator.
you
I
are
think
watching
it's
on live
I think it's a super fun
YouTube,
job.
self-explanatory.
It's very
Get
difficult.
into the YouTube comments and just drop in your vote for
but
the
yeah,
Hard
I
Charger
think
Award. We will be
anyway,
giving
any of
trophy
us
for that
can
award.
get into the sport and support it in
whoever
some way.
captures your
I would
imagination,
definitely go for it.
whoever you think is the guy
It's
who
rewarding.
deserves
It's
that
stressful,
award
but it's
for this
definitely
round.
rewarding.
Be sure to get in the votes on YouTube. Or girl, indeed. It could be Adrian Wheatley or girl. So get in your votes, guys, for the Hard Charger Award. We will tot them up at the end of the event and award that trophy before the podium here in a couple of hours' time here at 360 Motorsports Park in Kerry. So just as we grid the top 16, we're just going to go to a couple of ads for a couple of minutes, guys. We'll be back very, very shortly.
I don't know if Z3s are trailing arm. I believe so. Could find out. It's a nice thing about the internet. Yeah, it looks like it. Good morning. Oh, what's up, Seb? See, we stuck around to a reasonable time. I don't think it's easy to be a competitive drifter anywhere right now without sponsors. I think you are better to learn how to market and spend more time doing that than it is driving. You'll have a better program by learning marketing instead of spending all that time learning how to drive. It's sad, but that's just the case. But that's so many. It started 2 hours ago. Yeah, it started 2 hours ago. So we've been on for a hot minute. And we were watching one series, and now we're watching 3. So yeah, I think that's some of it, but I think having a YouTube channel is just a default at this point. I think you have to do significantly more than just that. No, it started at 6. Oh, what, Samet? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind naming him. Like, obviously, he's not. He's a really good drifter, but he struggles, and I don't think that's like any. It's like not a shock, but he's got good funding, so why not? right? I mean, Adam struggled in the beginning, but now he doesn't. He fucking crushes. Listen, look at. See? Got to support. Don't worry about it, Sub. Or Suba. I call you Sub, but I think it's Suba. I can swap that if you want. I don't mind watching Samet's content. I don't watch a lot of it, but I don't mind watching a little bit. Sub is fine. All right. Some of us are here at 6. Yeah, you guys are troopers, man. You guys are troopers for hanging out. I mean, this is like, we've got a lot going on here for sure, so. 7 hours for the French series. Yeah, I probably got maybe an hour left in me, to be honest. Yeah. That's all good. Don't worry about it. I have no life. 11 a.m. Yeah, I figured this is going to be mostly European, considering the timing. Figured almost nobody on the West Coast. Although I think we got 1 or 2 people that were like up super early. Or up late, but... No, I knew this was going to be a European one. That's why I did the free shipping over $50 to just to make sure. You don't have a life. It's just you just decide to do something else with your life. That's all it is. So yeah, I mean, Europeans love drifting, so I knew that was going to be a thing. What's interesting though, like, is like as I've looked through like different live streams and stuff like that, is noon is the perfect time for me to stream. Noon on a Saturday, because that means like Europe, you're going to be 7 to 8 to 9 p.m. East Coast, you're going to be noon. West Coast, you're going to be like 9 a.m. So to me, that's the perfect time for me to stream. I can't do it with this because like I have to get certain events and stuff going. Although I could rewatch stuff, but that's the best one. So 3 hours from now. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything in 3 hours from now. Sorry, Flick. We were looking at there's a Czech event where they're drifting on the streets. We were going to throw that on because we've obviously got multiple streams going on right now. But, yeah. Jesus. I might tune in and just watch that later. But yeah. There's a lot going on this weekend.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final round of the Irish Drift Series, brought to you by Lucky Day Competitions and Red Bull. There is an incredible title fight on our hands. We are in the top 16, and our first battle will be one of the Garvey brothers, David Garvey, to take on last year's Pro 2 champion and our top qualifier today, Jakob Krzyzak. Jakob, of course, Mike, as we've mentioned,
Just realized
in
this
the hunt for,
IDS thing is from
in the
8 months
championship.
ago.
And,
Jesus.
do you know what? Back-to-back seasons for him in between Pro 2 and Pro last year, and now another strong finish in Pro. He's really knocking on the door, and certainly a driver.
Yeah,
to
it's
watch,
pretty wild how much is
in
going
terms
on.
of championship potential for the future.
I don't think I've showed
Today,
you guys
beneath
yet,
the
but
line,
give me
it
1
is
second. I'm
Jakob
going to show you the new
in
shirt that
David
just
Garvey.
dropped.
Garvey
If you haven't
open
seen it
to,
yet.
well, get his own taste of silverware here this weekend and get himself back on the podium if he can do so. But he's going to have to take down Jakob here, and Jakob on a really nice wide line, as we've become accustomed to seeing from the Polish driver. And he just starts to turn the screw here now as he pulls away from Garvey. Garvey trying to find that little bit extra.
Check this bad boy
But he
out.
just can't get the proximity, getting lost
So
in
one,
the smoke, Mike. And what a
front.
smoke machine that is.
Pretty,
14.9 is.
pretty simple.
And,
Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta
just
figure out
look
which
at the cloud
direction
of smoke
this
here
is.
that he's
Just my
after leaving
logo.
on track, Eddie.
And then on the
Absolutely,
back, if you haven't
crazy
seen
stuff.
this
As the sun
yet,
starts to come out here now,
says,
engine temperatures are going to increase,
sorry, I
track
can't.
temperatures are going to increase,
My
they're
car
going
is
to
on
be going
jack
through
stands.
tires a little bit quicker as well.
So
temps increase and
super pumped
yeah, everything's
with
gonna
how
get
these
turned
came
up.
out. And then obviously I've got like the future of drifting shirt that's behind me, and then the talk to me about drifting. So we are doing a giveaway. So we've already got 5
looking to cement his place as one of the top guys in Ireland. He's doing it very, very quickly.
I would like to
And
come back,
you know
but
what?
I'm going to be
Let's not
away at
count
my
him
son's
out in
hockey
this,
tournament,
third place
so I
championship
can't.
chase yet.
Yeah, so we're doing a giveaway right now
Crucially for him in
for
that,
anybody who's joined the
title,
membership,
that
the
third
first
place
5.
championship, hunt,
If we
he
hit
will
10, then that
on
second
his
5 will
own right, come up
also
against, his
get
rival, Ryusek,
into the giveaway. So
potentially
right
in the
now,
top 8.
let's see,
So,
the first
all
5
those
people.
positions will be potentially decided. Our championship order will be decided
What do
by
we
the end
got?
of the top 8, one way or another.
Yeah,
Mike.
qualifying first, of course, getting a huge amount of championship points out of qualifying alone.
So we've
Yeah,
got,
absolutely. Maximum points, 11
I don't know if this is done in the correct
available
order.
for qualifying in first position. So that will have gained him an advantage on Ryusek.
I have to scroll back
as
up.
it
Who's the
was
last
second
person
half
to
of this one.
join?
Garvey to lead
12.
in Jakub Kryzczak.
Okay. So first
Yeah, and this is
5
Dark
would have been
Jakob's
Joe,
positioning himself,
T6,
Eddie, just to
7,
get the run on the car,
Kazawaki,
and it's worked for him right
TK,
there with the
22,
lead car. He
8,
can
7,
play with it now, he can position himself where
and
he
then
wants.
Siraj, and then
he just needs to do it
Flickster.
again. Oh, Garvey
are our
dropped the
first
wheel like
5,
we've seen
and
a
then we've
couple of
got
drivers before him do.
Mr.
Lose a bit of
Tom,
speed as a result.
and
Cooper
then
makes the adjustment, stays
12
right in the pocket and dives
Amnesia
onto the
in the
door
second
of
group.
Garvey. This twin S chassis, twin 2JZ battle. Kuba almost caught in the pocket again, just leaves Garvey a little bit of room to transition. Nice outside line now from Garvey, getting to grips with his newly built S13. But look at this for Kuba.
That's
Two
actually
Group
funny,
D,
Siraj.
2 Group D sponsor cars here as well. Of course, these guys knowing each other well.
Yeah, it's tough. Like
fantastic
there are
win
some
there, but
shirts I
would
really
say
like
Kuba
with big
looking super
front
good
prints,
in
and
the
then
chase
other
there.
ones that it's tough. But those shirts are available on the store right now, as well as like posters. There's a bunch of stuff. But yeah, free shipping for any order over $50.
Yeah, Kuba just, he's ice running through his veins. He's such a cool customer. Loses a small bit of ground, but he's able to just get it back right there and tucks back onto the door, and he just stays there then for the remainder of the run. And as they both get out of the car, guys, give him a round of applause. David Garvey, Jakub Kryzczak, who's going through to the top 8? Will it be the Polish driver? Or will it be the Waterford man? It is Jakub Kryzczak moves in
It is
to
Jakub.
the grade 8, and his
So,
for a
if you
top 3
guys-
finish in the championship
I think almost
continues.
everybody in the chat right now is a member. That's the tough
Absolutely,
part.
and Dave Garvey
That
actually
is the
Waterford
tough
Kilkenny,
part.
so I always call him a Waterford man as well, but I've had to correct myself so many times. So
Yeah, I regularly make the mistake, Mike. I don't know why.
because Waterford land grabbed loads of land off Kilkenny, that's why. And we won't go into politics here.
Yeah.
Cork is the best anyway. We all know that.
It would be interesting,
So,
not to pressure anybody, to
moving
see
along,
if
it
our
is Jakub Kryzczak still
our
in the
Shopify
chase for
purchase
third place
widget
in
is
the
working. If
championship.
you want to put it
Puts
in
out
order,
this guy.
there is a
After dropping
widget
couple of
that will
rounds, goes to
pop
show
up,
how good he's been when he's
and
been
then if
here.
you leave a
Ryusek
message,
Hiba
it will do that as well.
versus
So
Nicky Davey and Ryusek Hiba could set himself up for a battle that will decide his third place in the championship.
that's a good point about the front shirts. I have like an incredibly aggressively loud front shirt that I really like. It's like a reflective Pikachu. It's insanely loud. But it's one of my favorite shirts. I like wearing it traveling. People seem to like it.
And Nicky Davey doing what he can here to stay in the fight, but just struggling to keep the pace very straight down the back straight.
Yeah, Nicky Davey completely losing drift there in the chase position. It's going to hurt him hugely, and he does it again. Not sure if he's actually having a problem here in his son Dean's car, because he's very much all over the place here. He's struggling quite a lot. Has he gripped up the car too much? Is he losing horsepower? Yeah, it looks like maybe Nicky Davey's car is set up extremely grippy here, extremely tight, because he's struggling to maintain drift even.
I've
at that
just
position.
bought me
Yeah,
coffee
but
and
the
yogurt.
problem, Mike,
Damn.
is that he got himself out of position, and from there, he's
Yeah,
on an
subs got
inside
it
line,
down. Yeah,
know,
feel
and
free to
no
give
matter
it a
what way
share.
the
We're gonna
car's set
be
up,
we'll
it's
be
not
around
gonna
for another at
really,
least 45 minutes. I think I'll
taking
stick around till
the
9
turn
Eastern.
back straight,
So, and
far
that
too literally, unfortunately.
shipping
I
deal
see
will
him there,
only
really
go
just,
till then.
We
could do,
lost in the smoke and struggling to kind of keep with the pace.
since
that
we've
Ryusek,
got our
and there's
first
a lot really
5,
going on there to try and
Why don't we
unpack,
do that? Why don't we get
for
our first
Nicky
5
Davey.
into a draw?
But no
Where's
matter
Indeed?
what way you look at it, it all amounts to a massive deficit going into
Let's
the second
see.
half
We
of
can get our
this
widgets
run.
going.
Yeah, the FD guys, Jack and Connor Shannon and James Dean. I know that I presume Jack is here. I haven't met him, but I know that Connor and James are here. I've met them both already. They would go well on this track, of course, because number 1, they're pretty good, and number 2, they're well used to the banked tracks. But the Irish guys still getting to grips with the big banks here, I think, Eddie.
Yeah, and I mean, it's an important factor to mention as well, and it is tricky, and it's it's a great place to drift, but you've got to be.
So we got our first
You've got to
5.
be consistent to get it right around here, and if you don't, any small
It's from a
mistake,
company called
can amount to
Neophoric.
huge consequences, as Nicky
Okay,
Davey is
one
finding
sec
out
here.
there.
We're
he's
gonna
just
hide the
caught
spin
on the
wheel while I
inside,
get
just
it
didn't
set
let
up.
that car wash wide enough, but he shut it down. So maybe, as you were suggesting, Mike, some issues with that car as the sun really starts to shine here in Kerry. Not something I was expecting, Mike. I
Okay.
left the shades in the car, and now I'm blinded by that sun. But yeah, look, really hasn't worked out here for Nicky Davey, and it looks as though Ryusei Akiba will be securing a spot in the Grade 8.
Yeah, absolutely. Ed, and beautiful scenes unfolding here in front of us. Fantastic to see the forest in the background, the wind turbines setting the scene here, and drift cars in the foreground. Beautiful livery there on Ryusei's car, and of course the very iconic at this stage Carrick karting liveries as well of the Davies in the foreground here. So beautiful views here in front of us, and 360 Motorsports Park in the hills of Kerry, of North Kerry, and yeah, delighted to be here and delighted to be witnessing this drifting, guys. Round of applause for Nicky Davey and Ryusei Akiba, and we can announce going through to the Grade 8, interestingly booking his place against his championship rival. It is Ryusei Akiba goes through, and he will face off against the one and only Jakub Krzyzak. And that
All right, cool. I think I got the spin wheel set up.
Might be could decide their championship as well, their championship
I
podium.
gotta figure out how to actually spin it.
We'll,
So I've got
we'll get to them
our first
in
5 in
the
here.
In the meantime, we have more pressing matters though, because we have a battle of two.
And I gotta
fighting
figure out how to
champions,
actually
young
spin
guns
this
at
thing.
stage. It is Davin Leahy from Waterford against Fionn Roach from Cork. These guys will know each other quite well. They're all around the same kind of stables of guys that they hang out with in the garages. So they'll be good friends all around the Shanahan garage, and this will be a bit of a.
How the hell
a
do I
friendly
actually
grudge
spin
match,
it?
Eddie.
Exactly, and you know, it's one of those on paper, Mike, very difficult to try and. It's really going to come down to who just drives better over the course of these two runs with these two in these two machines as well, because two very capable drivers, two very
okay.
similar
Guys ready?
styles and levels
What's
of
up, Water?
two
Yeah, no, I
fantastic
think I got it. Okay,
machines
we're gonna spin the
at their
wheel. So
disposal
whoever
here.
wins
Davin
this is
Leahy
our first
right
5 for
from the get-go,
members. Is
perfect
gonna
on
get to
that
pick
lead
out a
line.
free shirt, and I'll ship it
uh,
off to
there's
them.
quite a lot of pace here, as you can see, as you go down the back straight. But look at this from Fionn Roach, just comes out of that smoke cloud and just dives straight onto.
And
the
it looks like
water.
TJ2287
But makes a big dive onto the front wheel and makes
is the one who
contact.
got it.
Leahy able to
Hopefully you're
stay in,
here. I'm not seeing you in
Fionn
chat for a
Roach,
hot
but he's
minute.
got back out of it, and
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna have to
shuts it
stop
There you go.
Davin Leahy. Yeah.
we'll have to stop Davin.
TJ2287, shoot me a line.
Smoke there, but a big dive there from Fionn. We'll have to see once again.
Shoot me a line, and we'll get it sorted. You can message me in Discord or jump in here.
Yeah, it
So
certainly didn't look like it from
stash is thick. Thank
the
you.
first viewing
I gotta get
anyway,
it
Mike. We
trimmed.
didn't
I'm gonna
see
get trimmed when I go to
any
Ireland.
issues, from Davin Leahy. We'll get an opportunity to see that again now if you're watching on live stream. No,
Well, he did over-rotate. He
But
did rotate quite a lot
TJ
there, Ed.
he did, Mike, but I've seen a
2287,
lot of drivers do that and still make it
shoot me a
work. You
line,
know, he's
and
he-
I will
he
get
doesn't-
that.
he do-
You
he
tell me
doesn't
what
lift.
shirt you're looking
I
for,
don't
and I'll
know,
get that
it's
shipped
a bit
off to you.
over-aggressive from Fionn.
So like I said, we can do another one at 10
Now just watch the there's a lunge forward here. From,
once we get
you know,
there.
Fionn's not on the same amount of angle. Maybe does he get lost in the smoke a little bit?
Well,
He's a-
Devon rotated quite a lot, Eddie. Fionn definitely lunged, and once again, as we see so many times, it's a little bit of a grey area here. I think both drivers might have played their part here in this contact. Definitely a lunge from Fionn, but I think Davin did definitely pile on an unexpected amount of angle. He might have still made it work, Eddie. You did say that. That is definitely true. It's quite possible that he would have still just dialed on the angle, got back on the throttle at the right time.
But I can
just
throw in
mean,
too. You know
it's
what?
like
Screw it.
that.
Let's have some
it's
fun.
a
Give me 1
fast,
second.
snappy transition from Davin, but we've been watching people make that.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's what.
I
Look, that's
just
what
overheard our judges speaking there, and they were saying, "Can he maintain that angle all
I-
the way up the hill?"
and personally, I think he can, because
So
if you look
admittedly,
at the line that his rear wheel is on, like,
Was that the one I gifted a sub to?
Fionn's lost in the smoke, shoot for it
Maybe?
straight.
Yeah, and watch if you're here, guys. And
I don't
you wanna
know.
see what
I'd
we're
have to
watching,
go
get
back
the
and look.
phone,
If you wanna go
just
back
get
and
on the
take a
YouTube of
look.
IDS and just have a look at the live stream here, because you can see multiple.
I think
replays of
so,
this, and,
TK2287.
you can make up your
Oh,
own
you're
mind on this
right.
one, but it's definitely a tough
Okay.
ride.
Yeah.
Do we
this is the-
respin then?
these
What do
are
you
the ones
think?
Where you don't want to be a judge.
Yeah.
I think that Lee had a chance of making that work, but in my opinion, I think that he was going to have an adjustment to make that amount of angle work as he got up the hill. But I also think that Fionn was being extremely aggressive, as you want to be.
He's not
So
here.
It's
Okay.
quite a grey one, to be
Well,
honest.
So do
here go,
we
the second half of this one
take him out and we
Fionn
respin?
Roach to lead in Davin
You're
Leahy.
right,
Will we
you're
get
right.
something a
No,
little
you're
bit
right on
more
that.
Cement or concrete to the cement of the judge's decision here on the second half of this one, or will it be a clean pass to the run? And
Okay, so do we add?
ultimately make the judging decision.
Well, if he's not
absolutely like
here,
that.
it's a gifted
As
one.
a
I think
quick
you're
down
right.
Foot brake just to
I'm
set the
I'm
car there
I'm
for
okay with that.
Fionn Roach.
If it becomes an issue, I'm happy to
As-
send him a shirt as
Yeah, you
well.
see, Fionn
So then we
dials
would
on
take
huge
him
angle there
out and
himself.
put in
Maybe
Mr.
doesn't make it work perfectly,
Mr.
but quite a
Tom.
lot of drivers doing so at that section of the circuit. As
We
Davin Leahy now
respin.
tucks in onto the look.
Mr.
Proximity is
Tom.
across the line. Really impressive stuff
Yeah.
there from Davin Leahy.
Unfortunately, we have to lose one of these two drivers, and they've been
So
super
it should be
entertaining,
updated now.
so
They've-
far. But great chase there from Leahy, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've created so much
Why
smoke
is it
from
not
those two cars,
updated?
Mike, that it's managed to penetrate the glass here in the container that we're in.
Save
And
settings.
it's starting
Should
to
refresh.
fill up this little room.
There we go.
But,
Oh, look
yeah,
at that.
Really
Put me in the
incredible
middle.
stuff, but it's going to
Cute.
go back to the
All right, do we
incident
spin
on
again
the
then?
first run. For me, Fion's a little
Let's
bit too
spin it
aggressive,
one more
Mike. I don't know.
time.
You know,
Can we? What
I'm
else
just
can
a
we
mere
update in this?
spectator.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's fault on
Alright.
both sides, to be honest.
Here's my thoughts. Yeah, a little bit too much angle maybe
Siraj.
from Davin Lee. He cannot he make it work well.
There we
now
go.
because he's not.
Fion's on a similar amount of angle there, actually, to be fair, and it does make it work.
Yeah.
And I know Siraj is in here. Respin, why not? Perfect.
Outer line, but
No.
he still makes it work.
He had a similar amount of angle
Yeah.
he did in the
It
first
actually
one and made it
cuts-
work.
There we go.
Cut
All
the-
right.
you know,
Well,
it-
shoot
they
me a
don't
line.
wash too much
Let me
further
know
along
what
that
it is you
section,
want,
so
because I'll
the
need to
front angle
get
at
your
that point
info for
has
shipping and
worked for
everything
drivers.
else,
So
or I
let's
can
see
just
who's gonna
send
go
you
through.
like
We may need to go back to the
a gift
judges for this
certificate
one.
or something
And
like
it
that,
is
whatever you
moving
want to
into
do.
the top 8. Davin Leahy very quickly.
What I'm happy to do
Kieran
as well,
Hines
admittedly, these ones didn't do as well as the FD ones
As I
did.
tried to
These are
cloud them
the
so that you can hear me.
Drift Masters trackers, and I
He
think they
had
didn't
a
do as
couple
well
of,
because shipping anything to Europe is
took a few
brutal.
opportunities to check out the replay on the,
Not
the
that they're
first run.
they did
It looked like from
bad.
where we were
It's just
watching
the
that
FD
Davin
ones
Leahy
we
maybe have,
sold.
created
I
a
think
little bit
30 of them. We
dialed
sold
on a little
25
bit
like
much,
immediately.
too much angle.
But these
And then Fionn
are
was lunging forward. Was it a
activity
little bit of
books.
both, or did you
So
just
basically,
put
you
the
can
fault on
follow
Fionn?
along
Yeah,
for
the
different
too
drifting
much
events,
angle, something
and it's
we'll
got
never
all the
know.
brackets and
I mean,
stuff.
he does
You obviously have to
angle,
go
but
and
we-
fill
we-
out
we
the last
don't
2
know,
rounds.
though,
But if
that
you want
he's
this
been able to
before
maintain that
Ireland,
angle all the way through. Back on
if you
top,
guys
he's
throw
been able to
in,
power up
or if you
with that
guys
angle,
order,
he actually-
I'm happy to throw
he
one of
actually
these
had dialed
in
But,
with your order. I
and
just need to
think
know, or you need to
Davin
remind me
or,
in the notes or
or
something.
Fionn, sorry, in
But,
the chase position. He
um,
transitions actually in a kind of an odd place. I was looking.
I guess I have to throw this into our
in on
discount
his angles when he came in towards him,
codes.
not on a lot of he didn't have a lot of angle to scrub the speed
Plus
after the transition. So
free
like
book.
you know, you could turn around and says a little bit of both, but I personally we felt that the angle that Davin dialed on wasn't enough
There
to
you go.
cause that problem.
I don't know what
That
else I
will
need to do to
work,
incentivize you
Fion's
people.
fault for the transition.
But yeah,
the
Siraj,
transition and the little angle that he had, he couldn't
Shoot me a
scrub the
line
speed.
on Discord
you know,
or
as I
somewhere,
said,
and
we-
I will
we
get
went
all that sorted
towards,
for you, and I
and
can get
that-
that shipped off.
There you have it. Davin Leahy moves into the Grade 8, taking down Fionn Roach on his way. And we move it on to the next battle, which will be Jack Mawhinney to lead in Alan O'Loughlin back behind the wheel of his trusty steed, that 180SX. Here we go.
Here we go indeed, and let's see Alan O'Loughlin.
I have no idea when he's going to stop calling it that. I think he's asked Chris, and that's what Chris said to say. Usually if we say something, it's we talk to the driver, and it's the driver's call as to what we call their car.
The iconic at this stage 360 Motorsports Park. Now look at this. Alan O'Loughlin is definitely now making a better attempt to find the quarter panel of Mawhinney. Mawhinney passes right here in the tower, rubs the wall while he's doing it, and O'Loughlin.
Oh shit, Siraj. Okay.
Formation flying from both drivers there. We should have used that one for Johnny Finn. Formation flying. We'll remember that for next time. And
I think you're still in my system. Can you shoot me your? I guess I can just message you.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering did that cause Alan O'Loughlin just to back off a little bit going through that first section, Mike? You know, you saw that wheel drop, he backs off, there's a bit of a gap opens up there, then he gets back in and he kind of maintains reasonable proximity throughout the rest of the run. So, you know, I don't think anything too drastic in terms
Gift
of advantage
subs,
one way
only
or the
large
other,
coffee.
but, maybe not as much of an advantage towards Jack as we may have thought. As you can get another opportunity just to see him just washing, and maybe Alan just anticipating
That's
that.
acceptable.
Straighten lines a little bit then as he comes out of outer zone 1.
That's not going to be bankrupt. I'm just like, once again, I'm happy to break even on all my merchant stuff to make sure you guys get cool stuff.
Very close one, and it's still all to play for sure. And remember as well, though, guys, Alan O'Loughlin went almost all the way here a couple of years ago. Did he win the event? I think he might have even won the event, to be honest, a couple of years ago here. Super fast 180SX. Mawhinney on his day is capable of beating anybody. I include Dwayne McKeever and Harry Kerr in that. So either of these two guys, Eddie, could be a big wild card situation in this championship. Well,
well, in this round, Look, they're not going to. They're on the wrong side of the bracket to have any.
Exactly.
You know, it'll be all.
Siraj,
said
you're
and done
already
at
in
that
here.
stage.
They could
Although
take the
potentially,
spoils.
actually, if it came down to a final four, sorry, no, it'll be all done.
It'll be decided.
And I'm putting together Siraj's order right now. And you wanted the Jack Stand shirt in large.
Fires it in. Look at this from Mawhinney. He's pointing to BMW. Maybe not quite the same angle as Loughlin, but pointing to BMW at the door.
I think that's
of his
you
adversary
literally
here.
are going to
Now
get
as they
this
start
one.
to
This
make
one I
their
just
way up
opened.
the hill, foot
So
to
hope that's
floor,
all right.
smoke billowing from the back of both cars. Beautiful transition from O'Loughlin. Mawhinney's mirroring him right there, but just a little bit on the inside inside there from Mawini, a little bit on the outside from O'Loughlin. They're back in formation once again, and full throttle, and they cross the line. And you know what, Eddie? It's what's a lap here? Is it about 40 seconds? But it's 40 seconds of utter madness.
Yeah, it really is, Mike. I'm inclined to agree with that statement. And having had the experience of driving around this track at practice days, it's there's not many better places.
There's like
to
so
take
little
a
margin
track.
in merch. It's crazy.
So I can imagine from a competition point of view, these guys absolutely love
It's
it out there.
purely a
But
volume
just want
game.
to take a moment. Just Alan O'Loughlin. I mean, what an incredibly steady, competent driver. He's a real, he's a very Stephen Halford-esque, but I don't think he gets the credit.
So there you
for
go.
just
I can
how
pack
good
this
he
order
is.
up right now if you want.
As we've said,
Let's do it on the stream.
multiple-time championship contender. He's never reached that height just yet, but certainly always a driver that you can never rule out. And
both drivers are out of the cars, guys. Can we get a big round of applause, please, for Jack Mawini and Alan O'Loughlin putting on a great show there, a great battle in the top 16. And we wait for the results to drop in here as the judges have a good discussion about this one, Ed.
yeah, still having a good old debate
There we go.
about it in the corner
the
here,
stuff.
Mike. Can't exactly hear what they're saying, but I think we may have a few more replays on this one before
I'm gonna
we
pack
actually get
this
a decision.
order right
Top
here,
wheels
right
there
now.
from
Yeah.
If anybody else
O'Loughlin.
orders, I'm happy to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Other than
Jack, a little bit
posters.
off
Posters
point,
actually take like a hot
to
minute because I have to like
that,
roll them up
that
and stuff.
teardrop as well, so,
Yeah.
But
Mawini wasn't perfect either. I mean, it was, I think, a
Got a
5-5
Utah
after the
bracket.
first one. Might be almost
Nice.
a 5-5 here as well, but Mawini might have had the chase position a little bit more dialed there, possibly, which might.
That's a good
but
signature
it's a
too.
very, very, very
It's a
close
good one.
well, here we go.
And I'm gonna
It is
throw
gonna
in-
be
I said I
Alan
would,
O'Loughlin
might as well throw
moving
this in
into the
too.
grade 8, taking down Jack Mawini, and they embrace and share some words, and that will be it, unfortunately, for Jack Mawini.
Shirts and
But what a
stuff.
season
What?
he's had,
I
Mike,
didn't know you
and
made merch.
some standout moments, some
I'll give you
really
that
impressive moment in borrowed cars.
borrowed cars. Yeah, that great memory of going to the top four, the
Alright.
20 valve, 170 brake horsepower Corolla in Bishop's Court, the pro class event in the
Throw this
West.
bad
That
boy
was
in
one
there.
of the standout moments of the year for me. So Jack Mawini.
When am I gonna sim drift? When I get a sim rig. I don't have one.
Next year. Now we move it along to the young gun. It is Jack Caldwell to lead in Adam Kelly, and around about, I would say, Eddie, about 1,300 horsepower on the grid right now. And Kelly uses the horsepower maybe, and I would say he made a stone hit the drone there, Eddie, because we saw the drone dropping out of the sky after possibly a stone contact there. But no
Stone
such,
on drone contact.
yeah, exactly. No such problems for Caldwell here in the lead position, as Kelly now does actually start to find proximity once again.
Order getting packed right
Both
now.
very similar looking cars on the grid as well here, but
Anybody else orders,
Caldwell
I will
just laying
happily
down the
pack
smoke
your
screen,
order.
and Kelly, yeah, losing power and
On
stopped
the
it. So,
stream.
unfortunately for Kelly there, just a bit of a sketchy run overall, Eddie.
Yeah, I mean, look, what do you do against these youngsters? I mean, they're just. Oh yeah, there you can see the. You're absolutely right. Drone absolutely.
Just ordered triple
obliterated by the
32s.
stones there
What?
From the wheel drop from Adam Kelly, but it opens up the door there for Caldwell to put
That's
a huge
crazy
gap,
talk.
and it's really just too much for
Alright.
Adam Kelly to try and recover from after that. But you got to say it though, Mike. It's a game of margins. It's a small little wheel drop. It does lose him a lot of ground, but he managed to keep it going. He gets back into it, and Adam Kelly, feel like from what I've seen from him
There
today
we
in
go.
particular,
I'll pack
really
that.
starting to find his feet in this pro class.
I'll be honest,
Another
wait to
season or
you.
two, and I think we could start to see him.
I don't know.
really
I don't know if there
contending,
is postal pickup today.
For top
If
eights,
not
top
Tuesday, 'cause
fours,
obviously it's a long
if
weekend.
not podiums.
So
Certainly showing signs that he has what it takes in the chase position in particular to
There you
put
go.
pressure on some of the big name drivers in the sport.
I would agree, Ed. I would absolutely agree, yeah. And looking forward to seeing that, and always looking forward to seeing drivers coming through the classes as we have seen over the years through the Pro 2 classes. And I do include the aforementioned Conor Shannon, even James Dean in that one. This country and this series in its various versions has bred some of the best talent in the world. In fact, the
my
best
boy
talent in the
Scott's
world.
on here too,
European
messaging me.
champions, Formula Drift champions.
Scott, you in chat?
And, we are seeing them coming through the ranks. Who knows where the future will
I
take
get
some of
the
these
issue.
drivers,
Like
as
I have
we're
nowhere to
seeing on
put
this,
it. To be
very
perfectly
track
honest
today,
with you, so.
So we are just waiting for our drone to be recovered as the marshals down there look for it. It got, if I'm to use my carry
I literally like there's. I'd have to. I mean, I'd have to build it into the garage or something, but then I need a second PC or find a way to like remote into this one. I don't know.
Replay process for the judges there, and obviously for the live stream as well. So just recovering the
What's left of the drone?
injured drone there, and hopefully a bit of maybe a bit of duct tape there. It'll be good to go.
Yeah, probably just put it into the ambulance. Just get it a little checked over by the emergency services staff.
Yeah.
And
What?
We almost had to get the ambulance for one of our marshals at the last event there, Jay, when he twisted his ankle running to one of the cars. And if you want a good laugh, go back to that at 2 hours and 3 minutes in the Pro 2 stream from round 5. But
here we go, second half of this one, as they run without the drone this time around. But Adam Kelly, you look, dialed on a lot of angle there, Mike. I think that affected the line of the chase driver. Didn't manage to maintain the angle through the zone, and opens up a gap here. But
I started with a foldable rig, worked out pretty good, and that said, my back surgery and sciatica, yeah, that's gotta be tough.
Here comes Jack Caldwell through the final sections, looking for that proximity. But was he off put by what happened through the first corner? We'll have to go to the replay to find out.
Yeah, let's have another look at it right here. So Kelly enters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, just because like somebody's sponsoring FD or Drift Masters, that doesn't mean I get any sort of deal whatsoever. Like, it's just unfortunately not how that works.
Yeah, I think the question here really is going to be: is any of what happened
Also,
in the
just
first corner enough to overturn?
thought, did the Shopify order pop-up come up?
Right there is no.
No, I think the chase car should have been able to deal with that particular situation myself.
I don't think it did when I put the order through. That sucks.
Car, but you should have still been able to maybe just fall into the pocket and deal with it. So let's just see here once again.
Well, the judges are talking about a straighten, so we just need to see which driver they're actually.
Oh, it did. Sick. Okay, cool.
If the straighten is severe enough, it could warrant a 0. So if it was from Jack Caldwell, then we could be facing him one more time here, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see two slightly different.
I feel like it should go somewhere else, but I'm happy that actually worked. I should make it like giant.
So
all right, it is massive now. It's gonna like take up the whole screen.
Does advance to the next round into the great.
It's probably not a great idea. So if somebody orders, you're gonna see it. Whatever your message is gonna pop up there, just as a heads up.
The one and only young Jamie Hines versus Paulius Do the Dishes. He's delicious, judicious.
Yeah, here we go. What an opportunity this is
Quite
for Jamie Hines. Can he take down Paulius, who does blow a little bit hot and cold? And
yeah, there's a nuts looking Z up in the top left.
But the hand is out the window. It looks like he's trying to get the crowd going. Yeah, he's in the mood for today, Mike. He's enjoying himself.
Oof, big understeer.
Put those beers on ice, because I think Paulius is coming for. I think he wants to get involved in the action here today, and he's on a good run. Here to enjoy himself. The last competition of the season for these guys.
I love having 3 separate streams
straight
going.
from the off, Jamie Hines going aggressive, goes for the big dive onto the door of Paulius Judicious. Paulius can't
Any
get
other
onto
live
that white
streams
line.
popping up? I haven't seen anything else come up.
Gets onto it now, but Jamie's he's way offline there.
Yeah, he's way off. Jamie's sacrificing 2 and 3 here big time in order to try to find the door of Paulius Judicious, and even that, it's not really working, to be honest. Now Paulius is a little bit shallow from zone 5 here in front of us. Crosses underneath us here in the tower. Now Jamie Hines does find Paulius eventually, but sacrifice the track to do so. And I think you have to say that overall on proximity here, Paulius is looking a little bit better on this one, even though Jamie does a great dive at the start. But does he just, although Paulius does lose,
I don't know if there's postal pickup today.
Yeah, look,
I think
looking back on it,
Jamie's all over the place down the back straight, but is that a result of the line through the first corner from Paulius? In my opinion, yes. There's enough there to say that it would be. Now through this final big pull here, Paulius again just doesn't fulfill that zone. It's not the perfect lead line, and if you were to score that run from Paulius just based on qualifying, 50s, 60s, at best, it's not the best run that we've seen from him.
Yeah, does Jamie know? Okay, so
what I don't understand with RDS qualifying is some have 2 runs. I think it's like you can go whenever you feel like it.
The proximity issue there, but should Jamie have been able to get back on and get into zone 2 and 3?
I think what are you supposed to do?
Dude, that bumper is just folding in.
That's the question I'd be asking. And I think at no point.
I got a bunch of merch ideas I want to put out, but same thing. Like it doesn't make sense unless
in a consistent and predictable manner.
Like
for me, that would
I kind of need this last round of shirts to sell at least half before I can launch another one, because I basically use that money to then buy whatever the next set is.
We will get a decision on that.
Yeah,
my buy-in's around $1,000, so I need to sell like 20 shirts.
Once everything is right, just making sure there's no coolant leaks or anything from Paulius's car here. Making sure, of course, that conditions. Of course, we do have a crossover on the track here where do cross over your own line. Obviously, you don't want the car leaking engine oil or similar as well, because wouldn't be great overall.
Wouldn't be great, Mike.
But
Wouldn't be great.
yeah, Polly's looking like he's good to go here, and still all to play for. We might have to go to the judges for an explanation, but it might become very, very obvious. Maybe not good to go here, because Polly's is being asked to reverse again here. Is he leaking
The
some fluids?
Belarusian
I
stuff
think
is
the
pretty
marshal just
interesting,
wants them
actually.
to have like a really, really aggressive chase line.
Maybe the marshal
In the bottom right, it's been pretty cool to
Big
watch.
check.
I'm gonna try to keep an eye on it.
As
As well. I mean, obviously, there's 3 events going on.
Oil leaking from Paulius's car. We're hearing the words, the track is clear. Tap of the roof there from Paulius. He is buzzing.
Got a bunch of new
behind the
people
wheel
in,
of
so
the TH components.
appreciate everybody
S14.9.
popping in.
Here we go. Jamie Hines, the Pro 2 junior driver. Can he take down the veteran pro driver? Look at the line here from Jamie Hines. Ooh, looks like he maybe drops a wheel or washes a little bit wide, but keeps in it as Paulius now looks to make the big dive onto the door. Oh, and he gets too deep into it and unsettles the line, drops a wheel. But Jamie Hines on an absolute belter here, Mike.
Yeah, Jamie Hines is looking really good.
Damn, Bola, you didn't have to do that, man.
Position now falls into the nice line in outer zone 5, a little bit into the zone.
Really
5.
didn't have to do that. I appreciate it,
Looking
though.
for the door, Jamie Hines finds
Hopefully
it,
the members
jumps out of the wheel
take
and avoids a bit
advantage of
contact
it.
and crosses the line. Bit of a sketchy one there, guys, overall. Both
I
drivers
should put
pushing
out a
to the
member
absolute
video.
limits,
Like I said, I think I'm going to
and
do
definitely
Mika
finding limits or
Kaskakorpi's
passing them in
rig
certain aspects
and
here.
show you what that's
Paulius,
like inside. It'll be a short
definitely
video,
the first
but
corner
I think
was
it's
a better
kind of
one
neat.
than the first lap there. And Paulius maybe could have just got into the pocket there, Eddie, as he started to climb the hill, but didn't quite pull it off. Jamie Hines then does actually adjust on the handbrake as he enters zone 5 here in front of us. Paulius finding the door and then just backing off again. I'm not sure, did Jamie come off throttle there or something to cause Paulius to back off? But it didn't
Bolarama's
look
been
like
around
it,
for
to
a
be honest.
hot minute, too.
So yeah, a tough one for the judges, Eddie. Lots to consider on both runs there. Lots of stuff happening.
Yes, it would have been the ideal one to have a drone for Mike.
Imagine if you had a drone. It'd be unreal.
If we had one of those things now where, imagine if you had a camera that could just hover above the cars.
Oh,
yeah.
how
It
easy it
would have been
make it
ideal.
for the judges.
But guys, they're out of the cars. Give it up for Pro 2 junior driver Jamie Hines, and give it up for Paulius Judicious. 2 incredible.
What a crazy name,
characters.
Paulius
absolutely
Judicious.
loving it. One way or
Like
another,
it.
he's winning because he's on the beer. And for Jamie
I
Hines,
like
well,
it.
you know, just being here is a huge win for that young man. And what a talent he is turning out to be. Incredible performance all through this season, through the Pro 2 Championship.
What a cool spectator track it is too, Eddie. I mean, if you're here in front of us at the horseshoe section, you get
Here we
really
go.
up close.
Oh, it's a one more time. Judge's decision
Damn.
is a one more time, and I don't think either driver. Paulius is the one more time king here today. Did he go one more time with Johnny Flynn? He did. We're going to go quickly back to the judges. Kieran Hines, one more time.
Can we hear Kieran? I don't think so.
Yeah, you can.
Look, a very close one there.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's a point in judging when you're looking at so many little issues. I mean, we had Jamie made a big mistake going into zone 3. Paulius drops a wheel at zone 3 and angles up almost, so they can cancel each other out. Paulius isn't deep into the zone here in front of us. There's just so many little bits and pieces there. We got to the point where we just looked at each other and went, "Go one more time."
Yeah.
Let's just let it hopefully be decided
TH
more clearly
components.
on the next one.
Absolutely.
Why do I
Kieran.
recognize
Yeah,
that? Do
totally
they do like
understand it.
fittings
I
and
think
stuff?
Everybody watching on would agree with that call. And we move it on to one which, once again, Eddie, has big
Well, this is it. I mean, he's got to do it. He's got to. It's a must-win battle for Dwayne McKeever. But look at the difference in pace here, straight from the off here, and a huge task for young Marcus Heinen to try and overcome the likes of the Northern Smoke Machine, Dwayne McKeever, in that incredible
Oh,
strong
car body kits.
wheels
Interesting.
S15.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, look, these
Nobody
are must-win
makes
battles,
anything
but
for-
Dwayne McKeever is a must-win battle kind of guy. This is exactly
For the
where he
G35,
cut his teeth.
unfortunately.
He's so much experience. He's been there, done that. Right throughout his career, multiple Irish, multiple UK champion, multiple
nice-looking kits.
Podium winner in Drift Masters, and yeah, look, I think right from the off there, it was only going to go one way, and with the pace behind that car, it was never going to be an easy task here for Marcus Heinen.
Nice super on the top
certainly
left.
advantage in favour of Dwayne McKeever, Mike.
Not sure if Marcus decided to go with the semi-slicks.
Tomas
instead
Kiley
on
fourth so
the,
far. That's pretty
Pro
good.
2 road tyres for this event, but yeah, definitely a tough ask to
Paulman
take down Dwayne
Ivan.
McKeever, especially when he has his sights on
Nap
Irish,
time.
Drift
Yeah, I'm getting there.
championship. So
I'm
it
getting
is
there. Like I said, I'm probably gonna
advantage to the Northern Smoke machine.
probably
McKeever.
stream for another
An advantage to
25
North
minutes
Smoke
or so.
Machine, but we are hearing, Mike, that Dwayne McKeever has called 5 minutes.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, guys, drama. Just like we had in Pro 2 a couple of weeks ago on Watergrass Hill, drama unfolding throughout that event. Do we have
RDS has some
drama
pretty
here as
cool
well? Dwayne
cars.
McKeever
I'm
had
really
a big
interested to see
advantage
what
when he
this
called
Royal
the
Drifting
5-minute
series
rule.
is like.
Must have some
I know they
problem with
released that
car to
video.
say that
I'm
he's
very,
calling
very
5
curious.
minutes. Is it overheating, Eddie? Is he just making sure
Or-
to get through?
Is he overheating, or is he putting the pressure, applying the pressure to Harry Kerr here?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be
I don't-
strategic, because if he needs a 5-minute rule in the next battle, now he doesn't have it. His 5-minute rule is now gone. So we have to assume that he actually needed to call that 5-minute rule for some reason. But he crossed the line perfectly well.
I think you're right, and also if Harry Kerr wins this battle, it applies additional pressure to Dwayne McKeever.
Exactly.
But maybe the car was just overheating and he took the opportunity to call the 5 minutes. But once again, Mike, we are facing down the barrel
a
of
different
a battle
announcer
that
in
has
the
championship implications, and this one
Belarusian
is
series.
quite possibly the biggest one,
This
because
is the tight one.
is the one where the machinery and the ability is level, or is very much in favour of the lead car here to some extent.
Well,
As
can-
Dylan Garvey with an incredible machine, but can Harry Kerr find what he needs in the chase position, which is that perfect chase to apply the pressure here to Dylan Garvey and get himself a spot in the grade 8. He needs to do it here. He needs to do it now. He's doing it, but it's just not as close as he'd like, Mike.
No, it's not as close as he'd like, Eddie. We've often seen Harry Kerr knock his
I
wing
might
mirrors
make a
off. We
snack.
saw
I'll be
him
right back.
beating Alan Hines in the final last year on Watergrass Hill, and he knocked both wing mirrors off with sheer and utter aggression and proximity. Didn't quite have the pace there with Dylan Garvey to apply that pressure that we've become to expect from Harry Kerr. Dylan Garvey definitely getting the whole shot, getting to the corner a little bit first. Harry Kerr doing everything that he possibly could. Maybe missing zone 2 there as well, Eddie, slightly. And maybe sacrificing zone 3 as well. And Harry Kerr, Eddie, be it up against European level opposition here, or be it maybe the mind games are coming into it here a little bit, and that he knows what's at stake here with this battle. But you know what? You'd fancy Harry Kerr in the chase at any given moment, Eddie, but right there I think that you can't say that he was typical Harry Kerr.
No, I think he was doing what he could with the machinery at his disposal,
Exactly.
Mike. And I think that's the difficult thing, the difficult point from Harry Kerr. No major mistakes, but
No, perfectly good chase run, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
If we had seen it in another battle, it was a great chase run, but this is Harry Kerr.
but probably not able to get much more out of the car in that situation. Chasing down probably a faster car, a more, I don't want to say better setup, but here we go, second half of this one. Kerr to lead them in now with the clean air in front of him. Can he find something special? Can he become the Terminator here and just take down Dylan Garvey? He needs this more than ever right now. This for the championship.
It's all
Because
up to this, Eddie.
if he loses this battle, the championship is potentially over for him, because McKeever has 1 foot in the grade 8. Here we go through the final sections. No major mistakes here from either driver as Garvey looks to tuck up onto the door. They're almost front wheel to front wheel as Garvey has to back out of it here as he almost makes an overtake maneuver. But look at him, absolutely glued to Harry Kerr. I don't know. I think it could be done here, Mike.
Right.
Oh, I think so, Eddie. I think so. I'm not sure, but that chase from Dylan Garvey was absolutely
22
crazy
likes,
to
30
cross the
viewers.
line
If you
in
guys
the
can,
horseshoe section, especially
you can
there in
take 2
front of us.
seconds.
I mean,
Just
Harry
like the
Kerr is
stream.
one of the
It would mean
top
a lot. It actually does
but
help
did he
quite a
just
lot
get hot
in
for a
getting
little bit of
distribution.
pace in this battle versus
So,
the very, very
every
dirty
little bit.
180 SX of Dylan Garvey.
Also,
I'm not sure. No,
breakfast
Garvey's
is
very much on
yogurt,
the inside line
peanut
there to
butter,
gain the
and
proximity
sugar-free
also,
chocolate
and he
chips.
cut quite a
Protein
lot of
yogurt.
track
Trying
in
not
order
to
to
eat
find
like a
the door
total
there.
dickhead,
Are
but
the judges gonna
it's not been going
negate
well.
that advantage that he had from
I
the
can mute my
proximity?
mic if
Either way, guys, they're
the
both out of
ASMR
car.
stuff
They're both one of the top,
is not great.
both top drivers in this championship and in Ireland. Can we get a big round of applause, please, guys, for Harry Kerr and Dylan Garvey?
The question is, does the dream end here? And it potentially does. Dylan Garvey takes down Harry Kerr. He moves into the grade 8, and with Dwayne McKeever in the pits on the 5-minute rule, well, it's all in the hands of Dwayne McKeever. And what a moment for Harry Kerr. What a season it has been as he embraces with Dylan Garvey. Dylan Garvey takes no pleasure from that decision.
No, I can't do that to
He
you.
will, of course, relish the opportunities
Can't
of
do that to
going
you.
on to fight for a podium.
Well-
But guys, can we have a round of applause for Harry Kerr, because he has fought tooth and nail for this championship. He still holds the championship lead, and it's not over yet, but it's almost.
Guys, this is the run which will decide the championship either way. Win or lose, the championship is about to be decided in the next minute or so. Guys, this is it. This is what it comes down to. If Dwayne McKeever wins the second half wins this battle, Eddie, and does a good second half of
Definitely
this
not
run,
doing food,
we will
eating
be
ASMR.
crowning Dwayne
We're
McKeever
doing
as
mukbang.
our
Here we
world
go.
champion.
Martin
Sorry.
Synan leaves the line with McKeever to follow suit. Tucks in nice and early, does McKeever. Heinen washes wide. Oh, almost has contact with McKeever. McKeever hangs
clip the
back.
mic on right
the
here.
experience,
I got one kicking around
all
too.
those years behind the wheel. One of the best chase drivers in the business. He'll have seen that mistake coming. He composes himself, sets himself up for one final pull. It's the teardrop and a championship for McKeever. No mistakes. And he will be your 2025 championship winner. McKeever crosses the line. He's moving on to the grade 8 from where we're standing,
Called
Mike.
it too early.
And that is heartbreak for Harry Carr.
He's moving on to the grade 8 from where we're standing, Eddie. Let's not say anything yet. The judge is having a look at this one, but I think it's pretty much cut and dried. And if we announce Dwayne McKeever, guys, as the winner of this battle, we will simultaneously be
Well,
announcing Dwayne McKeever.
I was
as
asking
your
because them going head to
2025
head, they didn't go
Irish
head to head
Drift
in
champion.
this.
And the judges are
Harry-
just having
Harry
one
was on
final
the
look at this
previous
before
run, but it was
dropping
for the
in their
championship.
decision. Harry Carr, I'm sure, is listening very, very intently in the pits. Alwyn, Geraldine, all the family, Molly, everybody hanging on this decision. It's
Yeah.
been an epic battle all season. But
I don't like
going
eating
through
on
to the
stream either,
grade
but
8, it is
obviously I gotta have some
But it's
breakfast.
Dwayne
So.
McKeever. Dwayne McKeever takes the win. The Northern Smoke Machine moves on to the grade 8, and with that, Mike, he takes the 2025 Lucky Day Competitions Red Bull Irish Drift Series Championship, and he adds
It's a
another
very long
string
title.
to his bow. What a season it has been. He has fought. He's been taken down by Harry on multiple occasions throughout the championship season, but he has finally had that little bit of luck on his side in a championship or in a drifting season that has seen very little go right from him. He has added another championship, and you know
All
what?
right,
He's not a very worthy winner, but I have to say my heart bleeds a
Yeah,
little
so
bit.
I'm
for
gonna
Harry
wrap up
Carr.
I think in
What a fight.
15 minutes,
My heart
just because I
bleeds
got
a
some
lot
other
for Harry
things I
Carr,
got to
to be
do.
honest.
But
Delighted to see Dwayne McKeever. Huge respect for him as a driver.
if you guys have any
great
questions or
guys
anything
at
you
this
want to talk
one, of
about, let me
course,
know.
for flying the
But
flag
yeah, I think in
for this
15
little,
minutes
this
I'm
little
gonna call it
nation
and get my
for
day
such a
going.
long time. Very
Although my day's
deserved
been going
champion,
for
but Harry
quite a
Carr
little
has
bit
been
now.
So
Oh.
good, so entertaining. He's
Need a
been
haircut.
one of
It's
the
getting to be a
best
lot.
drivers to watch in this series. He's been just absolute showtime every time he's on track. And I think that, we all wanted to see him, not at the expense of anybody else, but we all wanted to see Harry getting the championship in a way because of that entertainment. But we all wanted to see Dwayne get it as well, of course, in another hand. And at the end of the day, Eddie, it's a 5-round series, and that's just the way the cookie crumbled. And this one was decided in qualifying. Harry, just that rotation that he had coming into the horseshoe, he qualified a little bit lower down the grid. It set him up where he was. It got the points a little bit more level, and I think that was all she wrote.
I've heard that too as well.
In this championship.
Yeah, look, it was
Sub.
always going to come down to qualifying in many respects.
I don't know if it's true
you know,
with the
in
amount of
terms
folds, the
how
amount of
today
ways you
was
can cook an
gonna
egg.
pan out.
I've also heard
And
there's like
unfortunately
infinite
for
ways to
Harry,
cook an egg.
it's,
So
it's
yeah.
not gone his way today, but he can hold his head high as a second place finisher in the championship to Dwayne McKeever is practically a win.
Yeah,
in many
I mean,
respects.
honestly, you're a member now.
But
I
you may not look at it that way. But
drop
certainly that's
those
what it
types
is.
of vlogs
Here we
in the
go.
membership
We're
side of
moving
things.
on.
I don't
Polly
post them
Judicious
publicly.
lead in Jamie Hines in the one more time. Too many
yeah.
mistakes, said the judges on the
Doing
first
mini
battle.
vlogs, going to the
Let's hope
coffee
for a
shop near
cleaner affair
Riga
this
to do
time
some
around.
work,
Apologies.
then insert
Tidies
time
up
lapse of
that,
you working.
entry
Yeah,
much
those have
smoother through
gone,
that first
like I said,
section,
those have
and
gone
this
to
is
the
looking
membership
much
side of
better
things.
from the veteran pro driver. And
solely
Jamie
because
Hines,
it,
well, he's not doing a whole
when I
lot
was
wrong
dropping
here,
them
but needs to
before, it
find
would
a little bit of
wreck
proximity
the
through
algorithm
final
so
sections.
bad.
Can he now tuck up onto
Whereas
the door
like
at S14.9
I would drop that and
from
then I would have
teenage
like a really good
opponent's
video
boss?
afterwards that would just
Jamie
tank.
Hines looks for that
So,
proximity and that door through the final
yeah.
sections, finds a little bit, but just not able to have it
What did I think of the
consistently
AMG
throughout
and
the run.
Drift Masters? I think it was
Certainly
sick. I really think it was awesome.
It's in his own hands.
Yeah, a little bit less scrappy than the
It's,
first one,
I would,
thankfully. So, the judges
part of me
gave
wants to say
him
like, oh, it
the
needs some
decision
work, but I
based
don't know
maybe
if it
on
does.
merit rather than
I think it's
mistakes on
pretty
this
much
one.
there.
So good to see that at least, and yeah, that is that'll be the last battle of our top 16, Eddie, I believe, also, won't it?
It will indeed, yeah, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
yeah,
interested
so the
to
last battle
see
of the top 16 here on
how far out we are before
on the
getting
edge
paddle
and being
shifting.
decided in the second run. Still all to play for. I would
Being
say
a thing
quite
in drifting
level
to make it
battle.
easier
Joe
so there's
Jamie
no more
Hines finding
misshifts.
the proximity there just towards the end of the last section here, and they crossed the line.
You should try that ratio and sim
we
and
are
see how it
gonna
is.
stop and run. Now, young Jamie will lead us in.
He seems to like it. He does really
Paul
well. It's weird to
Judicious
see
will
it self steer
chase.
because there's like no self steer in it.
And once again, guys, keep
but
in
yeah,
mind
it's
that
pretty
the Hard
crazy.
Charger award is up to you guys as well. Get the votes in on the YouTube comments. We will be awarding that one as Jamie Hines leads us in here, flicks the car, nice weight transfer. What runs a little bit wide there, drops a wheel or two, Eddie, I would say. And Paul is judicious, doing everything pretty much right here. Now he has to find the proximity. He's on that outside line as the chase driver, which the judges will be happy to see. But
Yeah,
he wants
I
to
do like
find
having unique drift
the
chassis. The
door
problem is they're
of
not always the
Jamie
most
Hines while he's
competitive.
doing it now.
So
Paul
that's the
cuts
trade-off,
track
right? Do you want to be
now,
competitive or do you want to be
finding
unique?
cutting the track there with our reconditioned drone.
Average age of millionaires. Ooh.
Huge contact. Huge contact. Both
That's a good
drivers
hit.
into the tires and into the wall. Hopefully the tires absorb.
Yeah, I'm
the
waiting for
impact
more
of Jamie
millionaires to
Hines'
like
car.
pass away and
Thankfully,
give their money to
seems
their
to get
kids,
out of the
and
way
then the
with
kids end up building drift
spectator
cars.
over there. Definitely treated to quite the spectacle, but we're just going to make sure that both drivers are okay first. Obviously, Eddie, it's quite easy.
Driver
to
was
get a
really
thug
good.
or something, at least
Really, really
caution
nice
the
guy
steering
too.
wheel.
Had
as
a,
well.
a
That
quick
was
chat with
very
him. He only had one
sudden
mechanic
stop
with him.
there for
crazy.
Paulius.
Yeah,
Just
very
want to make
sudden
sure
stop.
he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jamie is out of the car, so it looks as though he's okay.
Yeah,
That would have been quite a shock.
Someone
behind the wheel
needs to make a
'cause
spoon
I know
with a
how that big,
spatula side in
know
it,
what it's
so I
like.
can just
All
get
too
in there
well
and get
myself,
all the
it is
rest of
quite
this.
a shock. You get quite the you get quite the fright in the car.
You can see
but
some movement in the car, so it looks as though Paulie's just taken
That's
off
a
the
pretty good
yeah,
boot.
now it looks as
Paulie's
though,
is good.
guys, give them a round of applause. Give it up. Well,
He's going to body slam him.
if he didn't have spinal injuries beforehand, he may have now after that. But
Jesus.
yeah, look, both drivers seem okay and they're squaring up. Guys, give them a round of applause. Give it up for Jamie Hines and Paulius Judicious, absolutely giving it everything and putting the cars on the line.
Yeah.
Well, for their own enjoyment and for your entertainment, if you take a look at it on the replay here, Mike.
Maybe the way Paulius owns TH components and they sell the fiberglass. I was just going to say maybe Paulius deliberately put him in and was going to sell him some parts and make some money, but I think I think Jamie actually.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Flick, you're onto it.
Looks as though Paulius may be
That's
in
the
there
thing
further,
is
but of
like
course,
Hang on, let's have a
the
look
chase
again, I'm
driver
sorry.
following
parts,
the lead
everything is
driver,
going to be
of course.
bespoke on it.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
really
So watch,
tough. Like
Jamie's line here
I think
now.
something like the
Like,
XLR is
the
the
line
perfect
is
balance
right,
because
leads
it
the
looks
driver
unique,
into where the Virgin does.
but
So
it's
watch
basically a Corvette
Jamie here,
underneath.
he's just running a wide. Is there a little bit of contact? Oh, there was.
Is
Jamie was going in anyway. There was
to
contact there, I'd say,
Saragov
because of Jamie,
in
but
RDS now? I have
you
no
don't think
idea.
so, though, Ed? I can see the look on your face. That
Oh
possibly-
no, I agree.
Not a
Okay.
flat-ended
I
spoon.
agree.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
just like
I was
you
going to
know,
blame Paulius there and trying to make
with a
it feel good on
spatula, how
sales
it's got
with
the
his
rubber.
fiberglass,
Just
but
put
it's
Yeah,
not.
a
no,
rubber
oh,
edge
no, I
on
think-
one
I think Jamie's
side.
going in regardless.
Just
and,
on here,
it is the
so that way I
responsibility
can
of the
get it
chase
in,
driver
like,
to mirror
clean that
the
ball.
lead driver. So
See, the thing is, when you're that close
Flat-ended
to the
spoon is
cockpit,
basically
you're
just
in
a
the driver's
shovel,
seat, you don't know where
which
you
a
are
spoon
on
is
track,
just a
but you're
shovel for your
literally-
mouth.
Your
be
view is
honest.
completely taken up by the lead car. You can't see anything else. You have a bit of peripheral vision. You have a little bit of knowledge of where you are on the track roughly, but overall you're too busy. There's too much going on to worry about it. You're laser focused on the car in front of you, not hitting him and not straightening up, etc. So Paulius won't have known a lot about this, to be honest, until the
It's
moment
tuned
of
in.
impact.
Just a decent amount of action. There's a lot going on on
You know,
the screen. Yeah.
There was a push. It actually, because both cars were traveling at the same speed, it looked, I think, like a worse impact than it was. They pushed each other out of the way. There was no
They're
smack
like
as such.
yeah,
Big series in the
that's
off
great thing
season.
about drifting.
I think
We're
like
about
the
to see
Oman
results
stuff
here
was
now.
really
Jamie
good.
Hines or Paulius Judicious who's going through, and it is going to be Paulius Judicious moving on
Damn, what
to
a
the
mug shot.
Grade 8.
Paulius.
But guys, give them both a round of applause. Big weekend there for Jamie Hines and the Dream Weekend, or the
Why not a
weekend
mini shovel for your
continues
food? That's what a
for,
spoon is.
for
It's just a
Paulius
different
Judicious.
handle.
But it is the beauty of drifting that even if there is contact, Mike, and there is
3D print it. My buddy Scott
is,
said.
incidents
could.
like that.
I could
because
3D
both
print it.
drivers or both cars are traveling at the same speed. The damage and
Never
the,
forget
I
Sky
suppose the
King. I
danger to
don't.
the
I don't
drivers
ever forget Sky
tends
King.
to
I think
be
I had one of the
limited.
Sky King pods.
That's why we don't see a
Sitting here
whole
on
lot
my
of
desk, actually.
injuries in drifting, which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
It is fantastic. Of course, all drivers equipped with hands devices, plumbed in fire
Top right is IDS.
And the
Top left is RDS, and bottom right is the Belarusian series.
The correct material, correct thickness of material, and have to be installed in the cars completely correctly. As we see Jamie Hines with a little bit of a roughed up car.
See a Poland
and,
flag. Yep.
Leaving the track safely. Car still working,
up?
good enough to do a burnout, guys. Round of applause once again for young Jamie Hines from Galway, making his way off track there after, I would say, his first slightly significant
Johnson fun.
significant wake-up call inside the driver's seat, and hopefully his last. But you do have a bit of rough and tumble and drifting, which is part of the beauty of it. But like we say,
I think there's a Sky King documentary, actually. And my wife and I were like looking for something to watch the other night, and it came up. I was like, holy shit, they actually made a doc about him.
Yeah, it's usually an impact on your bank balance.
It is, exactly.
More than anything else.
And your ego, but yeah, definitely a bigger impact on your bank balance than your body as a rule. I've had a couple of smacks with walls myself, and you can get a bit of a sudden stop at times, but no, it's generally absolutely fine because these cars are built really well. And yeah, thankfully both guys absolutely fine there, and both cars looking like they're able to continue in competition as well.
Hey, no worries, man.
Tires sorted here now, guys, and getting that tire wall back
happy
up.
to help out. I give away a lot of stuff. If you see me at an event, there's a very good chance that my bag is full of free stuff. So just putting that out there.
Glanced off that and kept going, whereas the tires caught the back of the car and pulled it in, which actually ended up causing the accident. So it's kind of 6 in one, half dozen in the other. If you're heading into the tires quite quickly, they'll absorb the impact and not let a lot of damage, but they'll probably cause.
Gotta love a multi-stream. This is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it all kind of can just depend on the angle that you hit either or at. But yeah, it looks as though the track marshals are happy enough that they have put those tires back into position.
A legit question for you that might spark some interesting convo, but it's probably more suited to American audiences. Wanted to ask your thoughts on the stateside pro-am scene.
In the battle for third place in the championship.
Can we do the maths on that in a second?
We can do the maths on it right now, Mike.
Can I post a great Sky King video in here? Go for it.
Box here between the two of us. I think
Not
you all
so.
know that.
No, you're putting me under pressure now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, from by my calculation,
After qualifying,
I tend to only know about things like hot pit and U.S. drift circuit.
so there
Love to
was
understand if you
a-
think it's healthy. I think it takes time.
there was a
So here's the
22
thing.
point,
To get good drivers to come
deficit
out,
for
you need to have a pro
Then he qualified
pro
first
spec license
and got
available,
11
right?
points.
But it takes
Yeah.
time
So
for
you
a
say
pro-am
qualified in
to build
8th,
up
so
into
he
something
would've
great. So I
got
think like you look at like Lake Erie, admittedly it hasn't produced great drivers, right?
4 points.
So that would have.
But now, I don't know if you just saw, but Jimmy Oakes is going to be joining that,
was it 4
which
you
is
said, or 3?
pretty wild.
four,
So
trying to do this now live.
I
on
think
air,
that's
and
gonna be
everybody at
interesting.
home going,
the Colorado one I think is a bit interesting, that the series organizer got his own license out of it. I don't know how I
grade
feel
eight to
about that.
24.
I don't feel like that's right. But then you look and Cameron Sorensen got their license out of it. So I think it's going to ebb and flow,
And then he needs
right?
to,
It's going to come back
it
and
will be
forth.
decided on this
When we
battle,
didn't have as
one way
many
or another.
series, it produced a lot of great drivers because they all had to go to one. So I think like MDU produced a lot of great drivers.
58 and
Hot Pit I think produces the best right now.
it's gotta be tight. It's gotta
U.S.
be-
Drift
yeah,
Circuit's
it's gotta be
doing
tight,
some
very,
pretty good
very tight.
stuff.
Too
Like
tight for me to
there's a
calculate
lot,
right now.
but it
We
takes
will
time.
work it out, though.
So
We'll work it out. I'll have another crack at it there in a second. Absolutely. So yeah. So that's an interesting one. So we
yeah, I've heard that like
that one out pretty quickly.
a lot of the
and,
Front Street guys are going to
in
go
your
for their
second
license
battle
this
of
year,
the
and they
grid
want to
already,
have like a
we are,
Front
of
Street
course,
team
moving on
in pro
to
spec
Gavin
next year.
Levy
That's my
versus
understanding.
Alan O'Loughlin, I believe.
So I think it's in a
Yes,
good
that
spot.
would be another Loughlin again. Two big
I think
names in
another
sport.
series. I want to say Clutch Kickers just got their
And then we
licensing
have
as well.
across the way, of
So-
course, we have Jack Caldwell versus who we just saw there on
I would like to
Just
see
assuming that his car is good to
something
go,
where
I'd
the
say it should
top
be, hopefully. And then
drivers
we
from
have
every
at
Pro-Am
Belarusian,
series
we
have some
Dwayne
sort of
Cleaver
shootout.
versus Dylan Garvey, and Lance
And
Barker, the great
It's
eight.
funny
You
because,
could either-
I bumped into Paulus's mechanic
Wow,
earlier on and he
thanks,
said,
Google.
I'm
I don't know
having a
why
great
you're
time
telling me
because,
stuff.
Not too much work, car going okay. And
What do you think about the
yeah,
Wally
it's
system for
careful what
FD?
you
I
wish
like
for.
it.
And I think his wishes
I-
have been
I
answered. I'd
really
say
do
he's got a
like
little
it.
bit of
I
work to
think
do
it's
down in the pits to get that
continuously
car
getting
ready for
better,
a
and it will
battle against,
obviously
Jack
still
Caldwell.
continue to get better. It'll be interesting when they come to Orlando how that's going to
Absolutely,
work because
absolutely.
it is a wall-based
yeah,
system
guys,
or
once
wall-based
again,
track.
The Irish Team
Um,
Series 2025.
So they
is
really
very
need to get that
proudly
locked
brought
in.
to you by
But
Lucky Day competitions.
other than
and
that,
Red
yeah,
Bull.
it
Lucky
should
Day, of
be
course,
should be good.
doing some fantastic competitions. You can win anything from a silage outfit to a villa in Spain. Fantastic cars, of course, for a raffle there all the time, and everything in between. Huge prizes there.
Yeah, I'm going to
And,
be
very
logging
good
off here in
odds
about
with a lot of
5
competitions.
minutes,
Red Bull, of course,
peeps.
supporting Irish drifting with a
I
while
will
now.
keep
Fantastic company we saw there.
that
running the Red
worldwide
Bull
shipping
Drift,
deal going
pursuit event, both in Limerick last year
till the end
and
of the
that
day. So if you
crazy
do want to order
iconic
something, it'd
event
be
in Spike
greatly
Islands
appreciated.
this year.
It helps
be
out
sure
with the
to
channel. It
check
helps out
all of the,
with me being able to do all this stuff.
those guys
And
are
at some point in
offering,
time, it's going to help
and we are
me
brought to you also
leave my
in
day
conjunction
job.
with
But
Shift AM
we're not quite
Group
there
D
yet.
and Nisuba Turn Distribution. Strom Wheels, ECU Master, GMD Tire and Service Centre, CDM Sport, Yugon Factory, TS Drift Days, and driftmagazine.eu. So once again, guys,
Good job on the sponsor
your
plug,
support
guys.
of any of those
I think one of my
companies is very
kids is making
appreciated because
pancakes. I
they
can
support
smell it.
Irish drifting and help to keep the show going and bring this fantastic sport that we all know and love live to you and to your
Do you think
screens at home
Pro-Am
as
is
well if you're
organized
watching from
enough
home. And once again, get in
to
the
then
comments,
look
guys,
at
if
collab
you
slash data
fancy somebody as a
driving?
hard charger for this event, be sure to drop in the comments. The guys
I
here
think
will
the
love those
information's
comments
there.
and
It's just
we
I don't
will
know
be
how it
awarding
works.
that
I don't know if
trophy
they use
just
systems
before
or anything else. They might
we
use
do
like Google
the
Sheets for a
pro
lot of it.
podium here for IDS round 5 2025 in about, I would say about an hour's time. If possible,
Yeah,
guys.
I agree
So
too.
we
People
are
need to
going
realize
draw
how
for podium, and we
difficult
have,
it
of
is.
course,
I do think
already
it could have gone
announced that
better.
Dwayne McKeever
I think
is
it
your
I do think it could have gone
Irish
better
Drift
from FD
Series
side,
champion
but
for
it is a
2025, well
massive,
deserved,
massive
so followed very
undertaking.
closely by Harry
Switching
Kerr, who
streaming
just
services, everything else.
unfortunately
Plus
did not
now, I
have
don't know if
enough
you've
in his
noticed, but they're
locker
releasing
for Dylan Garvey,
everything
but we are
from
going to
those
rock for everyone that will
paywalls.
hopefully,
Well, no, it's not even paywall. It's free.
prove
But
to be a
behind the
battle that
sign
we
up wall
expect it to be, Eddie.
on
A
YouTube
great
anyways.
battle in the makings here, and it's looking consistent so far. Nice angle from both drivers as Jakub Krzyszak Kuba,
I think Flickster, you
last year's
could
Pro2 champion, came fourth in
utilize
Pro last year and is
AI
looking for
to like
first
scan
place in
those
Pro this year.
documents a bit
He's gotta
better.
take out the Japanese driver Ryusei Akiba to get there, Eddie.
He certainly does, Mike, and he's doing a good job here of taking a firm hold.
Yeah,
of
people
this
do
battle
love to
in
get
the lead
mad.
position for
I've kind of
Ryusei. Ever the
I was making a lot of
confident
content
chase driver
around
right
it, and
there,
I've
tucked
I've
in,
kind of pulled
right
away
there
at
with
it because
didn't apply
admittedly, like the
massive
negative
amount of pressure,
comments
Mike,
and the
in
amount of
terms of what
hate and
we've
shit that
seen,
came through
from
on it
Ryusei in the past,
became too
but he's
much.
not
I'm like,
made
this
any,
isn't. There's no
major
benefit.
mistakes, so he's certainly
Like I'm trying to
put the
inform and
pressure
teach people
on
about
Kuba
what's
to go
happening,
hard,
and the
you know,
amount of
go close
negativity that
in
came to my
the,
profile because of it was
reverse
pretty
of the-
crazy
of the second
and
half of this one.
pretty
Yeah,
discouraging to
definitely,
be.
Eddie, and
blunt.
I do think that Kuba might have the aggression if he can manage to just
Yeah, thank you.
get, into the
I need to
pocket with
rethink how I
Ryusei
want to do it. I'm
from the
kind of
get-go
taking
on
this
initiation.
week off from
I think that
content.
he's
I'm gonna
be, you know, he's gonna be hard to
shoot and edit the
He seems to
vlogs
have
and
the grip on
stuff
that Sylvia this weekend.
this week
The only thing is,
to
I've been
catch up for
noticing it
Atlanta,
a
where I
little
might
bit,
do
and it's the same in
the
Modelo Park,
subplot for
especially
Atlanta
in the
might be
rain.
more about the Wally
I
system,
think there might
and
be
then
a
Spain I'll
tad
probably
more
go
grip
back
on
and
the
talk
lead
about Spanish
side
shifting
of
where
the
that's
track,
at. So
possibly, especially as the cars accelerate across from where
I think I am gonna
the
head
last
out,
tipping
guys.
point is there, right
It
in the middle
is
of the track.
about
It just
9
seems that the
o'clock,
lead car can
and
sometimes
I need
slightly
to
get
get my day
a little
going.
bit of a grip advantage off the line,
Really
but
appreciate
that's
everybody
to be corrected, but
coming
it's
and
just
hanging
something
out
that
and
I've noticed.
doing these
So
live streams with me
let's
as
see if
always. I
Kuba
really,
can
really enjoy it.
overcome that and, stay right there for
If
the
you would
win.
like to support
So
the channel and everything that we do here,
it is official.
please
I
head
wanna
over to
say official,
jacko13.com.
unofficial, but,
Grab a shirt.
believe from my
If you
calculations,
order
if
over
they're correct,
$50, that's
Kuba
2
will need
T-shirts.
to
You're gonna get
come
free
third
shipping.
in order
That's
to take
anywhere
third in the
worldwide.
championship.
It's
So
not
he needs to
working.
win this battle, but
DM
also
me and I will
finish in
update
the
it for
top
you.
three. So here we go. Ryusei
But yeah,
Akiba to
I'm
lead
gonna
the Jakub
call it a
Krzyszak.
day on
Can
the stream side of things because I gotta go take my
Ryusei
son to a
secure
hockey
third
tournament in a
position
few
in the
hours.
championship for
But
himself, MotoGP